Welcome to the panel. Happy Friday to everybody, and I just want to let you guys know from the start, this is going to be an amazing show, and this amazing show is brought to you by none other than PrizePicks, the best app out there. Now let's go ahead and get into it, y'all, because you see the title of the show. Bronny James goes ballistic in his road debut. Now, we know this is the kid from Akron. We all know that they said he wouldn't do it. They said he couldn't do it, Mars. They said go on the road, he shouldn't do it. But what did he do? In his road debut, he traveled one state over to Arizona. He comes out and hits his opening shot, a big three. And the rest was history, chill. Game high 30 points, 13 for 23 shooting for the South Bay Lakers. Now, they ended up losing to the Valley Suns 106-100, but that's neither here nor there. The 55th pick proved he could have been the 15th pick.
You don't got to entertain this shit.
The 55th pick proved he can indeed get buckets. The 55th pick proved he does play better defense than Gabe Vincent, and he should be in the rotation getting those minutes because he was picking up full court, plucking people, going coast to coast, doing everything that I knew that he could do, but some people out there doubted him. Fellas, talk to me about how you guys feel about Bronny James and his new career high.
This is what he would be doing if he was in college. I don't know about averaging 30 a game, but playing more if he was in school as opposed to getting bounced around and sitting on the bench with the Lakers and then having inconsistent games, because he would be growing if he was in college. He would be learning how to play and how to get better as a player instead of being in the spotlight of having to get to the NBA. Like, I got to hurry up. He would be at USC or wherever he was, and he would just be getting better as a player because this is the level of competition that he would be playing against. He's not ready for the NBA. So the idea of him getting 30 in a game, I don't think that's indicative. I mean, did we not see Malachi Flynn go for 50? Is Malachi Flynn, is he that dude? No, absolutely not. Is James 30? I mean, anybody can get, if you're playing at that level, I can get a night where I get going, sure. But does that mean that I'm really that good? No, because it's the reason why it's called the G League. I'm developing. I'm turning into a player. And they're trying to turn him into a pro, which he's not yet. He's getting there. And it's going to take some time. And, you know, this is another step to that. Now, should he be back on the Laker bench and playing in front of Gabe Vincent? Relax, Ron. Chill out. Let's slow down, Ron. Okay. Hey. Let's chill out with that.
He looked just as good, if not better, last night.
And look who he looked good against. He looked good against
NBA
against
level
other
defense.
Guys. Right. He looked good against guys developing, guys hanging on. That's who he looked good against. He's not going against NBA level talent every night. No, that's not what the G League is. No.
Mars, Ox, Swiper, would you guys care to chime in on this good conversation?
No. Yeah, Ron, I understand we got to engage the audience, but if I give you my true thoughts on this, I'm people are gonna not start watching. Ron, I couldn't care less. I don't care.
So
I really don't care.
So you guys are hating on the kid.
I'm not. We're all. None of us. I promise you. None of us.
Sounds like hate on the kid from.
None of us up here. None of us up here watched the South Bay Lakers play the Valley Suns. None of us watched it.
Mars. I did.
Like none of us care about it. We probably didn't know the game was happening.
I didn't know.
And
I mean, if you want insight,
talk about a 30-point game.
If you want insight, Jalen Pickett last year was one of the best players in the G League. He was averaging almost a triple-double. But I can't speak to anything about Jalen Pickett's game because I didn't watch a single minute dribble of the G League.
I make a proud point of not talking on things I don't watch. And I can assure you, not only did I not watch last night's South Bay Lakers game, I will not watch one this whole season. So if we're gonna make a habit of talking on Bronny James, I will sit out all conversations.
If he's killing, then we're gonna make a habit of talking about him.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna let you know, I will not talk about his G League games because I won't be watching them.
Well, I do want to say this. You know what I'm saying? There is some talent in the G League. There's some talent in
He
the G
played
League.
against John Stockton.
And
I
so,
feel like
so
Ox
with
would
that,
know
so
better
with
than
that,
most
with that,
of us.
with that being said, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, as far as talent in the G League, I want to know, Ryan, next time somebody else drops 30 in the G League, could we talk about them as well? If not,
y'all bring them up and we could talk about them. I mean,
All right,
come
well,
on, y'all.
chill.
Hey,
No,
well,
we're not
chill,
doing that.
chill.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because y'all acting
Right,
corny
yeah,
right now.
stick
Nah,
to
because y'all acting corny right
we
now.
acting
Y'all
corny.
know why we talking about.
we
You know why
got
he's
the
the title of
NBA
the show, and y'all
the
know why we
NBA
talking
Cup
about
Them
him.
dudes don't move the needle. Them dudes don't move the needle like Bronny James. You didn't have to call. You didn't have to call us corny, Ryan. That wasn't
And
right.
y'all didn't have
That
to
ain't
act
right.
corny. Y'all ain't
Wait,
had to
hold
come
on,
up here and
Wait,
act
to be
corny.
fair, wait, Mars,
That
to be
ain't
fair,
right, Ryan.
he's averaging in 8 games 22 points, 7.3 assists, 7.5 rebounds, and he's also doing it on 33 from 3, 46 from the field, 83 from the line. That's
You
elite.
talking about Bronny?
No, that's Jalen Pickett. My bad.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
so,
say, bro. 'Cause I seen the graphic that before his little game last night, he was averaging 8 on 29% shooting, but he's got up to 14 on 40%. But
Keep
like
going,
the one cool thing, he played against John Stockton's son. So LeBron James' son played against John Stockton's son in the G League last night. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the top 5 best passers of all time.
Listen to me,
Two of the top 5 leading
Ryan. I hope, but again, I want to be clear about this. I said going into in his senior year that his best bet is going to end up being he becomes a different kind of version of like a Detroit KCP. Remember, KCP out of Georgia was a dog. He was one of the best players in the nation. He was a scorer. He became a very good defender. He grew into that over time. I think Bronny can get there. Maybe, hopefully. That's what I'm saying. I hope he gets to that point. But what I don't want to do is also to set him up for slander and say, here's what I think he can be. I don't want to be like, Dion. Dion said he's top, what do you say, top 5 talent, young talent coming into the league this year or something like that.
Coming into the draft,
that would only set him up for make me look like a casual. But then number 2 would also it would set him up for failure. I just don't want to do that. He has enough pressure. He needs to continue to take day-to-day steps, as Chill said, to play basketball. But I think to his point, I do think the reason he came into the league is because of the heart issue he had last year, Chill, and because he wanted to play with his dad, and his dad may not play that much longer. So I think there's contributing factors to that. But I'm perfectly fine with him being in the G League and him developing in the shadow. And then eventually he can step into the light, and then he's a better player. But until that point, I don't want to say what he will be or even just say anything about his game because I can only show you the clips that I saw on Twitter. I'm not pulling up G League highlight. It's enough to cover 30 teams on a night-to-night basis. And then if we're doing you want to do NFL, I can tap NFL, fantasy football. If WNBA, I'm talking to Ox. You know what I mean? If I need refereeing insight, I'm talking to Chill. If I need to talk about like a litany of different things, I'm talking to Mars. If I need to talk about the best social gatherings for adults after 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. on 2 a.m. evenings on Saturday nights, I'll talk to Ron. But you know what I mean? What do you want us to say other than like he played well? But I also don't want to take credit away from the fact that other people in the G League are playing even better than he is, and don't have the same route. They don't have the golden ticket through the G League like he does. So I don't want to show favoritism either. Like I want his game to do the talking for him, if that makes sense.
Will Bronny make it back to the NBA sometime this season?
Well, he was
just on the bench a couple of days ago.
I'm talking about getting some burn though. I'm talking about getting some burn. I'm talking about 12 minutes.
When you get to the dark days of the season, late March, early April, that's when he'll play. When like the seeding is relatively set. If the Lakers know they're going to be in the play-in, Bronny will play like 8 minutes in the game or something. He might even start when they shut down LeBron and AD for like the last 2 games or something. That's when you'll see him.
Other than that, I'm not talking about just checking in. I'm talking about really.
Yeah,
I'm talking about really getting back to the.
He's not going to be in the rotation.
I don't think he'll do what Reeves did.
Player for a while, you know what I'm saying.
Remember 3 years ago with Austin Reeves when he came. Remember he was really good in the G League, and then he came at the end of the season.
He was really good at Oklahoma.
I know, but he came into the league end of the year that year, the 21-22 year, and was like going off, and I was like, who is this kid? So maybe.
Ox, what you're asking Ox, you're asking him to get into the rotation and get some significant burn off the strength of him actually contributing. Well, he's not a contributor yet. And the reason why, but he's not a contributor because his skill set is not there for him to be a contributor on that level yet. He's just not there. That's why he's in the G League. In fact, I don't think he should be splitting time between the Lakers and the G League. I think he should be in the G League exclusively, specifically learning in the G League, getting better, getting reps, as opposed to coming up to the NBA. Because if he comes up to the NBA, is he really going to play? And when I say play, I'm talking about significant minutes where he's contributing. No, he's not. It's going to be all for show. Him sitting next to his father, him looking like an NBA player, when in reality, he's just not there yet. Does that mean he's not going to be there yet? I mean, Swiper had brought up a really interesting point in terms of what kind of archetype player he is. I saw a better version of Pat Beverly. That's what I saw with him if he stayed in school. Because if we talking, we had this conversation, I see a better version because I think he's a better athlete. And in terms of a defender, I think he can be a really good defender in the NBA. The problem is that we've seen this kid 1 year at a SC. He clearly wasn't ready for the pros. And now that's the stamp on him. That's who he is right now. When in him being in the G League, he's trying to get better. That's what the G League is for. It's for development.
Sure. I don't want to harp on just something that you said when you just said a lot of good things, but I think that's crazy. A better Pat Bev. Like I don't think he's even in that realm. Like
not
Pat
yet.
Bev.
No, not yet.
But
not
still,
yet.
with that being said, let me ask you this too, though, Chill. Would it be detrimental for Bronny? Let's say hypothetically, the Lakers decide, you know what, we're gonna get Gabe Vincent out of here. We're gonna give Bronny all the Gabe's minutes. Do you think that would help Bronny in the long run, or would that be detrimental to Bronny?
Well, one of two things is going to happen. Either he's going to sink or he's going to swim. And I don't think his skill set and where he is right now is going to allow him to swim. I think he's going to sink. We saw him in the summer league, and we saw how
Gabe Vincent's sinking. It has been sinking.
And
what is Bronny supposed to do about that?
Well, that's what I'm saying, Mark. That's what I'm saying, Swiper. So if we're not going to replace Gabe Vincent with somebody that's less than him, I'm pretty sure that
it's hard to be less than zeros across the board.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Ron.
But Ron, you're Ron, respectfully. Again, I know there's two sides of you. I think you're in your legitimate bag right now, which means you really believe what you're saying. And so what I'm saying is, from a basketball standpoint, Bronny doesn't contribute anything to Lakers winning basketball games more than what Gabe Vincent does. He doesn't have the skill set. He's very flawed offensively, and he doesn't even know how to play NBA defense yet. Gabe Vincent better at all those things. There's the upside there, sure.
Today.
But I'm saying that's perfectly fine for a dude that barely got real run for USC last year, and that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think if you're going to say, well, the Lakers, they're trash anyway. Gabe Vincent's not doing anything, so they just need to get why would I make myself worse if I'm not in a development situation?
That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't think they get worse with Bronny on the floor.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. You're going to put a small point guard out there with Reeves, Bron, and AD, and it's going to be the same thing, and he's going to be disconnected defensively, and we're going to have the same issues, and it's going to be like, well, Bronny's out there. Now there's going to be a magnifying glass on Bronny for not being able to get the job done, when it's just like, no, the team, they're not good enough. Anytime you put Bron on the court for real minutes, they are going to struggle, and the onus is going to go away from the rest of the roster, and it's going to go to Bronny. That's unfair to Bronny. Bronny's in a horrible dumpster fire trash situation. You know the meme where the dumpster is floating in the water and it's on fire? That's what the Lakers are right now. Why would I put Bronny in a situation like that? And he can't develop. There's no development there.
Why is there no development next to his dad, next to D-Lo, next to Anthony Davis, next to playing against NBA vets? Why is there no development? You develop every time you step on the court. He's developing in the G League.
That's not true. We
see that you might not. Nigga, I hoop. I developed every time I stepped on the court. It don't matter if it was a 24-hour fitness. It doesn't matter if it was a 24-hour fitness. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if I was playing open gym with Jamal Crawford, Isaiah Thomas, and other pro hoopers.
I'm not talking about you playing in the rec league. I'm talking about
saying,
them playing in the NBA.
What I'm trying to tell you is every time a young athlete steps on the floor, he's developing. Anytime you do, did he develop when he touched the court? He might have peaked out. We talking about Bronny right now. He might have peaked out.
A horrible situation. You said they all develop. You said every time you play, you develop. That is not true. No, it is not.
You do.
You can learn bad habits. The James Wiseman, did he develop every time he played with the Warriors?
So hold on. What you're trying to say?
What he did? Okay, keep going, Ron. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying. So what you're trying to sell me is Bronny playing with real NBA vets, real NBA talent. He wouldn't develop.
It's a misnomer. Okay. It's a misnomer. Right. Every time a young player touches the court, they develop. That's a misnomer. It's not true.
So Dalton Connect's not developing. Wait. So Dalton Connect's not developing.
Dalton Connect
That's
is
what you
better
have to
than
tell me.
Bronny. He's a
I'm not.
34-year-old
No. Is he developing? Is he developing? Yes or no? Yes or no?
You guys stop acting like everybody's the same.
I'm not saying they're the same. I'm asking you a question, and I wasn't asking you, but since you stepped your big black ass in here, is Dalton Connect developing? Yes or no?
Talking nonsense. So
I'm not talking nonsense. I'm not talking nonsense.
Everybody doesn't develop every time they get on the floor. If you're learning bad habits, if you're not prepared for the level that you're getting thrown,
is Dalton Connect learning bad habits? That's the question I'm asking you.
Dalton Connect is way better than Bronny.
I know that. I'm asking you a question. Is he developing? Yes or no?
He's developing because he's prepared to be where he is. That's why he's developing. He's developing because he's good enough to play with these guys. Bronny's not. So yes, Dalton Connect is at a level to where, okay, I got the prerequisites, so now I can do this. Now I can do that. Bronny hasn't passed the exams to get here.
He looked like it last night. He looked like it last night.
Well, Ron, you brought
and he did what he did in 25 minutes. He looked like it last night.
Right, Ron, but you brought up everything that he's doing. What you're not bringing up is why is he the top prospect on their G League team? Is there somebody else that's better than him on that G League team? Because Mars just brought up a real interesting stat. Mars, one more time, 8 points on 29% shooting. There's no way that my team at the NBA level is looking at this guy as our top prospect. There has to be somebody else on the team that we're looking at that's better than him. As opposed to him, as opposed to him. This is the guy replacing Gabe Vincent. This is the guy replacing, or this is the guy we're calling up next. There's nobody else on the crew that we're calling up before him.
Chill, who is it?
That's the point, Mara. That's the point, Ron. There has to be somebody else on this crew that we're calling up before him.
It has to be?
Yes.
What do you mean it has to be? Why does it have to be?
I don't know if it has to be.
Why does it have to be?
I think
And why isn't there? If it has to be that, why isn't there?
The reason why
that speaks to the Lakers issues, honestly.
None of us know if there is. None of us are watching the Lakers G League team. We don't know who the Lakers prospects are.
Bro, I mean, Mars,
100%. We don't know. You can't tell me 4 players on the Lakers G League team right now. You don't know. So how do you know he's the best?
No, I don't. No, Mars, I can't tell you 4 players on the.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Ron. Ron saying, why is he? You don't know if he is one. You don't know if he's the best prospect on the team.
I mean, he got a 2-way contract. He got a 2-way contract. Hey, if okay, he got some guaranteed. If it was, hey, if the other guys was like that, they would have something too.
No, that's not.
And that's not me. Hold on, time out. That's not me. No, hold on. Let me finish my statement. Let me finish my statement. That's not me hating on anybody. That's not me saying that somebody's lesser or somebody is not getting an opportunity they deserve. They don't have it though.
They don't have LeBron as their father.
Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. Yes. And that's what it is. That's what it is. Like
that's how
you can't be mad at Bronny for that.
No, it's not mad at Bronny. You used it as a point in your. You used it as an arrow in your quiver
because it's the truth. Because it's the truth.
And you didn't want to apply context.
Am I supposed to dismiss it?
No, that's how you use. Let me, Ron. Let me show you how to host and do it correctly. Well, we do understand that among 2-way players or players that were drafted in the second round, LeBron James had his son got a guaranteed contract because
we all know that
because of his relationship.
We all know that, Swiper. We've spoken on that. Every time Bronny gets brought up, you guys bring that up. Every time he gets brought up, you guys bring that up.
Around the NBA.
That's the only reason he gets brought up, Ron. But look, to the point, if we're telling the truth though. The G League is where Bronny's supposed to stay and develop. So I understand he is developing. He's not
going to go to school.
I think Bronny probably is getting better because he is in the G League. So that's why I asked that question to Chill. Like, you think he could develop in the league? I don't think he could. I think the G League is where he's supposed to be. I think like that was great. You know, obviously to Mars' point, I didn't watch it, so I don't know exactly how he got those buckets. I seen a couple of highlights, a couple of clips, but I didn't really see. And you know, I think Bronny's a great athlete. He's a little undersized, but the G League is the perfect place for him to be. I think he should stick around, keep getting better, and maybe next season, you know what I'm saying, get up in the league. That would be great. That's a great story right there. You know what I mean? That's great.
So, Ron, again, we're talking about a kid who was the third to the last pick in the second round. This is the guy that the Lakers think is one of their best prospects, if not their best prospect. If his last name wasn't James, would they be talking about him like that for a guy who's averaging 8 points a game on 29% shooting? This is the guy who we're guaranteeing a deal to. Not only are we guaranteeing a deal to, this is the same guy who we're calling up to come play for the Lakers and to supplement what we don't have in a guy like Gabe Vincent or when D'Lo's not playing good. This is the guy that this is the guy that we're calling up. No, Ron, we're not doing that. We're doing this off the strength that his father, who is awesome, played here. That's why we're doing this. For no other reason. He's clearly not ready to play at the NBA level yet. He's not. And because he's not ready to play at the NBA level yet, he's going to get slandered because of who his father is.
But and Ron, you got your wish. We talked about Bronny for 20 minutes today. You got your wish.
No, you guys hated on Bronny for 20 minutes.
No one hates on Bronny. I don't know anyone that's like Bronny.
You guys hate. What do you mean for no reason?
Bro, we're not hating.
We have
Bronny
semi-final tomorrow.
And we're gonna talk about it. It's a 3-hour show, and we 20 minutes into it. And y'all up here with y'all panties in a bunch because we talking about Bronny James. Be happy about the kid from Akron. Kid from Akron. Undo your panties and put a smile on your face and be happy that the kid that's your age is out here balling.
100%.
That's all I'm saying. Like, he came out here. He had 30 in 25 minutes.
Right.
Regardless of how you guys feel about it, Bronny James is one of the most polarizing figures in all of basketball around the world. He's one of the most polarizing figures. Whether you guys like it or not, whether you like it or not, he is.
But you realize that you're a part of the reason. Yeah, you're a part of the reason.
Something good. So this wasn't important. So no. Have I ever made Bronny the title of the show?
No, you haven't.
No.
Was this the best thing that he's did since USC?
Sure.
It's probably
okay then. All right then.
No, hold on. Wait a minute, Ron. But you're one of the reasons why he's so polarizing because you are NBA media, by the way. The problem is you're setting him up. You're setting him up with his own segment when we have just said none of us, Jordan just got up here. Maybe Jordan's a coach. Maybe it's different. None of us, minus Jordan, have watched a full 48-minute run of an LA Lakers G League team. And I have not watched a 48-minute game of any G League team, period.
You haven't watched a 48-minute game of any team but the Nuggets.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. You're a liar. You don't know what you're talking about, and you're This is
if Nikola Jokic ain't playing 35 minutes, you're not watching.
We're just yapping. That's what I'm saying. So now he's adjusting. Now he's adjusting what he wants to say because he's getting cooked. But that's not new. That's why you ran yesterday too. Are we doing a PCL today with me and you or not? Are you running today again?
Y'all was serious about that?
Yes, with Ron. Yeah. What'd you say? What'd you say?
Off this topic at this point.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Swipe. Hold on. I got something for you. So,
go ahead, Jordan.
Since you was a Nuggets fan, I told you I had a surprise. Yeah, I told you I had a surprise that I was talking about.
Yeah, those are nice.
Fresh off the mail. You know, just got these today. Jokic's team, the little 361 joints.
That's what he wears.
Yep, 361.
Yeah, he just signed that shoe deal.
Oh, that's dope.
Hey, definitely fire though.
Ron, did you expect?
They're nice. They're better than I thought they would be.
Her number good reviews.
They do look alright.
Ron, did you expect us to come up here and talk about how awesome Bronny James is? Because we haven't seen anything from him. Did we expect you to, this kid is real? This is the real deal. This is the beginning of something special with this kid. This guy is going to be awesome. Now, none of us up here, not including Jordan, and I can only speak for myself because I don't know about Mars, I don't know about Swiper, I don't know about Ox. I did not watch any G League games from the Lakers this season since James.
I haven't either. I haven't
watched one of those games. I'll be lying to you, Ron, if I said I did. Now, for him to get 30, I've seen him in the summer league, right? I've seen him in the summer league, and I've seen him in the NBA. So if he got 30, that suggests to me that probably his long ball was working. He probably got downhill a couple of times. He might have gotten a dunk, maybe even two of them. Maybe got an open court steal, played some defense, and he probably looked like he was capable.
Don't forget the mid-ranges. Don't forget the mid-range fadeaways.
And again, if I'm speculating, he probably looked like he was capable of defending at the NBA level for a stretch. He probably looked like that. Now, I can't speak for it if I actually sat down and dissected it and watched him play for the 25 minutes that you said, Ron, but from the quote-unquote box score watching, and you telling me that, he had 30 in 25 minutes, that's what I can only speculate on. I can't sit there and tell you, he's replacing Gabe Vincent by Christmas. Hang the hell on, Ron.
I never said he was going to, and I never said I never said he's going to, and I also never said he should. All I'm saying is, from what I'm seeing from Gabe Vincent, Bronny James can 100% do that. Come out here, play defense, and clank shots. Play defense and clank shots.
You don't respect veterans at all.
Chill. I still don't do that. I don't respect veterans that don't. Same thing when Tony Snell was out there doing that. It's 100 G leaguers and overseas players that can go do that.
Hey man, is Bam at practice right now? Can we get a $100 super chat, please? That's gracious.
Hey, when Jay Crowder's out there playing, or PJ Tucker shooting, clanking corner threes and playing fake defense, I know.
Bread boy.
I know cats overseas. Hey, Papa Nicolau can come from Olympiacos and do that easily. Shaquille McKissick can come. Man, look. Hey, Papa Nicolau can easily come do that. Shaquille McKissick can easily come do that. Hey, I know guys on Barcelona. Jabari Parker can come back over here and easily do that.
How much you standing on?
No, Ron. I'm thinking of Papa Giannis, not Papa Nicolau. I thought you were talking about Papa Giannis.
And for the
Papa Giannis is center, but it's some people he can come do what Jacques Landau do.
I don't know.
Hey, Papa Giannis, nice.
And since we on
maybe was, but when I'm saying
if I'm not mistaken, Sasha is leading the EuroLeague in scoring. I just want to put that out there.
Sasha,
it's the same Sasha.
Yeah, couldn't think of.
No. It's not Carson. I thought it was Carson.
No,
it might be Carson Edwards.
Not the EuroLeague. Yeah. He's leading Olympiacos, and this is the same.
Okay, I'm about to say it's Carson.
This is the same Sasha who couldn't get off the bench last year in Sacramento. I just want to put that out there.
He got off the bench a little bit. I thought he played well.
He played sometimes. He wasn't playing for real. He wasn't playing.
He didn't play.
Shout out to Carson Edwards though, man. Boston legend.
No, that's from Houston. Carson from Houston. I played against him in high school a lot. We're actually cool too.
Carson really doing his thing over there.
Carson, he was on Fenerbahce last year with Mott.
Yeah, Ron, let me ask you.
He wasn't able to really get loose like that. He playing for Bayern Munich. Shout out FC Bayern, best soccer club in the world, and also a pretty good basketball team as well. But he's over there getting loose, leading them in scoring. And they don't really have the best team, but he's winning games for him just solely based off his scoring. So shout out to Carson Edwards.
Question, Ron. Today, in your estimation, since we're on the subject of James and what you've seen from him, how far away do you think he is from contributing on an NBA roster? In your estimation, Ron, from what you've seen.
When you say that, obviously, when you say contributing, a lot of people are going to think like, how far away is he from scoring 16 and 5 and 5?
That's not a contributor.
I don't see Bronny in that light, and I don't think he's going to be in that light. It's like how I've said before, I see him being some version of an Avery Bradley, and it might not even be Avery Bradley at his apex. When Avery Bradley was when they were making deep playoff runs, it might be, a younger Avery Bradley or even an older Avery Bradley. I see Bronny coming in, maybe averaging 7, but giving you high level defense.
6'3"?
Yeah, 6'3".
6'3", 6'4".
Giving you high level defense, being somewhat of a floor spacer. I'm not gonna say he's gonna shoot 42% from 3, but he might shoot 30, 35, and kind of just being a spark plug athletic guy. So how
Avery,
far do
I know
I
how
think
good you are, man. Avery, I would never compare you to Bronny, man. I know how good you are.
Yeah, and shout out Avery Bradley, Bellarmine Prep, Tacoma Prospects. I watched Avery Bradley grow up and become who he became, and I knew him before he became who he became. Shout out to Avery Bradley.
Crazy how the time.
So Ron, in your estimation, you think that he's an Avery Bradley type?
Archetype, yeah.
So Avery Bradley type. So again, to pose the question again, how far you think Bronny James is away from actually contributing on an NBA roster?
From being a quote unquote 3-and-D guy
today,
like how I just said.
We're talking about Bronny James.
What is Gabe Vincent? Is Gabe Vincent considered a 3-and-D?
How far away is Bronny James from being on an NBA floor and not being a liability?
Mars just said the same thing.
And not being a liability?
Yes, because you consider Gabe Vincent a liability.
Today.
But you think Gabe Vincent's a liability?
Yes. It's a like that.
So you think James is better than Gabe Vincent?
It's not in y'all.
You can
that's yes or no question.
Y'all about to go crazy when I say this, but
Ron,
it's context to it. It's not.
Ron.
It's
cut the shit, Ron.
I just told you today.
Do you think
today,
James is
right
better
now,
than Gabe Vincent? Today.
Do I think Bronny's better than Gabe?
Do you think James is better than Gabe today?
Chill, flip a coin.
Yes or no question.
Like, I don't think it's far off. If he's not, I don't think it's far off.
Okay. Well, you see,
I legitimately don't.
The Lakers are just cooked. Is what I'm hearing. That's the biggest thing that I'm hearing. They're just cooked.
What's up with Bron talking about he got some personal issues?
He's taking personal time.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. Life happens.
It happens, man.
PTO.
Okay.
He's not the first athlete to do it this year.
Jordan would never.
Jordan did 2 years.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about old Jordan, not that Jordan. I'm talking about
which Jordan?
Mature
He
Jordan.
quit so many times. It's hard for me to keep up.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the older Jordan that played 82 games. I'm not talking about
Jordan
young
the ownership Jordan that came out the booth.
I'm not talking about degenerate Jordan. I'm talking about 39, 40-year-old Jordan.
First and foremost, okay. Let's get to the bottom of something.
I'm not talking about degenerate.
I'm sick of Ox with this. Ox, the only reason why he put on a Washington Wizards uniform because his name was going to be at the bottom of the checks for the Washington Wizards. That's the only reason why he came out.
It don't matter why he did it. He did it.
He had no intention in playing basketball again. They promised him something.
And I think he led the league in minutes. He played
82 games. No personal time.
With the intention that he was going to be part of the ownership. That was the intention. Only to find out that he wasn't. If that never happened, he never puts on a Washington Wizards uniform.
It don't matter why.
It don't matter. He averaged 20 though.
It don't matter why he did it. The point is that he did it, and he didn't take no personal time.
Yeah, he didn't take any personal.
Well, he
time.
did, but
Swiper. He did. Then I'm talking about. I'm talking
at
about
the end of the season though, not in the middle of the season.
40-year-old Jay, 40-year-old Bron. That's all
I know, but like if you take 5 years off and then it's easier to play 82 or 39.
40-year-old Jay is in year 15. That's what 40-year-old Jay is.
Jordan went to. I don't care. I'm talking about
40-year-old Jordan is in year 15.
It's also harder to take 5 years off and come back and average 20 than it is to consistently do it.
When you spend all that time smoking cigars, drinking cognac, playing golf, and came back and was still nasty. Y'all act like y'all.
Hey, Oxy, making snow angels
to get back facts. To get back in shape, like that. What? Come on, y'all. Man, his knees was rusty. His elbows, his shoulders, everything was rusty. No lubricant. He came back and went to work. And y'all act like, oh, he didn't play those seasons. So nah, man, that's even more of a detriment.
So what is this agenda about, Ox? Is this about him being better than Bron at the same age?
That's what this is about.
Yeah, 100%.
Even though
that's exactly what it is.
Even though at 40 years old, he's in year 15, and in year 15,
that's irrelevant.
Year 15, no, it's not.
That's irrelevant.
Not.
I'm talking about age.
He quit for a year and a half, and then he quit again for another 2.5, almost 3 years. He did that twice.
Right.
He didn't do that once. He did that twice.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that it's more difficult. This is what you're telling me, Ak. You're telling me that it's more difficult for an athlete to get himself back in shape as opposed to an athlete who's already playing at a high level to consistently do that when he's getting old.
Yes.
Which is what's going on.
That's what I'm saying.
James,
yes.
Who's
that's
getting old, who's still doing this at a high level. Meanwhile, we got a guy who quit once and then quit again for 3.5 years. I have an opportunity to get myself back in shape, get back on the floor, and I can get back to something of a level of being a great player, as opposed to a guy that has been playing for as long as James has been playing and consistently stay at this level when I've gotten old. No way.
Yes.
Wait, what year was LeBron in year 15?
I want 100%.
18, Swiper.
That was
the year that they lost the Warriors.
He ain't did nothing that year. Nothing special.
100% chill. It is harder. It is 100% chill. It is harder. It is harder 100% to sit down for 2-3 years. Hold on, Swiper, because look, it is 100% harder to sit down for 2-3 years and be out of shape and get back to playing at that high level than it is to maintain and keep playing. Yes, it's harder. Yes, it is. 100%, especially at that age.
I just wanted to talk about his leave in a time where the Lakers are in a crisis. That's all I'm saying. That sounds like real Magic Johnson.
But he ain't got nothing to do with that. It's y'all. Y'all gotta fix that.
What you mean? It sounds like Magic Johnson.
And on top of
when Magic quit on the Lakers in the crisis,
he quit.
And on top of that,
what do you mean quit,
Jordan? This might be a
Magic quit on them as a coach, and he quit on them as a GM. Magic.
Yeah, I knew he was as the GM. I knew he was the GM.
I just needed clarification.
There's 3 different scenarios to talk about here, but I thought he was the first one. Okay, all right, yeah.
No, I'm talking about, but he quit. Like that's what Magic does. When he can't win, he gonna quit. That's what he does.
But what's that got to do with LeBron? LeBron ain't quit on these bums.
For LeBron to take the leave of absence with the crisis that they in right now. His son is
what else does LeBron got to do?
Why he's not there? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, just let him be.
Today.
Let him be.
The crisis that the Lakers are in, by the way.
They suck.
Whose fault is that?
They're exactly where they were last year.
team effort. Yeah, they suck though. They suck.
No,
last
but
year.
whose fault is it? Name whose real fault is it, Jordan? Real talk. Let's have that conversation.
It's a lot of their fault. I mean, it's a lot.
Who's always to blame? Leadership is to blame. So whose fault is it?
It's the GM. It's
Genie Bus, and then it's Rob Pelinka. 1,000%.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying the Lakers are in a crisis right now, and you're gonna take a leave of absence.
But what is that? But we don't know why he's gone though. What if he got something serious going on?
Oh, okay. If he got something serious going on, he got something serious going on. If he don't, then that's kind of crazy.
So this is the second time he's taken PTO in his career for real. So like, yeah, it's something might be going on.
It could be.
I need some time off. Imagine that, Swiper.
I'm saying maybe we should wait until we find out, and then we can give judgment.
That's fine.
I'm just gonna say.
But I'm not judging. I'm just saying that's from a basketball standpoint. This is what it looks like without the contextual information that comes around with it. So we get to talk about it. He taking a
Jordan, let me ask you this question, Jordan.
Right now.
So Jordan, let me ask you this: him stepping away.
It did say Diddy investigation, but Jay-Z investigation.
Well, let me ask you this question, Jordan: him stepping away from the crew, and them getting better. How does that now work? Let's say for the sake of argument.
What do you mean they getting better?
No, well they won the last game that they played, right? But with that being said, with him stepping away from the crew, maybe that might be good for the crew. Kind of like what happened with Luka. When Luka was off the
come
crew,
back and it's still gonna be good.
Well, that's the thing. That's what we have to find out. Maybe okay, me stepping away from the crew and handling whatever it is that I need to handle. And let's say the Lakers start turning things around and they start winning games and they win for their next 5 games. James dealing with whatever he dealt with. He sees that and okay, I'm gonna get myself back into I'm gonna integrate myself back into what's going on with the crew. Is that fair or am I out of line with that?
No, you're not out of line.
He's taking PTO. When Jordan, when he find out what it's for, if he had like then we're gonna go crazy about it, right? No, I'm not going crazy. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's LeBron, man. Like, he been there for just like it is what it is. Like, the Lakers, they in a situation there and they got nothing. So if you can't win without me at this point, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I literally told y'all. I told y'all, give the keys to AD. Give me some defenders, give me some wing players, and then you do what you got to do. But if you can't win versus the Detroit Pistons without me, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
Well, Swiper, they're actually not playing the Detroit Pistons tonight. They will be playing the Minnesota Timberwolves.
They basically are.
We will be on playback, but not just on playback. We'll be on the main stage on playback. Me, Chill, Mars, Ox. I think Swiper's pulling a LeBron's tonight. I think he's low managing and he won't be there for whatever reason it may be. But hey, we will be there watching the Lakers and the Wolves play. We'll see if AD can carry the squad. We'll see if Anthony Edwards can continue to get up the threes and make the threes that he's been making at a historical rate. We'll see if Julius Randle can cook the people that talk bad on him. And ultimately, we're just going to have a good time up here on Playback's main stage. What we need from you guys is to show up and show out. Come do the same thing that you guys do on the panel, but let's go over to Playback and do it there. If you haven't been on Playback, all you got to do, you can see the website down there, playback.tv/players choice. Join our room and you'll be able to watch the game with us. Also, too, you can also download the app on your phone and watch it on your phone too. But pull up, you guys. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a fun time. And we're going to get down to the bottom of some things like we typically do. This game also comes on at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So we will see you guys there. Also, too, aside from this game, y'all know what time it is. It's time for us to jump on the PrizePick app and make our daily picks. As you know, with PrizePicks, you can get $50 instantly when you play only $5. Yes, PrizePick, it is the best app out there. And why is that? Because as a diehard basketball fan, it allows you to get in on endless action. All you got to do is pick your favorite players. And then you pick your players' projections and you choose more or less. And after you do that, you have an opportunity to get 200 times your payout. And PrizePicks actually has an amazing promo going on right now. If you make 6 picks, you can get up to 1,000 times what you put into your payout. So all you have to do, in case you don't know, is download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code PANEL, and new customers will receive these special promos and be able to get in on this good action. over here on PrizePicks. And like I said, every day on this show, we'll be locking up our lineups and making our daily projections and choosing who we believe will get off or not get off tonight. And so, with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, fellas. We had an opportunity last night, but we came up a little bit short. No worries, no worries. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and each make a pick, and we're going to hit tonight. But, fellas, we're only doing this for the Lakers and the Wolves. For this. We're only doing it for this. So, let's go ahead and make it happen.
Let's do it.
Ron wants me to be a bad person. I see how it is. But I told you to take them DeMar DeRozan threes, didn't I, Ron?
How those Keegan Murray threes go, Mars?
Amazing. I don't know. Maybe it's how people should just
never take Duncan Robinson threes.
I said them.
Y'all seen what DeMontis did?
32 and 20, right?
DeMontis was killing last night.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, DeMontis. I should have made you the title of the show.
New Orleans is
Slipped
so
my mind.
bad. Unbelievable how bad they are.
They was in that game though.
You want to type in either the Lakers or the Wolves?
Shout out, matter of fact, the Wolves. Okay, who's first?
Does Bronny have a line?
He does not, Mars. I don't think he's in the lineup tonight.
I would play the less on that every time. I ain't gonna lie.
Absolutely.
Yo, Ox, go over to see what Anthony's demon is.
This one?
Yeah.
31 and a half.
Can you actually, unless you guys want to make a bet on the Wolves, I'm going to the Lakers.
Anybody got a Wolves bet?
Y'all have a Wolves contest?
You ain't gonna take the more.
You
ain't gonna take the more on the Anthony Edwards 25 and a half?
That is easy.
That's
easy.
We looking for something that's a little bit more substantial. Like
Julius,
that right there. Like
does Julius Randle have a demon? Does Julius Randle have any demons?
No.
No. We
5.5 assists.
Yeah,
Mars, no. Mars, no. Actually, I'm not too mad.
Wait, Mars. That's
he averaged 4.
Yeah, he could get 6.
He could get 6.
I mean, chill. We got cooked on you choosing Bam to get seven assists last night. But I mean, hey, I'm not mad at
last night. How many?
He had 5.
Right.
Ain't no way Bam was gonna get 7. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but DeMar DeRozan was gonna make them 1.5 threes.
That's because Duncan Robinson blew a wide open long ball that Bam hit him with across court. He was wide open.
He blew a bunch of them.
Wide open. Bam should have had 8, 9 assists last night. 8 or 9.
Y'all gonna take the more on Julius Randle 2 threes?
We can only pick.
If it was a demon, I would. I'm only making demon picks from that one. So yeah, I got Julius Randle assist.
His demon's 2.5.
No,
yeah, he gonna make 3 threes. He gonna make 3 threes.
It's Mars pick.
Get away from that.
It's my pick. I want 3 threes. No, I'm taking off the assists. I want the 3 threes. Come on, GG, lock him. Make some 3s.
What I'm supposed to do?
3 threes is crazy work. 3 threes is crazy.
He gonna make 3. He gonna make 3.
I don't know, bro. 3 threes is crazy work.
See, catch me on playback. I'm gonna be rooting for Julius Randle every time he catch the ball now.
All right. You want to type in the Lakers?
He better be shot chucking like you normally do. I swear if he starts being passive, I'm gonna be mad.
I do got a Lakers pick actually. Seeing as Bron's not gonna be here.
Gabe Vincent?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay.
Anthony Davis PRA.
I don't think Anthony Davis playing. His foot still hurt.
His foot still hurt, but he gonna play. Oh, he got a demon pick too. Hawks.
It's
probably 3s. No. He probably gonna make a 3.
35 and a half.
What?
Blocks? He can get 3 blocks. He
can get 3 blocks. I
want his PRA though. I want his PRA.
We need some demons, man. We need to get the highest prize.
No, we got enough demons. That's
Rudy
enough for everybody.
Wait, hold on. Rudy and Julius are playing?
I believe so.
Yes.
Okay, well, you might want to take the under, but
less.
Best, less.
That's why you should take
chill, Ron. Or y'all got.
I'm with you on that more.
Yeah.
You guys
I'm
don't
pretty
think
sure that's where
get
I'm going.
three
I'm just trying to see what.
Wait, Ox,
if,
isn't Ox 0-5, Ron? You still listening to him?
No, I'm not.
well,
no, I'm not.
No,
So
he was right
as of
last
right
night.
now,
He took the bonus more PRA. So he's 1-4, I think.
Okay.
And I'll probably, so I'm 1-4 now. I'd probably be 1-5 if I could pick something else besides the Lakers. But
Just make the demon pick, man. That's fine.
what's your Ron? Chill, y'all got your pick?
yeah. Can you get off AD? Since we're being nasty and making demon picks, I think I got a demon pick to make too.
Oh,
Austin Reeves
Oh,
blocks.
Austin Reeves blocks.
Hate
Austin Reeves blocks.
Hate it.
Wow, D'Lo PRA.
D'Lo gonna have the ball, remember, because LeBron not there, so D'Lo gonna be hooping against his former team.
I don't know, man. D'Lo might piss you off.
D'Lo
They
23
got Dalton at 23.
Those
That's fantasy points, though.
Okay.
D'Angelo Russell almost 20. So he getting 24 tonight.
He gonna have
23 and a
28.
half.
He gonna have 28.
Mars is trolling right now.
I'm taking the less on D'Angelo Russell.
I've been right the last 2 days, but yeah, I'm trolling. Okay.
And for what it's worth, me and Mars are both 3-3 in our picks, and Chill and Ox are both 1-5 in their picks.
Garbage.
For what it's worth.
I'm not trolling.
Ox, you want to scroll up though?
Trash.
Yeah, I got you, Ron. I'm 1-4.
You 1-5.
My record right.
You got 1 win. That's why I know. But you guys take so long. Just take the demon picks and keep it pushing.
Scroll up. Unless you making a pick.
Y'all be wanting us to move so quick. Relax. Chill.
I mean, it shouldn't be this.
That's
difficult
all there is
to
for the
AD.
Lakers.
AD gonna make 3 blocks. Like, it's not that difficult.
AD 45 and a half for points, rebounds, and assists.
Mm-hmm.
You got AD having like 32 and 15.
Scroll down.
Well, now you can't do any more ADs. So
Yeah, it's Austin Reeves. You want less?
I got a feeling about AD.
All right. Let me go Austin Reeves, PRA 24. So what? That's Austin Reeves 16.
5
Austin
and
Reeves
4.
gonna have 20 tonight though. Go more.
Okay. If AD's PRA was like 39, I'll go with it.
Ox AD about the. Is it crazy to think that AD goes 27 and 13 tonight?
Well, that still leaves him 5 short.
That's 5 assists though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well, 6 assists actually. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't get behind that, bro. If like I said, if he was at like 38 and a half, 39, I could go with it. 45 and a half, I'm not seeing that from AD.
All right.
He's not Domantas Sabonis, bro.
Facts, he's not.
All right, Chill. We need one from you, Chill.
Rudy Gobert don't have nothing.
Go back to the Wolves.
Where's Rudy Gobert miss layups? One more.
Chill, you want some Rudy action?
I do want some Rudy action. 25
boards.
points. I'll take I think the 12 boards is legit. The 2.5 assists. I don't got Rudy giving up 2.5 assists. No, less.
1.5 still. I can't go less. It's a demon bet.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's
you
either
either go more, you get nothing, man. But Rudy be diamond because he's an offensive.
One
Turnovers,
and a half turnovers, Chill.
more. Please.
I'll take the turnovers. Yes, more. Yes, more. Yes.
So margin. So time out. I want you guys to know what we are in for on playback tonight. Mars is gonna actively be rooting for Julius Randle to chuck threes and actively be rooting for Rudy Gobert to turn the ball over.
Okay, first of all, Rudy
and it's gonna be a hell of a time.
Rudy
too.
Gobert gonna drop the ball whether I root for him or not. That doesn't change anything.
So am I submitting this lineup?
I would personally like to go back to Anthony Edwards and put his scoring on there as a pick for all of us. But this is something that everybody has to be in on, a collective group pick.
I'm down.
Because that 24.5 is a
25 and a half.
He's gonna score 17, but sure.
So you're not with him, Mars?
I'll agree with you guys. It doesn't affect my record.
So you don't like Ron? You don't like this 25 and a half? You think it's more than that?
I'll yeah. But hold on, Ox, go over to the to the Goblin.
No Goblin.
Oh, it's only that. So you can only do the Demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't believe it? You don't believe in him scoring 32?
I don't think Anthony
He's
Davis
sure cracking
is
3
getting 5.5
threes.
assists tonight. I don't think he's doing it.
He's 100% cracking 3 threes. But I rather him 7 assists. He could get 7 assists.
He gonna get 7
too.
assists because Julius Randle gonna make 3 threes. It's connected.
Oh man.
But if Rudy Gobert keep turning the ball over, then what? I just want to take his points.
Then go 31. He gonna get 31 or 32, whatever it is.
Mars, you are disgusting.
Nasty.
The average is
Nasty.
28, and the
Yo,
Lakers defense
chill. Are you
sucks.
good? Are you good with the 25? Or with him getting 26?
I think he goes over that. I think he goes.
So
over
are you good with
that?
that?
32, right? You think he scores 32?
I don't know if he goes
That
for
is
30, but I think he goes for more than 25 tonight.
Ox, if you say no, then it's no. Me and Chill are on board. Mars is on board because he thinks he's going to score over 32.
If I want to, I'm only focused on Anthony Davis. If y'all want to do this for sure, let's do it
this
more.
has no bearing on me. But if Gabe Vincent is as bad as Ron says, like, let's be serious. Anthony Davis should score 32. So why not take the demon?
All right. Take that 25 and a half. Go ahead and throw that on there.
For the more. Yes, sir.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Someone said don't forget the Mahomes pick.
Oh, my man. Mary Picks, miss.
Yeah.
Imagine if we had more demon picks, how much we'd win.
Mars, they got a hotline, bro.
All right, y'all. Scroll up, box.
Can you add
Scroll
any, can you add any more?
No, 6 is the limit, Swiper.
Why, Swiper? Do you have?
Then let's
Them
swipe it
Joe
aside and take
Joe
off Anthony
Burrow
Edwards.
pass yards? Oh my gosh.
He's cooking that.
Who Cincinnati
More.
play this weekend?
They played the Tennessee Titans in a must
He's
win.
gonna smoke them. He's
Yeah,
gonna
he's
smoke.
Oh,
dime them up.
Isn't that Jordan?
Oh, he gonna do what?
He's gonna smoke you guys.
Yeah, he's
throwing
dime
for
them up.
300
He's been
yards.
the best.
Hold on.
He's
We
throwing
about
for
to
300
pick his
yards.
ass off 4 times. We're gonna pick his ass off 2 or 3 times.
Who is we?
What do y'all
Who is we?
believe in more? Y'all
Giants
believe in
fan.
y'all believe in Anthony Edwards or Joe Burrow more?
Joe
I believe
Burrow.
Joe
bro.
Burrow.
I think we
Throwing
take.
for
I
more
think we
than
take
200
off the.
yards.
I think we take off the
how
Pat
many-
Mahomes and then put the Joe Burrow.
Hold on. How many times have y'all seen swipe you in football? How many times have you seen the Titans passing defense get cooked?
No, but they. Well, hold on. Let's just. I mean, do we really want to go through their schedule right now? Because like,
Fellas,
The
right
Tennessee
quick before
Titans-
y'all get into this, I'm about to just close out this segment. Scroll up, Ox, so I can just read off the
I'm up here.
contest. All right, we got Julius Randle, 2.5 threes. Mars went more on that. So we need Julius to get hot from behind the arc tonight. We got Anthony Davis, 48.5 PRA. AD. Oh, well, Ox chose him to go less. So AD, we want you to have a good game, but just don't be great tonight. Austin Reeves, 24 PRA. Austin, come on, do your thing, baby. We need you more. And then we got Rudy Gobert. Big Ox. We got Rudy Gobert, 1.5 turnovers. We got him getting more than that. And then we got Anthony Edwards, 25.5 points tonight. We got him going more than that as well. And then we got a nice little Mary Pixmas cherry on top from Patrick Mahomes. All he has to do is throw for a yard. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a yard. And any time for the rest of this month, there will be a Mary Pixmas pick where somebody that is extraordinary only has to do the bare minimum. And so this is what we're doing. This is $20 to $840. I could get with it. Go ahead and submit that, Big Ox.
We can't do the Patrick Mahomes pick, Ron.
Ron.
Well, you'll figure that out on the back end, but that's our lineup right now. We got our picks, and so that's what we doing.
Yep.
I just want people to know. By the way, Joe Burrow is I think he might be he's like the third quarterback ever to have 4 straight games of 250 plus yards passed and 3+ touchdowns thrown. 4 straight games.
And we stopping that shit.
I don't know where you get this "we" from. Again, their defense.
What do you mean we? Wait a
No,
minute.
this is the thing. The Will Levis is probably going to throw for 250 yards in this game because the defense for the Cincinnati Bengals is so horrific that they're going to be able to get off and throw the ball and score the ball. So again, the Bengals are going to be in another dogfight, and it's going to be another game where Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Mike Gesicki, and Chase Brown are going to have to absolutely keep up. I'm predicting, Jordan, the score is probably going to be like 31-28 Bengals.
You
and
don't
they're
know
gonna
the
have to
Titans
win.
because we ain't gonna score no 28 points, brother.
No, I'm telling you, but I know
I
I've watched every Titans game this year because I got Tony Paul on my fantasy team. I'm telling you right now,
I do
game
too.
script. But if you watch the game script for the Bengals every single week, this is exactly how they play every single week, including the Steelers. The Steelers put 42 points up on them. So however bad you think the offense is, y'all going to get at least over 20. I'm saying at least over 20.
Do you know how bad Will Levis is, though, Swiper?
No, I know, but he's had some good games this year, though. That's all I'm saying, Jordan.
He put together his last 2 or 3 games have been decent, but he's not a good quarterback, bro. Like once he gets under, all you gotta do is just get him under pressure. He's just gonna make.
But remember, Houston, he had 278 versus Houston. I think this is a repeat of that week. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh man,
Tennessee got the worst pass defense in the league. By the way, I just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
think that's gonna work. Okay, yeah.
I got Burrow and Jamar Chase as a stack in one of my fantasy league, my money league, and I know they're about to go crazy this week. So
They go crazy every week though.
yeah. Well, do you?
And
By the way,
Bucks win, though, right?
let
And
me
the
ask
Bucks
you a
win, right?
legit question. You're currently winning the NFC West. Do you have any hope at all
Yes.
for your team in the playoffs?
Swipe up.
Like, no, respectfully, I'm asking. No, don't troll because Geno Smith has 14 TDs and 12 interceptions right now. Do you believe that he's going to be able to at least win one playoff game?
Geno Smith has been good this year.
No, he hasn't.
But I know you guys are gonna look from the. I know you guys are gonna look from the outside looking in. Geno Smith has been a good quarterback.
No, he hasn't.
Jackson Smith and Jigba has been getting busy this year. DK is
Jackson
DK.
has, yes.
So who's throwing him the ball?
DK's
He's throwing it to himself.
DK's been mid this year. So again,
DK does DK things.
No, but look, no. But here's the problem with you, Ron. You get so like hype and emotional, and again, there's different. I do too, but I do about the best in the world. You do about Geno Smith. That's the difference between us. Geno Smith has guess his passer rating this year.
Oh no, you tell me.
90. A 90 passer rating with 14 TDs and 12 interceptions. Any other year, you would say that's mid to bad.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I'm not saying Geno Smith isn't Joe Burrow. He isn't Patrick Mahomes. He isn't none of those guys. Geno Smith is who he is.
He's not even been better than the rookie quarterback this year. He hadn't been better than Bo Nix. He hadn't been better than Drake May in a limited sample size. He hasn't been better than
I watch Geno Smith on a week-to-week basis. I'm perfectly content. I'm perfectly content with what he's doing with the weapons that he has around him.
Even though the numbers say not. And I think Brock Purdy is mid. Do you think he's been better than Brock Purdy this year?
Yes, I've always thought Geno Smith was better than Brock Purdy.
Both mid.
And once again, you guys hate on Geno Smith. I love what Geno Smith does, but that's neither here nor there.
So he's leading the NFL in pass attempts, I believe, and then he's sitting here with 14 TDs and 12 interceptions.
He's second in the NFL in yards passing per game, behind Joe Burrow.
And equating to what? Joe Burrow has 33 touchdowns.
I'm not comparing him to Joe Burrow. I'm just stating that he's second in passing yards per game.
Yeah, because you have to yap that ball all over the place, just like you be yapping all over the show. Anyway, do you think that they're going to be able to win a playoff this year?
Yes, Swiper, yes.
All right.
We are one of the dark horse and scariest teams in the West. Yes.
With a mid defense?
How's our defense mid? Have you seen? That's how I know that. That's how I know you haven't been locked in. That's how
nobody believes in that team.
And nobody believes in the Denver Broncos.
That's cool, but guess what? They 8-5. They 8-5 with a chance to get to the playoffs.
And we 8-5 in the playoffs. We don't have a chance.
I'm also realizing
in the playoffs.
In a weak NFC West, you're not even better than the Rams. And I'm telling you right now, if you have to see them in the playoffs, y'all are done. Out of here.
Cool. Who y'all got to see in the playoffs?
It don't matter. Honestly, I don't care. If we see the Kansas City Chiefs, I hope we see Kansas City. I'm hoping we see Kansas City.
Come on,
I'm hoping.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way hell you want to see them. Ain't no way.
They've already beat them. They've already beat them last year. And they got away with a block field goal this year. I'm hoping we see Kansas City.
Man,
the only team I'll say this like this, Ron. The only team that I think they would really struggle with is the Ravens. The Bills don't have the weapons. Josh Allen doesn't have the line. The Broncos got the best defensive line.
So y'all have beat the Bills.
The Broncos again. They
have
the
me
best
saying we
rush
could win a
in
game.
the NFL and the best corner in the NFL, and their offense has been very good. It's pretty good this year. Yeah, for sure. I don't think they will beat them. But making a game.
Swiper, I'm gonna tell you something I learned back at Auburn.
At Auburn,
don't trust Bo Picks.
Auburn from 5 years ago. Oh, okay.
Don't
Ron, who were you 5 years ago?
Bo Picks.
All right, that's
all I know. Somebody who trusted Bo Picks.
5 years.
But all right, y'all, we got some super chat, so let's go ahead and get into it. My man DSG Piccolo sent through a $25 super chat. He said, "We really doing this, Ron?" Okay. Last week, Cam Spencer dropped 51, 75 from the field, 75% from the field, hitting 12 threes. Let's talk about it then. Also,
my dog, Cam Spencer.
the tank continues against Area 51 tonight. Gonna be a good day.
Spurs
Area 51?
Blazers. Good game. Spurs Blazers. It's a good game.
And definitely shout out Cam Spencer. Shout out everybody in the G League that gets off.
Anyone who's in the G League, shout out to you. But yeah, Spurs Blazers.
I'm here for it. I watch Blazer games. I do.
Hey, by the way, just run. The Seahawks they're 11th in scoring defense, they're 21st in run defense, and 10th in pass defense. Again, in mid defense.
Okay, can you do this since we got my man? Can you do this since we got one of the best middle linebackers in the league? Can you do this since our rookie players have really stepped up?
Do what?
Can you do our defense? Show me our defense in the last 7 weeks. You do that for me.
Chill. Wait, chill. Can you address what happened last night, by the way?
What, Hannah Hill Doggo? That's what I'm talking about? Hannah Hill
No, with DeAndre.
No, that happened last night.
Just leaving. Just
Yeah,
left.
for sure.
How many did she finish with, Ox?
Shit, I can't remember.
I think she had
Can't
35
remember.
or something like that.
And
got
she
30
wasn't the
something.
title.
It was 30 something.
Yeah,
It was it 35 or 33?
something like that, like 35. I
More
think
than
she had.
Bronny. That's what it was.
Man, what's up?
First of all,
with Bronny trade?
First of all,
I
know we gotta move on, right?
The what you call it, the Christmas thing, so I can't watch the whole game. But I seen enough.
I know that.
I've seen
I know we
enough
got.
too.
I know we got to move on, Ron. But we've been decimated by
29.
injury. We've been decimated by injury.
For
Greenlaw
30 years,
proves-
you've been decimated by injury? Damn.
Nah, chill. Because when I came up here earlier in the year, and we were on a 3-game losing streak, and I said that we had injuries on our defense, and we was missing our starting running back. You and Swiper told me basically, shut the hell up. We don't care. Y'all suck. So you know what, chill? You know what, chill? Y'all suck. I don't want to hear no exexcuses. All right. Y'all still got George Kittle. Y'all still got Debo. Y'all still got who's the other boy?
we got Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. Who's your other receiver?
Paschal.
Even though we missing both of our wide receivers, even though we missing both our starting wide receivers, and
No, you're not.
missing
You're not
Jennings.
missing
Rashad Jennings was there last night.
Yeah, he was there yesterday.
Debo
Not
was there last night.
Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings.
That's-
Yeah, my bad.
Is he
So-
the one who went on Twitter crying about him not touching the ball enough?
No, that was Debo.
No, that was
He didn't-
Debo.
He, didn't
He was
cry.
there
All
last
he
night
said-
too.
Yeah,
He
he
was. Yeah,
I seen
he
that.
dropped the ball. He dropped one pass. It would have bad.
He dropped two. No, he dropped two.
Right.
But the one over the middle was horrible though. Like it was a
So is he like Rudy Gobert? He not getting the ball for a reason?
No, he's not Rudy Gobert. Chill. Can you
No.
please address the fact that DeAndre Campbell, historically good linebacker, said I'm not playing.
Right, and that was. I don't think he's going to be on the crew after this week. Yeah, I think he's getting cut. No doubt about it. He's 100% getting cut. Now, I'm not somebody who thinks that you should lose your job over injury.
Yeah,
and
you should lose your job
I-
or quitting.
But definitely 100%, Jordan. If you quit, you out.
Pouting?
Yes,
He
100%.
quit. His ass got out the game. He quit. Like that's
Yeah,
quitting.
he left. He left.
And if the
Swiper.
coach, bro, I don't.
No,
give a
I
damn
know.
what
Dre-
level
yeah,
you
Dre
is. If a
Greenlaw
coach
came
tell
back
you to do
yesterday.
something, you
He
do it.
left.
Look, if a coach tell you to do something, you do it. I don't give a damn about none of that. You need to do what the coach tell you to do. He told you to go get in the game, take your
agree
snap.
with that.
Do what the coach tell you to do, bro. You gonna quit and shit, and now your teammates look at you like you crazy, bro. You lost respect
We
in the
can't
locker
run with
room.
this dude no more.
I don't want nobody in my locker room. And we going through a time of like the 49ers are going
A
through a time.
crisis. A crisis, like
bro.
you said.
You gonna
Yes.
quit? Get your ass out of my. Bro, I don't want you.
Hold
around.
on. Let me say before Swiper does. That man made the organization $700 million. He don't got to listen to the coach. That's a black man. He don't got to listen to the coach. He made them millions of dollars. Sold all the jerseys. Man, listen to your damn coach. Go play
Man,
football.
No matter what you do, listen to your coach.
So we've been
Listen to your
to my point, Ron, because you just brought up all the injuries that you've had. Okay, so our starting running back was out for half the season.
Christian
We lost-
McCaffrey, yeah.
We lost Brandon Ayuk. So
Yeah.
and we lost him for the season. We lost even though Jennings played last night, he's been in and out of the lineup. So we just got Greenlaw back. Literally just got him back yesterday. Last time he played,
He had a
was in
good
the
game
bowl
last night too.
Yeah, last time he played, he was in the bowl game. Our offense was garbage last night. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was complete and utter trash. We only lost by what did we lose by a touchdown, and we didn't score. And we didn't score a
Because
touchdown.
Brock
We only
Purdy
lost by
threw
a
the
touchdown.
worst pick of the season.
Yeah, that was bad. The 100. I don't have us making the playoffs.
And y'all got both.
No, they ain't making the playoffs.
Obviously,
Yeah,
y'all
I
not
don't
making the playoffs.
I don't have us
That shit
making the
over with,
playoffs.
Till.
No, yeah.
That shit
I don't have
over
us
with,
making the
Till.
playoffs. No
Yeah,
doubt.
you,
about it.
you and Swipe are both gonna be playoff lists, and I'm gonna be up here bragging and boasting.
Yeah.
Hey,
No,
guess what?
it
Guess
ain't
what?
gonna be
But-
just them two. It's gonna be us too. We ain't gonna
No,
make it.
well, you don't think the Broncos making the playoffs? Are we putting another PC bet on it? Broncos ain't making the playoffs.
We could bet that the Seahawks have a better playoff performance than the Broncos. We could bet that.
I'll be willing to bet that. We can bet that. Let's
All
for
right,
sure.
I
Let's do that.
I can't wait for that time to come.
The C
And,
trash.
and week one was our best week of the season.
And by the way, Swiper, you got some nerve talking about the weekend NFC West. I got the worst team in football in your division.
Get
In the
'em.
Raiders.
Ooh,
You got
Get
some
'em.
nerve.
we got
Talking
three.
about-
No, wait. Just to
Give
be
me a
clear. Just to be
break.
clear.
You got
Just to
get
be
the
clear.
hell
We
outta
got
here.
three.
Y'all got the
elite teams.
worst team in.
No, hold on,
football in
chill.
your
We got
division.
three
In the
teams with a better record than you. Hush.
I don't care. And you
Hush.
got the worst. No, you hush.
Hey,
Because you
wait.
got the worst team
Just
in
make
football
me
in your
say
division.
hush.
I'm not trying to hear that. You
Wait
hush.
a minute.
Y'all got the
Hush.
worst team in football in your
Wait a
division.
minute. You got a
So
losing
you hush.
record. Wait
Absolutely.
a minute. Don't get too
The
far
last
me.
time that
They
The Chargers
they
got
do
a
got the
better
Chargers
record than
and-
you. The
and
Broncos
they
got
got
a
the
better
worst
record
team in
than
the
you.
they got the
The
worst
Chiefs
team in
got
pro
a
football
better
in
record
their
than you.
division. The worst.
You ain't
You
making
talk
the
about the NFC
playoffs
West.
in
Give me a
the
break. It's the
NFC
same
or the
Denver Bronco
AFC.
team, if I'm not mistaken.
You
That's
finna
the
be
first time they'll be making the
on the
playoffs
sideline
since they won a
while
Super Bowl
I'm
in
watching the
2015. Give me a break.
Hush.
Give me a
Wait a
break.
minute. Just
Give me a
hush.
break. So
Wait a
super
minute.
corny
Just
what Denver is. Super goofy. Get out of here. Worst
Yo,
team in
Sniper.
football in the division.
Swiper might go double, triple, quadruple plat with that.
Worst
Wait
team
a
in-
minute,
you better
just
get that on wax, bro. That just hush.
Worst
Wait a
team in
minute.
football. And they talking about the NFC West is whack. Get the hell out of here.
Oh man.
Guaranteed.
All right,
next time you bring up some Julius Randle propaganda, just hush. Wait a minute.
No, y'all
just
do
hush.
know people
Wait
can't,
a minute.
people can't go 14 seconds with what I'm saying without losing concentration. So people are starting to. I thought this was NBA.
Thanks
This
to
was football
TikTok.
basketball.
Thanks to TikTok and Instagram.
14 seconds is there. They're done.
That's
They're
that
done.
14-minute gratification right there.
All right, y'all. We getting back to hoop. We getting
On
back
a
to
lot
hoop.
of screens.
It's
on a lot
we
of
get
apps.
we getting deep in the NFL season, so we're gonna talk about the NFL just a little bit, just like we talk about other sports. We talked about the G League today. We talked a bit about the Euro League. We will talk about women's college basketball today too. So obviously this is a primary NBA show, but we will talk about other leagues and other sports from time to time. And shout out to Juan Soto too, signing that major contract, by the way.
METS, Mets.
Mm.
Dudes is really upset about
They
Juan
burning-
Soto. He
they
said it,
burning
Ron.
jerseys.
After they lost Ron in the World Series, what did he say in the press conference? Where the dough at? That's all he asked. And these Yankee dudes is getting mad. Where is the dough?
He
The
went and got
Mets
it.
said, here, the Mets said, here it is right here. All right, I'm out. Bye.
But
And
it
I-
is crazy though, Chill. It is crazy though for this to be coming from the Yankees is crazy. All the money they done threw at players to bring them to their team, and now when they get hit with their own medicine, it's like
Now they mad. Give me a break.
that's crazy. That's just crazy to me. And mind you, Chill. I love the Yankees. Always have loved the Yankees. But this type of crybaby antics, I can't
I
get
hate the
behind
Yankees.
this.
I don't dislike the Yankees. I hate
You know what I'm
them.
saying? I can't
I
get
don't like the
behind
Yankees,
this.
'cause why they still don't let you
They
know?
was paying A-Rod. They was paying A-Rod more than the whole Marlins team combined.
Facts. That was
You know
wrong.
what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
But
And now
why they don't let you have a mustache? That's stupid as hell to me, bro.
that's just the rules. Follow the rules. Just like you said,
know.
just like you said a second
I'm
ago,
not on the
Jordan.
Yankees. I'm not on the Yankees. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but when your coach or manager or team owner say to do something, do it.
I would have
right?
done it. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
doing it for playing on you. I'm just saying, but why can't I have a mustache? Like,
They
Tank,
wanted
why
to be
would you
clean cut.
Tank, why would you call me a front runner? Like, do you know what a front runner is? I'm really interested in knowing if you know what, because Tank wants to troll, or I'm sorry, Tank wants to come at me. Tank, tell everybody here exactly what a front runner is in your estimation, because I need to understand what a front runner is, because maybe I am. Maybe I think it's something different. Tank, can you tell me what a front runner is? I'm asking you, what exactly is a front runner, Tank? So I'm clear, because it's our job to engage in a chat. That's why you guys are here. You guys are here for us, and we're here for you. So Tank, I'm talking to you specifically, Tank, because you want to be a part of the show. So Tank, tell me, so I understand it, what exactly is a front runner, so I can know if I'm a front runner or not. So please, I'm all ears, Tank. What is that? What exactly is a front runner, so I can know that? I'm listening to you. I'm not listening to Ron right now. Tank, I'm listening to you. What exactly is a front runner? so I can understand it. Because you want to call me that, and you just said, got him, chat, even though you guys are here for us and we're here for you, right? That's why we're here. That's what the show is about, to engage with you guys and you guys engage with us. Okay, so Tank, tell me what a front runner is.
Tank, you better stand on your nuts, Tank.
So tell me what a front runner is. So I'm clear, Tank.
Stand on them, Tank.
What exactly is a front runner?
Tank, stand on them little peas. Let's go.
The contestant that is leading in a race or other competition. So so if that's the case, that means that I'm a winner. That sounds like a winner. If you're leading in competition, is that what I am? I'm a winner. Is that what you're calling me? Because that's not what a front runner is, and I don't think that's what you mean. So again, what exactly, in your estimation, to you, what do you think a front runner is, Tank? Because again, you want to involve me in what you're doing, so I'm going to involve you in what I'm doing. What exactly is a front runner, Tank? Go ahead.
14-second gratification.
I'm listening, Tank. Because again, I'm here for you, brother. I'm here for you. You can't call me something and not know what it is. And
Come
just
on,
say,
Tank. Get on your tiptoes on them peas. Get on your tiptoes, Tank. Let's go.
It sounds wild as hell. You can't call me something and then not know what it is, because now you have to defend it. It's the same as trying to defend somebody else's logic when it's not your logic. So again, I know you're probably looking up front runner right now, which means you don't know what it is. So tell me, sir, what have you found out?
You know what? You know what?
Chill. You are the epitome of a front runner. Open the dictionary on your own picture. Okay, so what that says right there? That says, Tank, because again, we're going to involve you in the show. So what that says is, because I said so. You're not telling me exactly what a front runner is. This is you. You are this. Okay, so what is that exactly, Tank? You don't know what it is. You heard it from other people. You don't know what it is, but you're calling me that. So tell me again what a front runner is. Let me tell you what a front runner is. A front runner is somebody who's only around when things are good. They're not around when things go the other way. They don't care when things are bad. They're only around when things are good. That's what a front runner is. If I was a front runner, I wouldn't be a Jason Tatum fan. If I was a front runner, I wouldn't be down with LeBron James because of all the collapses that he had. If I was a front runner, I wouldn't be a Jason Tatum fan. So again, when you why is your face like that, Swiper? Why is your face like that?
How are supporting LeBron?
Your turn, Swiper.
No, I just want clarification. How is supporting LeBron and Tatum like examples to show you're not a front runner?
Very clearly. So what
happened? Do your antennas just go up when you hear Tatum? Like that?
I just heard LeBron. I have a friend of mine made a similar argument. I want to hear it. Go ahead.
That's fine, Jordan. So everything that happened. So in 2019, what happened with Jason Tatum? They weren't very good. In 2020, when they lost in the Eastern Conference Championship, why don't I get out then? In 2022, when he had the awful finals performance that he had, why don't I get out then? Why am I still hanging around this dude? Why am I still supporting this dude?
Haven't they made 6 Eastern Conference Finals?
Right, and with them making those finals, why didn't I get out before? Why am I still
around?
For
what? That's who else can say they started their career off like in the first 7 years making 6 Eastern Conference Finals?
Who else didn't say that?
Who else can say that they've started their career off going to that many Eastern Conference Finals? Hey, by the way, being a front runner for LeBron. I mean, LeBron was the #1 overall pick, the best ever. Best ever generational prospect. I don't know if you can like get off of LeBron. Like it's LeBron.
Really? So
he was already best in the world at 24.
If that's true, so what happened in 2009 when they had an opportunity to beat Orlando in the playoffs and they didn't? I could have got out then.
They lost.
Right? I could have got out then. So what happened when they
trash.
Again? So what happened in 2000? So in 2010 when they lost, I could have got out then. You know what? This guy just ain't good enough. I'm out on this dude. I don't want nothing to do with this dude. What happened in the collapse in 2000?
He was already top of the league though.
Even if he was, Swiper, that's not the point. The point is that it wasn't getting it done.
Yeah, if anything, I should get credit. I should get credit for predicting everything about Joker. You know what I mean? That's what you should have used. Should have just Swiper's not a front runner because he was there with the start. You jumping on LeBron, the #1 overall pick, generational prospect, best player in the world, 24. That's not like front running. It's just you did what everybody else was doing.
LeBron James,
everybody else was doing.
In the league in
24 in 2009. Yeah, 1000% easy. Yeah.
I thought you said in 2024. You said at 24. Okay.
At 24. Yeah, at 24 years. At 24.
I thought you said in 2024.
No, I was just saying, Chill. I feel like you're going a little hard on Tank. Okay, I want to defend Tank's honor. He calls you a front runner. I think you cooked him thoroughly enough. And Chill, you also told me that one of your, because Chill and I talk. We talk often, like every day. One of the things you told me is that going into 2025, you want to make some resolutions.
I
Your
do.
resolution was saying you were not going to argue with the chat anymore. Let's make today
No.
one of those days.
Here's the difference, though. Here's the difference with that, Swiper. 2025 is in 20 more days. It ain't 2025 yet. So, nah, we ain't there yet. I will make that resolution when we get to 2025. However, right now, no, we ain't there.
So that means these suckers can get it, right?
Yes. Until then, until then, no, we still can do it. So if you're going to talk about me, and what I'm saying is, if you're going to talk about me and you're going to make claims about me, get your story straight. Don't call me a front runner when you don't know what a front runner is. Don't call me that. Don't call me Judas Town when you don't even know who.
What does
Judas
that mean?
is.
What does Judas Town mean?
Who
I don't
said
even know what that
Judas
means.
Town? All right, let's move on. Let's move
that's
on.
not a move on.
You
Hold on,
guys
Ron.
already
Explain
said-
the context.
Judas Town? I'm not.
Explain the
No,
context.
I'm not touching that.
Explain the
call me
context.
that when you
No,
don't even know
explain
I'm
the
what
not
that is.
touching that. I'm
Don't call
not.
me that. Don't call me that
Judas
when you
Town
don't know
is
what it
mad
is.
creative.
That is
I'm not gonna lie to you.
insane.
That's mad creative.
Yo, no, that's not.
30 for
that
30
is-
pieces of silver chill.
All right, so we got super chats, y'all. We got super chats. My man Maradi Zombie said, "Where is that light skinned Kailu at, or lookalike at?"
Caillou.
I'm
Caillou.
Anytime
Caillou look-alike. He said, "We need to get to the bottom of why on court game Dirk was better than Kobe in 06. I don't care about Bronny."
On court game.
There's no way you're gonna answer to that
I
question.
actually think.
There's no way you need to answer to that. You're not
I
Caillou,
can.
dude.
This
Don't let
is,
nobody do that.
I truly have done this. We've gone over every MVP here. I do think
Hello,
though
Mars.
that what we should do is we should actually have a real.
I had to come
segment
back
about
for this. Yeah, I had to come back for this.
We should have a real segment about this when we actually get a chance to, instead of talking about whatever way. We should design like a whole hour for this because I do have to go at 1 o'clock today, unfortunately.
I have 44
Why
minutes.
would you sit up there, Swiper? Why would you sit up there and respond to the Caillou slander? Like at that
Caillou.
point, you don't know who they talking about. That's what you just said. I don't know. Who
Well, no, we had it yesterday. It was yesterday with me and Chill.
No,
and then
the
versus Mars and-
Caillou. I'm saying you're not.
It wasn't really
Caillou.
versus you guys.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
They said the Caillou lookalike, and you raised your hand and said, "Yeah."
Well, I don't know what that means. Who is Caillou?
Because he a baldy. He bald headed.
Who's
He
Caillou?
bald-headed.
Hey,
You don't know
Swiper.
Caillou?
Swiper, you know-
Let
Swiper, you know Krillin.
How you
He
spell it?
kind of looked like Krillin.
I would just ignore that one, Swiper.
Well, no, I'm
Swiper.
definitely not Krillin. Ron, if anybody's the Krillin up here, is you or
I never said you were Krillin.
Either way, he might have called you that. You know, said that's all bad. But
I'm freezing this final
I
four.
want to know the answer though.
Yeah, I want to know how Dirk is better than Kobe.
You gonna answer to it? That's
Well,
tricky.
Jordan, here's the thing. Like, I understand the whole Caillou thing, and I would like to get into that, but it's something that's really at hand that we have to get to the bottom of. Swiper's trying to run from it, but remember, you wouldn't let me run from that KD take, so I can't let you run from this take. So I can't let you. So I can't see now. You trying to go back? You trying to
know what you're
deflect.
talking
No,
about. What
Swiper.
KD
No. Remember when I said KD was in top 10 since 2000 and yada yada yada. Remember I was trying to get off of that, and you wouldn't let me get off of it. So I can't let you get off of this, Jordan. This is the context.
Trying to get off. Anything.
Swiper said that 2006 Dirk
Regular season.
was better than 2006 Kobe.
Regular season.
No, he didn't.
So now we must get into this.
Regular
And
season.
then at the end of the show said yesterday at the end of the show said tomorrow we will be back to debate this. I swear, yada yada yada. We have to make a segment about
You
this.
set up a versus with me and you, and then you set up no verse. You set up a Bronny segment. That's what you did. So I don't want to hear that.
That was the first hour of the show. We're in the second hour of the show now.
And we got
Jordan,
games
just
to get to, too.
just for extra context, the conversation started with who were guys who were definitively the best player in the world.
Yes.
That's how
Yeah.
we started
NBA.
this.
So, and
It
the
was
names
the-
we came, the
the
names
conversation-
we came to aren't really relevant. But just to summarize, we had Bill Russell, Wilt Chamberlain, Kareem, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Hakeem, Shaq, LeBron, and then Jokic. And then the names that got the most contested were Giannis and Kobe. And then the reason Kobe got contested is because apparently
There were a
Dirk
litany of
Nowitzki
players.
was better than Kobe at basketball.
Well, no, that's not what happened. There were a litany of players that were in the conversation with
Yeah,
them
and Dirk was the one that
from
was argued the most
2005 to 8. And then we also had who are the other players that we putting out?
Tim
Yes,
Duncan was
there
put
was
down
Tim
by Chill.
Duncan.
Tim Duncan was put down by Chill. We spoke about
Kevin
KG in the early 2000s, but we didn't
Yep.
bring up in the 06 to 08. And then
Mhm.
Steve Nash was the actual MVP, so he got a
Yep.
mention, but no one was saying he was the best. The argument ended up being about Dirk Nowitzki being better than Kobe from 06 to 08.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
ain't
the
really.
argument
No,
was.
I didn't. No, not. Oh,
That's
we
what
said
that's
1
what
year.
the that's what the
We said 1
context of
year.
the argument was.
We said 1 year.
Mostly was 07.
Swiper. I can't give
No.
you that.
We,
Well, look,
I,
but look,
I argued
though,
for
but-
1 year. 1 year.
Well,
1
look,
year.
Jordan, just to be clear, there was a lot going on. There was a lot of yelling happening. Nobody really got to really get through to each other. The reason that I was so adamant to keep bringing up Dirk Nowitzki between those years is because what we were talking about was when somebody is a clear-cut best player. And I just wanted to bring up the point that in those days, when I was a freshman and a sophomore, junior in high school, we were 100% having conversations about Dirk Nowitzki. I was there. We were having these conversations. So since we're having these conversations, I think it's only right to say, well, Kobe couldn't have been the clear cut if we were arguing about it. And that's all I'm saying. Now, Kobe could have been better than Dirk. Sure, no problem. Yeah. Fine. Dirk could have been better than Kobe. Whatever, whichever way you want to go, that's fine. But the conversations were being had, and that's all I'm saying. So
it was. I mean,
and
it
this
was being
is-
had.
and this
with
is in
LeBron
Sacramento.
and Kobe too, though.
And if we
Where you guys were having these
it don't-
conversations.
it don't-
It's
it don't-
Sacramento.
I don't want to do that shit today.
I'm just
bro.
asking you,
I don't
in
want to do that
2006
shit today. Like,
In
oh,
2006, were you in Dallas or were you in Sacramento?
Everybody hates Kobe Bryant because what happened is like that shit is dumb.
That's not even what I'm getting at. I'm saying, were you in Sacramento?
I know that these were the conversations that were having in this whole gap of time from 2003 to 2008. There was a lot of players that we were talking about who's the best in the league. Tim Duncan, Tracy McGrady, Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, of course, Dirk Nowitzki. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was having these conversations. That's why I'm like, in that group, in that gap of time, can we please not act like everybody was just having just straight Kobe conversations? Now, a lot of people are going to revise history. R.I.P. Kobe. A lot of people don't know, and they just can't believe that anybody would talk about Dirk Nowitzki in that light. But that's just what it was, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's eerily similar to right now. It's like, yes, people are having it. You have your Allen Ailes with Luka. You have your me's with Giannis. You have your U's with Sabonis. I never said people. No, okay. That's not what I'm getting at. I'm saying you have people that are very high in these players. You have Mars with Embiid. You have guys that are very high. People with Shea. People with Shea.
Shout out to Jack Coty with Tatum.
Jack Cody with Tatum. You know, you have your people that do think that these players are all of that. But at the end of the day, everybody knows that Giannis right now is the best player in the world.
Facts.
I mean, not Giannis. Jokic is the best player in the world.
You was right.
Yeah, but Ron, when you just said it about Giannis, there are people that think that. There are people that would die hard argue with you about Giannis over Jokic, and I'm not mad at them because Giannis is a great player.
But then you would have to say no one's definitive.
Then, okay, well that's fine, except for Jordan, except for Jay and LeBron for them couple years. That's it, but when Kareem,
there were people saying KD was better.
Yeah, not in 2013, not in 2012, not in 2011.
Someone talk to Dell, man. Someone find Dell.
Well, I don't even think Dell would say that in those days. You know
he thinks KD better than Bron, period.
When we get to 2014, fine. But nobody in their right mind is going to say that. So you can't find one person that'll seriously 100% say that Kevin Durant was better than LeBron James in 2011, 2012. No, you won't.
So what does the consensus have to be?
Dell's mouth since 2012.
I don't know. I don't know. Right? And that's fair, Ron.
The majority.
You're right. Probably the majority thing.
The majority.
I think a majority also thought Kobe was the best.
But again, majority. But we talked about this yesterday. Majority is going to go to the narrative conversation, which again I think it's fine. Like it is what it is. Like that's just how we have to talk about basketball. The narrative has to be in there. But I think if you're talking about like actual on court play and value, I think the basketball conversation is completely separate. Like I think that, and again, this is me. And again, everybody's going to point out like I have a bias, which is fine. Like I'm good with that. But I also believe, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. I also believe that you can make an argument that Jokic from 21, 22 is a better player than Giannis. Because in the regular season, he was. And I think the information that I have always used for MVP proved it. Joker did not enter best in the world conversation until he won his first MVP and afterwards. Up to that point, I didn't even think he was a top 5 consensus player, period. At all.
I mean, but Swiper, to be fair, Giannis didn't get crowned the best player in the world until he won MVP and then won a championship and then won a Finals MVP. So you have to do something in order for the masses to believe in you.
For
But that's the narrative. Go ahead.
And Ron, what you just said, that's where the divide is with me and Mars, because Mars looks at a guy strictly as a basketball player and how good he is as a basketball player.
How dare I do that?
No, and I'm not saying that that's not the case, Mars, and I'm not saying that that's not a good thing, because I do that too. But the stuff that they produce and accolades matter. The MVP matters. Being an All-Pro matters. Being an All-League defender matters. That stuff matters. And with a guy like Dirk Nowitzki, who was almost a 50-40-90 guy, who was first-team All-Pro in 2005, 2006, and took that team to the NBA Finals, the idea that he was not in the conversation for the best player on the planet, that's just not true, because he was. He 100%.
Chill. You was around in those times too. You heard this conversation.
I was around.
My argument is not that people had. I've heard the most outrageous conversations be had. I'm not saying conversations weren't had, and I'm not saying it's outrageous. And if you let me finish, I'm not saying that was an outrageous conversation. I'm saying I've heard anything be conversated. The argument is who were guys who were definitively the best player in the world. And when we were discussing it, we were talking about guys who, the way I interpret it, I guess, forgive me, was who do we think was they were the best player in the world, and there was no conversation for us. Not it shouldn't have been based on the masses. Because if that's the case, then we're going to get into this narrative stuff, and I still think the MVP stuff is stupid. But if we're talking about who were guys who were the definitive best players in the world, there were guys like for all of Bill Russell's career, there were guys who thought Wilt Chamberlain was better than him the whole time. So then he wasn't definitive. He never was. Same thing with Wilt Chamberlain, because during Wilt Chamberlain's career that overlapped with Bill Russell, there were guys who always thought Bill Russell was better than him. So neither one of them were definitive. But we agreed as a panel that both of them had times where they were definitive, not because it was the consensus, but because we could use our own brains and realize in the early 60s, from 1958, 59 to like 64, Bill Russell was the best player in the world. From 1965 to 67, for example, Wilt Chamberlain was the best player in the world. We understood that. It wasn't because it was the consensus, because we know it wasn't the consensus. We have guys like Larry Bird. There were guys who always thought Magic Johnson was better than him. But we said it was a consensus. You know why? Because we look back on it all. Chill was there at the time and said Larry Bird was the best player in the world. Not because everyone agreed on it, because you never agree on everything.
I got a lot of heat for that too.
All of this is subjective. But we came to that agreement as a panel. I'm sure in the 90s, there were some, excuse my French, brain dead people who thought Michael Jordan wasn't the best player in the world. There was probably some people out there.
That was
in fact, I've read some like online, not articles, but like blog posts, like I don't know what you guys actually had in the like Reddit for the 90s. I've read one of them. Someone calling Michael Jordan the most overrated player ever in like 1993 or something.
Well, Skip Bayless said that in the 80s. So yeah,
like I've read that. So like and that's not saying that's a consensus opinion. I'm saying there are people who are just going to disagree with that. Same thing with Shaq. There are probably people who have said Kobe was better than Shaq even during the three-peat. So even that's not a consensus. If we're going to say, oh, everyone has to agree on it to be definitive, then I think you guys are using it as a cop-out to say Kobe wasn't definitive. When we all understood for every other forums, thank you, Mr. Burnout. When we all understand for every other player, it wasn't about everyone unanimously agreed, because that's never happens in NBA history. But we're trying to use that as the little cop-out to try and say Kobe was never definitive.
Well, Mars, I also
understood Bill Russell was definitive is the same argument that would be used for Kobe. So with that being understood, the argument of this guy is the best in the league and no one is really close to him, then I need to understand, how was Dirk Nowitzki better than Kobe Bryant? Not why were people arguing it. How would you make the argument that Dirk Nowitzki was better than Kobe Bryant?
And if we're talking about on-court players, it was 2 or 3 on-court players better than Dirk. With all due respect to Dirk.
No, there was not that year. Not 06,
like
07.
who, man? Like who?
Kevin Garnett.
No, he wasn't.
But look, this is what I'm trying to say, bro. In 2007, in 2006, and 2007, Ron, you can't tell me that you can name 2-3 people that were definitively better than Dirk Nowitzki.
And also, by the way,
you can't make that argument.
And to be clear, that season, in terms of, again, this is why, like,
you guys are arguing Dirk's MVP season, right? 2007.
You said what?
You guys are
saying
07.
I'm saying
06, 07. I'm saying 06, 07.
And Chill saying 05, 06.
I'm talking about 05, 06.
Sure.
Okay, so you're talking about the finals year, and Swipe is talking about the MVP year.
Yeah, I'm talking about the MVP season. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are having two different discussions.
I'm talking.
No. I'm saying, but like,
I guess the point is the same, regardless. I guess.
Well, Mars, yeah, I think to dilate it back to the point, This is why I'm saying I think the conversation around Kobe, the narrative was he was the best player in the world, which I'm fine with. Like even myself as a child was perfectly okay with that because Kobe was Kobe. No one had the effect on like basketball culture like Kobe did. I wanted to be Kobe. Everybody wanted to be Kobe. But I think if you're just talking about in terms of best on the court, I functionally believe that the best argument for best player in the world that year was probably Dirk in the regular season. But then once you get to the playoffs, he flamed out in those 5 games. They lost, and then he had to come back and get his MVP. I think that had a traumatic impact on the narrative around Dirk. And I also think for Dirk himself, Dirk has talked about this, that he was embarrassed. He wished he didn't even have to. He wanted somebody else to get the award. He was embarrassed to go back and have to get that award. It was horrible. The whole situation was horrible. The NBA was embarrassed because of what happened. But I think if you just look at Dirk's regular season, though, I don't know if there was a single player, including Steve Nash, that was more impactful over the course of that 06-07 regular season than Dirk. And the only other real conversation I would have, and I would say there's 3 other people you could argue. There was Garnett, there was Nash, and there was Kobe. And traditionally, the things that I would look at to determine who was the best and most effective player that year, those things mostly lean Dirk in terms of the on-court performance, the swing performance, the impact, the efficiency, the volume, all that stuff. Like how well they performed when he was on the court. I mean, Dirk was like tremendous that season. Somebody said Wade too. So again, if you want to say, and again, I'm fine with this, that because of like the stuff that Kobe is and what he does and the legacy about Kobe. And then once Kobe got Gasol and Bynum and Artest and the rest of the roster and Derek Fisher came back, and Trevor Ariza, they went to another level, another level. And then Kobe was able to go to the playoffs and show everybody that I am the best, clear best. And then now the conversation shifts. But that's what I'm saying. That's where it gets murky for me because I can show you where Dirk in an 82-game sample size was a better player. But again,
with me and you, a lot of people jump that me and you are Kobe haters. And I don't never discredit Kobe game. Kobe was nasty. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this, to your point, Mars, when it comes to just conversation, narratives, or whatever y'all want to call it, I'm telling you, Dwayne Wade is the reason.
D-Wade was never the best in the NBA.
I didn't say that. What I said is Dwayne Wade is the reason that Dirk isn't held in such a high regard in narrative talks. If it wasn't for Dwayne Wade in 06 coming through like he did, there would a lot of these conversations that people pretend didn't happen. They would be a lot more open to realize these conversations were happening. They'll be a lot more willing to open their minds, open their eyes, and realize Dirk was him.
That was going on.
05, 06, and 07. Dirk Nowitzki was 100% held in very high regard. Absolutely. And that I just want to point that out.
Would never held in Kobe talk, though.
We understand everybody forgets the loser. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In 06, Dirk was the loser. But before that, Dirk was giving it to everybody.
And also, he was one of the best playoff players in the league. Consistently from the start with one of the best playoff players in the league.
You know how many times
prior to the 06 finals and then the 07 first round.
But Mars, you know how many times I've had to pretend like Dirk didn't just kill KG? Do you know how many times I got in conversations? You know how many times in conversations when we get to talk about KG and Dirk?
That's when Dirk called him that name in German.
You know how many times I got to excuse myself for conversations just to pretend like that shit didn't happen? Like, bro, Dirk used to get at KG. He used to get at Rasheed. He used to get at Webber. He used to get at
early on, and when KG was in those Tim Duncan talks, early on, he was smoking Kevin Garnett, consistently smoking him. Even if you go to the early series they played, when they swept them, dog walking Kevin Garnett. And I think Kevin Garnett
I gotta pretend like that didn't happen.
KG could never guard Dirk. I'm gonna be honest. That was the one.
Nobody could. Who could guard Dirk?
Agree. There was 2 guys who KG, in my opinion, just couldn't do anything with. It was Shaq and it was Dirk. Yeah. He just couldn't do anything with them. Right. But this is, I guess, my gripe with Swiper. If the argument you're making is Dirk in that regular season had the better regular season or was the better performing player in the regular season, that's a different argument than who's the best player in the world. And I already posed this question yesterday when asking about LeBron James and how, even though he wasn't being the best performing regular season player for 5-6 years, but people still knew he was the best player in the world.
Right.
And you understood that. You said some of it was because of playoffs and some of it was because of the reputation he's already built. But my issue is, we can understand there's a difference between better performing player or better regular season and better player.
Well,
But
but
you
again, to
seem
be
to
clear,
saying
Dirk
Dirk's
had
the better
three.
player because he had a better regular season.
No, Dirk had three
That's why I'm
straight elite regular
Yes.
seasons, and then had, I would say, 4 elite series over the course of that point, and then had 2 mid ones, which is finals and then the first round. And I think the issue is with this whole thing about best of the world. I think Kobe got the same due. It got the same due in that era as LeBron did. And I think with LeBron, after that 12-13 year or 13-14 year last MVP season, those regular seasons from then on out were not the same level. They just weren't. He didn't have to perform up to the standard. And so LeBron was getting the same due that because he showed it in back-to-back NBA finals, he got in the finals in 2007, and then because of the playoff performances and because of the simple fact of the matter, when you get into slowed down half-court basketball, there's not a single player that impacts winning more than LeBron does, even just from a metric standpoint or just from like a raw data standpoint. I think Kobe was also getting that due, but the problem is I do think that Kobe, just even in a regular season setting, he was just never the floor raiser to the degree like some of these other all-time greats were. And I think when you compare him to LeBron or compare him to Jordan or compare him to some of these other guys that have these like kind of this mythic kind of air about them, Kobe always had that. And in large part, it was because of what he was able to do in the playoffs, especially coupled next to Shaq. And then once he got coupled next to Powell. And so I guess for me, I was more so trying to argue that I just don't think it was quite as definitive because of the on-court play. It was large part because of also the narrative attached to him as well, if that makes sense. But it wasn't trying to slander Kobe, which is I do think that like Dirk and others have been forgotten for that 2005 to 2010 run when there were several players that were kind of at the top of the league and they were all battling for contention at that point. But in terms of like among the NBA community, Kobe was by far the most loved player in the NBA.
And on top of that,
go ahead.
keep going, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, and then I'll say
what I was gonna say is, I mean, to piggyback off what Swiper was talking about. We talked about this yesterday in terms of the peak argument. So this is Brian at his best. Is that fair? In 05, 06, and on the 05,
not 05, but 06.
Not 05. I'm talking about the 05, 06 season, 06, 07 season.
You could give me 05.
Yeah. So we're
04
talking
and
about
05 a bit shaky for Kobe.
I don't think 04, 05 when Brian was at his best. But what I'm saying, Mars, is when we talk about a guy at his peak, that's where the divide comes with you and I, because when you're talking about a peak, I mean, how long is it? And 2, it could be real tricky because it could be a one-off. Because when you're talking about one season, I saw Buster Douglas drop Mike Tyson one time. I mean, so at my best, I was better than you. Does that mean I'm better than you all time?
Don't use the Mike Tyson one.
Right? Can I honestly say that I'm better than you all time if I was better than you at this one specific short period of time? Can I honestly say that I was better than you?
Fight is different because you could be at your best and someone's not at their best and then you win. So it's kind of different. But the peak thing, I mean, and it's easy for Dirk and Kobe because like Dirk and Kobe's peaks overlapped.
Mm-hmm.
Like pretty seems
they both were around
like
the same
you could argue maybe like I would make the argument that Dirk peaked from in like maybe a few years later personally, but like for most people Dirk peaked in 06, 07, like those type of years, and Kobe for most people peaked in those years. So, and this is my issue, if we're having the argument that Dirk was better than Kobe in those years, we're indirectly saying peak Dirk is better than peak Kobe, and I just think that's stupid. But like I think if I frame it like that, I think everyone would agree it's stupid. If I say peak Dirk is better than peak Kobe, everyone would agree it's stupid. But then if I instead say 07 Dirk is better than 07 Kobe, somehow it's seen as less stupid when it's the same statement. I'm just using years instead of.
I don't think it is. And I actually don't think that's a fair way of framing it. I'm saying if you want to do those years worth of information and say that Kobe was better, then yeah, I mean that's no problem. I wouldn't even say that.
But
we made
Dirk better in 07 than he was in 06. What did he add to his game? What changed for Dirk?
Like, why was he a better player? Dirk on court.
He started shooting the mid range more, Mars.
On court,
he came. That was around between 05 and 07. He came off the long ball and he started living in the mid range more.
I would argue that's once Steve Nash left, he got to the mid range more. So I would say was that 04, 05? That year is when he was started in the mid range, but that includes 2006. So like my argument is
to be clear, Dirk that season. Again, that's good. The whole conversation we were having was he like in terms of like the unanimous or best player in the world. We went through all of NBA history. We said Bill Russell. We said Wilt. We said Akeem. I think we said Bird after that. and then we said Jordan, and then we said Hakeem, Kareem, and then Hakeem in the mid-90s, and then we said Shaq, and then we started getting into the Kobe era, and then that's when, because that's the muddiest, I think, time in the league.
Because we didn't agree on Duncan, and then Kobe we didn't agree on. And
so that's what happened.
And
then we got into, was this the unanimous conversation? And I'm saying, well, no, because there were several other people that were vying for that spot from basically 04 to 9. And I'm saying that, like, Kobe had the best mysticism. I think the playoffs and all that stuff. He had, like, the resume, everything. But again, if you just look at the individual seasons by Dirk, by KG, by Duncan, more 04, 05 area, and Steve Nash and all them, they were all pulling at that conversation at that point in time, which for me more so speaks to how good the league was from that point. And again, respectfully, and like I'm going a tier below these players. So when I say this, I'm going a tier below. Gilbert Arenas in 2006-07 was going wild, was going crazy. T-Mac was still going crazy at this point. Chauncey Billups, I believe he finished 4th or 5th in MVP voting in the 04. Crazy year. It was the best two-way guard in the sport, and he was uber efficient, and respectfully was giving Kobe the business in the NBA Finals. So he had, like, there were several players that were having this, like, moment in the league. Now, again, if you want to say that, like, Kobe just because of what he did from 99 all the way through 2011, everything that he was able to do, proving it in the playoffs early, having the dead years because of the lack of the help in the team, and then having another peak in the finals and in the playoffs once he got Powell, Bill Jackson, and all them. That, if you want to put it all that, I'm cool with it. But I'm also saying that, like, in the context of once we get out of that 2003-04 season, and after they got decimated by the Detroit Pistons, everything started kind of falling apart for the Lakers as a whole. Kobe also was apexing maybe as an individual player, but I think Dirk, Nash, they started peaking out. I think Kevin Garnett never got back to that 04 area, but he was still an elite player. And I think if you just take that era as it was, I think Kobe, for several different reasons, was having a lot of competition at the top. But again, I also want to frame it this way, Mars, because I feel like Lakers fans, and some people are hearing this, I am genuinely not trying to take away from what Kobe did. I am more so speaking to the level of talent that was in the league at this point that even I, as a youth, did not appreciate at the time. Because I took them for granted because, again, I was also one of the dudes that I thought Kobe was just it. But again, LeBron, by the time you get to 2006-07, started to take another leap. LeBron, by the time he got to 2007-08, took
LeBron, D-Wade, and Melo. We could throw all three of them in there.
And Melo, and again, Melo, I'm not going to bring up Melo because then it's going to be the bias thing again. Like,
I'll bring up Melo. Melo was like that at that moment in time.
Yeah, but now we're talking about guys who weren't Kobe's.
No, for sure.
Yeah, the league was uber talented at this time.
Like, we can do this with 2018 too. We know, obviously, Steph, KD, James Harden. I'll even throw Russell Westbrook in there, and all these other guys were spectacular. Giannis, he just came into his own.
But again, if we're looking at the same, we gave LeBron the due. LeBron also defensively had taken several leaps backward over the course of that regular season.
But in 2018, LeBron was still a positive.
But everyone still knew he was the best player.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's what I'm getting at. At the end of the day, regardless of how spectacular these guys were, what they did in the playoffs, who won the championship, who won the MVP, if you had a draft and you had to draft somebody for that next season, you are taking LeBron.
But there was people wrong.
I don't think Kobe was in the LeBron category though.
Chill.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but you're saying that peak Steve Nash has a case to be better than peak Kobe Bryant. That's what you're saying.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't love Nash. Again, I'm not a. We've had this conversation before. I'm not like a Nash lover, but again, like I do think the reason why Nash gets so ridiculed because of what he did, people underestimate, and I'm not saying just up here, underestimate exactly how good he was, how dominant he was, and what he did because they felt like he took away MVPs from Kobe. I think there's one that Dirk could have won in the middle of that, and because once he got to the playoffs, they fell apart. They did, and it wasn't because of him. He was spectacular, but he was never the two-way force that Kobe was, and he never got to the apex at his prime to win a title like Kobe did. So I think that's what hurts Nash's case more than anybody else.
Hey, but I would honestly say LeBron probably went all the way to 2020 to beat him.
It probably did, but I want to, because Swiper said Kobe wasn't like the great floor raiser that other people were. And
I disagree with that.
What do you call the 06 season?
No, I mean, yeah, I mean that's
You
yeah,
and you
mean
called
by
him.
floor
No,
raising?
you called it the dead years and skipped over that and then said he had
no,
another.
no, it was a dead
Because
season.
I want
It
to,
wasn't a dead season.
I want to
Not-
provide,
not-
I want to provide
Well,
context. for the
similar
people.
to. Go ahead.
In 2006, because we understand, everyone knows Kobe's
Mhm.
35 is deemed as more impressive because the league average scoring was like 96 points a game or something.
Right.
The league average offensive rating in 2006 was 106. For reference, in today's game, I think it's north of 115. The best offenses in the league were 111. That is the Dallas Mavericks 111.8, Dirk's
Yep.
team. The Phoenix Suns 111.5, Steve Nash's team, and then third was the Seattle Supersonics. Shout out to Rayan,
Mhm.
with 111.1.
Mhm.
With Kobe Bryant on the floor in 2006, that Lakers team, everyone knows that Lakers team. It's
This is a 6-7 year,
Switch wild.
6-7 year.
I'm talking
No,
about
no,
506.
the-
I'm talking about
oh,
floor
oh,
rating,
five-
I'm not
okay,
comparing
oh,
to
506.
in
Yeah,
05,
no,
06,
yeah,
that
for sure.
Lakers team
Mhm.
had an offensive rating of 111.4.
Yeah, they were a plus 10.
They
with
were
Kobe on the floor.
basically playing the Steve Nash Suns to a
Mhm.
tie offensively.
Mhm.
With that litany of talent, they were 111.4. They would have been the third best offense in the league. With Kobe Bryant off the floor, their offensive rating was 90.8. That was by
Yeah.
far the worst offense in the league.
Mhm.
By far, by over 11 points. They were the
Yeah,
worst offense in the
they
league.
were a plus
That's
19
similar
points
to
per
the stuff we
possession
hear
better.
about Jokic
Yeah.
today. When they're the best offense in the league with him, the worst in offense worst in the league without him.
Right.
Imagine that, but they're the worst in the league by over 10 points per 100 possessions. That's the levels in which Kobe was floor raising. He brought them to
Yes.
the third best offense in the NBA, and they were the worst offense of all time when he wasn't on the floor. Like
That
how
was
is that not all
that was
time great floor
Kobe's
raising?
best floor raising year of his career.
That's one of the best floor
1000%.
raising years ever. Period.
Sure,
ever
but
in
again,
the history of life.
if you start, I'm not disagreeing with 05-06
You
year.
said
But
he
that was
wasn't that level of
never
floor
that.
raising.
Well,
That's what
he
you said.
that was never. But again,
the
go
next
ahead,
year
go
was the
ahead, go ahead.
case too, though. He
I
like
mean, they
you're
were
calling
plus
you're
5
calling
points. They
them
were-
dead years. They're not
They
dead
were
years.
dead
Courtesy of
years
Kobe.
because Kobe could not go take his talents to the playoffs to the same degree that he did previously and was able to do after. And dead years in the same, but again, just the same conversation is the 21-20 year from Jokic, the 21-22 year from Jokic. They were dead years because at that point in time, as good as he was, there was nothing that he could physically do to make that team be able to show up in the playoffs and to show that same requisite skill that he was showing in the regular season. That's it. So
But
those
see,
that
Swiper,
year,
you're looking at it from a winning perspective, which is cool. Me
That's
and
what floor
Mars are
raising
looking at it
is.
from a
Isn't
straight
that what-
basketball perspective.
No,
I'm
no,
reading
no,
the
chill,
same
because-
number he's reading.
No,
Isn't that what
because
floor
we can
raising
put
is, though?
things in the-
When we talk
No,
about floor
okay,
raising,
so-
isn't that what
so-
floor raising is, though?
Yeah, that's what floor
Yeah,
raising
no,
is.
no. It's not. Again, I don't want this to be piecemealed. I'm saying Kobe, that was his
Right.
best floor rating season. But again, I want to be clear
You
about
shut
this.
the
I
F
didn't
up.
even argue.
Ain't nobody talking to you. Shut
Still
your ass up
crashing
and
out
listen.
today.
I'm sick of this
Crashing
dude,
out
man.
today.
Shut the hell up and
Okay,
listen.
I had a feeling it was Buddy.
Where
I
your
just had
crack
to check.
pipe
I had
at?
a
How about
feeling it
that?
was Buddy.
Crack
Oh
pipe,
man,
man.
chill, crashing out.
As you were saying, Mars.
Chill, you gonna be on playback
Well, no,
tonight?
Swiper-
We
Swiper was
actually
saying-
having
You
a
gonna play back
conversation.
tonight?
So shut the hell up and go smoke your crack pipe. As you were saying. As you were saying.
So
Hey, kids at home don't do crack.
all I'm
Oh,
referencing,
man.
all I'm
Smoking
referencing
ass nigga.
in these seasons, and again, my argument was the conversation about unanimous of and I think Mars said from just 5 to 8, whatever.
I said Kobe was the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Sure,
Definitively.
yes, right. And then I also then said that I think, hey, 06, 07, I think Dirk might have been better. That was the conversation I shifted to. Never brought up 05, 06, whatever. And didn't even bring up anything after that because the whole point was, were there people that were contesting with him over the course of that time? And again, I want to be clear about this because people again, this weird thing with Nash. The Lakers were plus 19.2 points per possession better with Kobe. Like the on-off was plus 19.2, I believe. If Marge got the numbers, the same numbers I do from cleaning the glass.
For offensively, yes.
Yes.
Right.
But
Yes.
for the same reason, though, like Steve Nash, like at his apex, was a plus 16.9, a plus 11, plus 14.9. But again, no one had him as the most impactful player in the sport because the narrative around Nash just was simply not there. Kobe had 2 years where there was a plus 10 point differential for him. It was the 11, 12 when he was a plus 12. And then I think it was the 05, 06 year when it was a plus 19 for Kobe. He had those 2
It was
seasons that
plus
he was able to do
19.
that the year Mars brought up, 05, 06, plus it was a plus 19. It was a 19.
What was it the following year? Because
Point,
I,
it was plus.
I pieced,
It was an 8
I
point
pieced
swing.
those years the same. 05, 06, and 06, 07.
was as drastic, if I'm being honest. I'll
It-
check, but I think 06 was like substantially different. I
They
think
had a
07
similar team in 07 and they did
Yeah,
in 06.
there was a plus
That's why he axed out
19.2,
after
plus
07.
5.2, plus 6.6, and then again, once Kobe started getting help, notice the numbers: a plus 12, an 08-09, a plus 9, and then a plus 7, and then subsequently they won. They started winning. So like there are things that changed, I think, around the roster that also aided into that. So again, Kobe gets all the respect and due, and Mars is correct about 2005-06. But again, if you're asking me about over the course of that entire time, was it unanimous? Well, yeah, I mean, sure. But I also think that there are players that just do not get the same. They don't get the love and due because of what they were not able to do in the playoffs at that same point.
Swiper though, I don't.
We can say they deserve more love without saying that they were maybe better than Kobe.
Mars,
Even then, though, I don't. I think Dirk gets a lot of love. I know Tim.
Now
Duncan
he
gets-
does, but that's 2011 saved him.
Yeah. But
100%
remember,
it did.
prior to 2011,
He was seen as a player of
he
choice.
was mad disrespected across the sport.
Wrongfully so, in my opinion. But yes.
But
Yeah,
Mars,
he was
the
getting
ex-
treated like he was a dropper.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
He
how he
was.
was being like a playoff failure. Obviously, lost in
Yes.
the finals, then losing to the 8 seed as the MVP. Like it was bad. And then like 09 and 2010, he was losing like the first round in the playoffs. Like it was going bad for Dirk in terms of the narrative around him.
I think the difference with what was going on in Dallas, to your point, I think the difference that what was going on in Dallas was it wasn't like Dirk had a bomb squad, right? It wasn't like Dirk had a quote unquote super team. I just think that he had guys on his crew that were really good at what they did, right? So with guys like Josh Howard, Adrian Griffin was a great rotation player, right? Devin Harris
Mike
was
Finley.
Adrian Griffin was a great
Mike
rotation
Finley
player.
and Josh Howard was crazy work.
Josh Howard was a solid league guard, solid
Jason
solid
Terry.
wing player.
In the
Jason
league,
Terry.
but we knew what
These
time
guys
it
were
was.
these guys weren't stars in their own
But they were
right, but
very
they were
good.
they were really good at what they did, as opposed to Bryant with the crew that he was running with. He had to do all of the stuff that he did because the other guys that he was running with, they weren't good at what they did. That was the difference. Now the question that needs to be answered here is: was Dirk enabling those guys to be as good as what they did, and did Kobe disable those other guys?
Oh my god.
That's
No.
the question that I'm asking.
No, I don't think so.
No,
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 I don't
no,
think-
no.
You're not saying
I'm
he
having
did
my-
that. You're
wait,
saying
wait.
the question, right? You're not saying
That's all-
you believe.
I'm not saying
That's
that
a
he did that,
fair
Mark.
question. That's a
I'm just
fair
asking the
question.
question, Mark. I don't think so because I think that the guys that he was.
I mean,
was
if
a
name
ball
the-
I don't think
ball
Kobe
hog,
disables.
bro.
I don't think
I
Kobe
don't think.
disables anybody. I don't think Kobe disables anybody. To be honest with you, I think he lets you rock if you can
I'm
rock.
just
If you
asking the
can't rock,
question. That's all I'm doing. I'm asking the question. I'm asking the question for context from you guys because again, we got a guy on the crew that's averaging 35 a game. We got a guy on the crew that's a first-team All-League defender, just like what was going on with, like, let's say James, for example. So we got a guy that's doing that much. Well, why the hell does he have to do?
Because
that
they were
much?
starting Kobe Bryant. Remember that year? They were starting Brian Cook that season.
Uh-huh.
They were
Yep.
starting Chris Mim that year,
Uh-huh.
who
Yeah.
sucked. They were starting Lamar
God
Odom,
damn.
who was also like a
Very
role
good.
player. He shifted
He
to
was
the bench
very
later
good.
on, and they were starting Smush Parker.
Was
Smush
that Kim
Parker
Kardashian?
league
Was that
on
Khloe
And
Kardashian?
wait,
role?
and
That might be a
and
bad
Kwame Brown got a lot of starts that year
He
too.
was a rotation
So let's
guy, but
so
he
let's
was-
let's
I'm
throw
not gonna let
Kwame
y'all
in there.
disrespect Kwame
And,
Brown.
100%.
and chill. Here's the thing. See, and this
Right.
is to say, I'll do the same thing with LeBron's team too. And you could say 2008 or
Sure.
9, whatever year you want to use with LeBron. The reason that these guys had to do so much and did so much, and I'm actually glad that it happened this way because we got to really see just how good these guys were.
Mhm.
But it's simply because they just did not have a talented enough roster. They were not blessed with good enough
I don't
players
think the
around them.
Lakers had a. I don't think that the Lakers had a talented enough roster. I don't.
But again,
When-
I
when-
think this speaks to Kobe. As soon as you gave Kobe good defenders and at least one All-Star Hall of Fame level big,
they were a lot
it was
better.
basically over. It was
Yep.
it was
the best.
it was
They were the best team in the West.
Yeah, it was basically over. As soon as you
Yes.
gave him wings that could defend, a point
Mhm.
guard that could pass, and a big that could roll, pop, shoot, and set a screen and play a little bit of rim protection, it was over. That
Smush
Gasol,
Parker wasn't that good.
Gasol, Bynum, Ron Artest, Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher, it was the best team in the world. I mean, I don't care about Boston. They were the best team in the world by far.
And for-
And Lamar
for what
Odom
is-
coming off the bench.
For what it's worth, and this isn't to downplay anything, but I don't really even think that Lakers team was that good. A lot of it was Kobe.
No, that's a lot.
Like
They were-
a
they were really good.
lot of that was
he
Kobe, and I'm
he's
not
losing
once
me a
again,
little bit.
I'm
He's
not
losing me a
I'm
lot.
not
He was pretty
disrespecting
good.
I'm not disrespecting Pau Gasol. I'm not disrespecting
you are,
Lamar
Ron.
Odom.
Yeah, you
No,
are.
Derek
Ron,
Fisher,
Ron.
don't forget
So
Derek Fisher.
so if and now because I knew you guys went through this, so now if we were to go through the pantheon of champions, that Lakers team is not going to be up there. I've never heard anybody run and be like, "Oh, the old 9 Lakers was this, and this." Once again, they were champions and they were very good. I think a lot of that was due to Kobe.
Okay, So
Feeling
Ron,
racist.
let me now compare them.
A
I
lot
want
of it,
you
yeah,
to
but,
listen
like,
to this.
And that's all I'm saying. No, that's all I'm saying. I'm not.
No,
Once again,
Ron,
I'm not
I
trying to
want you to
disrespect any of
listen.
those guys.
Okay,
I'm just.
don't do it all
I'm saying.
time. Do it.
I'm saying
right.
it was Kobe. I'm saying a
Ron,
lot of that was
do it
Kobe, and
for
we don't give
that
him credit
era.
for that.
That's why I'm saying, Ron. I want you to just take a step to memory lane. Remember who they
Please,
played.
Ron, do that.
Remember who they played over the course of that run. Can you name the playoff opponents they had going
The
into
playoff-
the 2010 the 2010 finals? 2010 finals.
Yeah.
Remember who they played?
Who did they play? Who did they play
Yeah,
on
they,
to the playoffs?
they played the Magic, right?
No, he's
No,
talking about who
so
they played on their way. On their way.
They
to
played
the finals.
OKC.
Yeah,
They
they
played
in
the
2010,
Jazz.
they played OKC, Utah.
beat them in a 5-game dogfight. They did handle them, but beat them in a 5-game dogfight. And then
They swept the Jazz.
Swept the Jazz.
and then
They as they were supposed to. They were much better than both of those teams.
And then they handled the Suns.
In
Steve Nash was
6.
crying
And then they
afterwards.
played versus an
Yes.
elite Boston Celtics team, like an elite team.
And this is
And
Kobe
guess-
with a broken finger, by the way.
Yes.
So
But again, I just remind you, Ron Artest was a
Right.
all defensive player at this point in time in his career still. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Andrew Bynum, people forget that dude was like a 20,
was
10,
nice.
18 and 9 dude for years. He just was never the GOAT level. No, but chill. He was never like the all NBA player people wanted him to be.
Right.
He was an all-star level center. He was really good at this point.
He
is
made
his
the All-Star
good years.
team. I think in 2011.
He
I think
did.
he made the All-Star
And then
team.
Paul Gasol, I'm sorry, like
he made the All-Star.
he
one of the
was
best bigs in the NBA.
he was cooking Kevin Garnett. Cooking Kevin Garnett in the NBA Finals. Cooking him.
Yeah,
And
but
then on
Kobe
top of
ran
that-
across against Paul Pierce and got the business. That's what happened.
That's not what happened.
Well,
That's
well,
not-
well,
that's
I
not
thought
what
Rajon
happened,
Rondo had a lot to do that with that. And that's
Yeah, that's
That's
not
what
what happened.
No,
that's not what
but again,
Wait,
that team was better than
Holy-
everybody. At least in the Western Conference, Ox. Y'all tell me if I'm tripping. That was at least by far the best team in the Western Conference that year.
It was.
By far, Phoenix were quite good, man. Phoenix were quite good.
I don't think
but-
Phoenix. I don't think Phoenix.
I think Phoenix are really good. I think Phoenix are really
that was a hell of a team though, Ryan. Like that was a hell of a squad.
Yeah. Once again, I'm not discrediting.
It wasn't
the
a
team.
stupid team. But
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. All I'm saying is Kobe kind of did a carry job. Like, yes, Powell did what he did. Lamar did what he did. They had a good defense, but that's
just
Kobe.
because a championship team has a clear best player, it doesn't mean someone's carrying.
I think Kobe carried. I think that's fair to say.
I would say
I wouldn't say-
Kendrick,
I
I
don't-
would
I
say
don't think
Kendrick
that's a
Perkins
fair
and Kevin
assessment of that
Garnett's
team.
knees carried. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I guess you used the term carried a bit more.
And
loosely,
you know,
right?
Paul Gasol made All NBA that year, by the way.
Yeah, Powell was Powell. I'm not discrediting Powell at all. Once again, Powell was great.
You said Kobe carried him.
Andrew, yeah, you could be great and
Did-
get
did
carried.
Kobe
Y'all say
carry him
Kobe,
in the NBA
y'all
Finals?
say
Did-
Kobe got carried.
Did he? Did
Kobe
he
was
carry
great
the-
in
I would
2002.
never say Kobe got carried.
Did Kobe? Did
A lot of
Paul
people
get-
say that.
Did Powell
No,
get
they
Yeah,
don't,
I think
Ron.
they hate
No,
it.
they
I
don't.
don't understand. I think
Nobody
they hate
says
it.
that, Ron.
Oh,
Nobody
they
says
do.
that Bryant
They
got
just be hating.
carried in 2001 or in
They be
2000.
saying
Nobody
that.
says
They
that.
just be hating. They be saying it.
No way.
Do you realize that Powell that whole championship run he would average in 2011 and 4?
Yeah,
Like
Powell's
elite
good too.
efficiency.
I didn't know his averages, but I knew Powell was super. So I don't think
What?
Kobe, I wouldn't say someone carried, but I
How
don't
does
think
somebody want to rank Mars?
I feel like there's just an
It was a
obsession.
2-man offense. I think we can agree with that. It was a 2-man offense over the course of that playoff run, for sure. But you could get away with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Kobe was one of the
And
So
Toast
when-
in the chat,
Kobe was
Toast,
like
you've
Kobe was
never
like, what,
heard
a
me
top 3
say
offensive
that
player in the
Shaq
league?
carried Kobe Bryant in the finals. You are a lying mother. You know what? You've never heard me say that Shaq
Say
carried
it,
Kobe
Till.
Bryant.
Say it,
in
Till.
two-
We need you
in
to say it.
2000 In 2001 and in 2002, you've never heard me say that. You a lying mother. You know what to say that.
Carried him?
You are an MFing liar.
Does the best player
100%.
carry the second best player?
No,
Nah.
you
Sometimes.
are a liar.
Not all the
You've
time.
never
Not
heard
very
me.
often,
Nah,
in my
because
opinion.
Bron and
Sometimes.
Kyrie went
Not
back
really.
to back like Drake.
Mhm.
I feel like carried is such an overused term. I don't think
I hate it. It's a buzzword, Mars. That's what it is, more
I
than
can't
anything.
think of a time where I would say like maybe Hakeem in '94 you could say carried.
No.
Yep, no, but he had good role
Maybe.
No,
players.
he
Like,
didn't carry.
bro,
Yeah, that's what I'm
people
saying.
don't realize-
Maybe, but like I feel like
but
the word carried is so overused.
Yeah,
All right,
because
let's
people
throw
don't
carried out
realize
there. I'm gonna say Kobe did most of the heavy lifting.
But hold
That's
on,
what
Ron,
I'm
But
saying.
how,
on the
but how can
championship
you
team,
say
people don't
that?
realize
How
the
can you
role
say that
players
down
are
in
most
multiple
important.
4 quarters of NBA Finals? It was Paul Gasol that was closing that game.
Most of the heavy lifting.
But like I
Okay,
said,
but
Bron in 2018 or 2016,
When
Bron did most of the heavy lifting.
He ain't
All
carried
of a
them.
sudden, Kyrie slipped in and he hit that shot. Now I can say Kyrie did the heavy
he
lifting.
was
Did he?
he was getting 40. He was getting
No,
40.
Kyrie was balling, but come on.
Yeah.
Kyrie
You
was
gotta
balling,
get
but come on.
rebounds. You gotta get rebounds and assists. I get you. But all I'm saying though, people they don't value like in championship basketball, role players. Like you cannot win without those legit role players. Like
Yeah, man,
that's
you gotta
how-
have it. You gotta have
gotta
a Jason
have good
Tatum
role players.
spreading the court out to give Jaylen Brown easy opportunities from the mid range. You have to have.
No, that's not what I'm
Chill,
saying.
I know.
No,
I'm
sorry,
saying
sorry,
Derek
I'm sorry,
Fisher.
Chill.
I'm saying
I'm
Derek
sorry,
Fisher is
Chill.
the
My bad,
ultimate
my
role
bad.
player.
I meant
Derek
chill.
Fisher,
My
Robert
bad. I
Horry.
meant Drew Holiday. My fault.
I didn't even watch
Ultimate
the game.
role player though. You gotta have them role players. You gotta have the role players that step up and rise.
So
to
Jordan,
the occasion.
can we finish what we did yesterday then? Because we said so. Now let's just put Kobe in there because I think we come to the whatever. I'm cool with moving off that. So we got
No,
Bill
we
Russell,
No, we
Wilt,
didn't.
Kareem, Larry, Jordan, Hakeem, Shaq, Kobe, Bron,
Jokic.
Jan. Well, the argument was yesterday that Giannis had a run there.
I bet, but who's had to run the last few years? It's Jokic.
I would say either we put both or we put neither.
Neither.
Giannis,
Man,
I think you're only gonna give me one. You're gonna give me 1 or 2 years about Giannis being the best in the league because Jokic rose to the occasion. Jokic is clearly the best player in the NBA. I don't even think it's a debate. Like it's not a
Since
debate.
when?
Is he? I don't know because he's in a dead year right now. I don't
Ain't
know.
no dead year. He's not
Yeah,
dead.
hey, man.
Ron
this
trying
is
to bring
hey,
up old stuff.
Probably
The,
since
the
the NBA
only
Finals
thing
run,
that's
Mark.
not in the casket
Okay,
for
so-
Jokic
so-
right now is his ankle.
So Jokic has been the best player in the league for 18 months.
No.
It ain't been 18 months since his NBA championship.
June 2023 was how many months ago? 18 months.
Yes, a year and a half ago.
See, NBA time be
alright.
tricking you guys. You be thinking
Yeah,
that 2
it be
years ago. It was
Year and
18
a
months.
half ago.
I'm
How
thinking
long has
about it.
Joker? So
Jokic's
again,
been the
how,
best for 18 months.
how
that
long has
18
Joker
months
been
before that,
definitive?
Was it not Giannis?
right, how long has Joker been definitively the best player in the game? Definitively.
But again, for the
months.
media
18
or for the
months.
media or the hoop heads?
For
For
Jordan,
you,
it's
for you, Swiper.
Jordan, it's
For you,
18 months for
Swiper.
me.
How
Swiper's
long
had it
has
for
Joker
4
been
years.
the
Come
I
on,
would
chill.
say
Goddamn.
21. I would say 21-22. The turn happened. I mean,
So
Jokic.
No, I say
Swiper
22,
will say about 2.5
Well, again,
years.
I mean, yeah, literally, like again, the Kobe 05-06. He literally went like 27-14-8 with nobody on the roster, won 48 games, and then he
But he won the best
swept,
player
like,
in the NBA.
walked his way, then 31-13-6 versus the best defense in the world. So I'm saying, like, it's just
But
if you're asking me
but Swiper, he wasn't the best player in the NBA at the time. Like
for
you know
for
that-
you,
you-
I'm
you
saying the
think- no,
narrative
I'm
was
just
not
saying-
there. The narrative
No,
was
but
there.
I'm
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I guess you could say Giannis.
Sounds like Giannis had the crown just as long as Jokic did.
So this is
All
year
right,
three then?
yeah, you're right. But I'm saying Jokic's finna keep going.
Yeah, but I'm saying as of today, I would say if you're gonna put Jokic, which I'm fine with, I think you have to put Giannis for the years prior to when Jokic took
all
that crown.
right, that's fair. That's fair. But
Or you
Jokic
just put
finna
neither
keep
one of them
going.
and say they've been debatable for the last 3 years.
No, but Jokic finna keep
For who?
going. That's all I'm
Not
saying.
even
There's
for you,
nobody
Mars.
that's
You
about to
ain't naming
surpass
it
Jokic.
debatable for you.
I've
I
had
thought y'all had Joel.
the
Man, hell no. You know, how I
the
feel
first
about
year I said in 2021. This is going. I'm gonna get called a Giannis hater now. So you got for me. LeBron took the crown whenever he took it. I'm not here to discuss that. Some people say it's 09. Some people would say it's when Kobe started to decline and it was when LeBron was in Miami. Whenever LeBron got that crown, I think he had it up until 2018.
I think
Then
so.
2019, he obviously got hurt.
Yeah.
And I think in that year, I think Steph was the best player in the league. I know I'm in the minority.
What about James
I
Harden?
understand. I think Steph was better than James Harden. I think
I
James
don't
Harden had a better regular season. I think Steph was a better player.
Kawhi was better than all them niggas.
Yeah, and I know the consensus in 2019 was
In
Kawhi. 'cause
21?
obviously what-
No, it wasn't. No,
No, in
no.
2019. In
no.
2019, the
2019?
consensus after
No, it
the
wasn't
finals
consensus.
run was
not,
Kawhi.
not even close. Not even close. I was in Texas at the time in Atlanta. Nobody said that.
Okay, from what I know,
I'm agreeing with
it
Swipe.
was Kawhi. For me, the best player in the league.
I was in
Steph.
California. I was in
And
California.
then in 2020,
everybody said that.
He's
the
from
best
Cali.
player in the league to me was LeBron or Giannis. I'd probably favor LeBron because I would trust him more in the playoffs. And then 2021, I think the best player in the league was Steph. In 2022, I think the best player in the league was either Giannis or Jokic. And you can check the tapes.
Kevin Durant
I
had
was
a
on
21
Players'
argument
Choice
too.
saying I think it was Giannis or Jokic in 2022. So I think it was Giannis or Jokic by like January of that 21-22 season. The few months before that, I think it was Giannis. Like you can once again check the tapes. I was saying Giannis the best player in the world. Then I had Jokic enter that conversation. I had them as 1A, 1B. And then from that moment onwards, and then like the 23 season, I think it was just Jokic. So from that point on, I have Jokic. But the years before that, I have Giannis like for like the first few months of the season. Then I think it was interchangeable. And then before that, I would have had Steph. That's what I would do. So
22 is where it gets tricky for me. That's where the divide comes with me. Because in 21, I mean, it was James still at the top of the league after that, won the NBA championship,
and then Solomon Hill injured him.
Yeah, and then he got hurt. But I mean, Leonard was playing at a high level during that time, also.
Top 5
right?
player for sure.
Leonard was playing at a high level at that time too. Joker didn't enter the top 5 conversation until at the end of that season. The best player. Because if I run down players, Mars, James, Leonard, Curry, Harden, KD, and I'm leaving
Kawhi.
somebody out.
You said this is the 21-22 year?
This is the
2021.
This is
the year after
2021.
The year after the
Kawhi wasn't in the talks. No, not at that time.
Yes, he was, Swiper. 100.
You talking about the
he was in them talks for me.
The year that
he was in them talks for me. I don't tell you. He was
I just thought the head-to-head thing at the end of that.
They lost. The year he hurt his knee when he was
against
in
the
the
Jazz.
Western Conference Finals. Yes, he was
the best player in the NBA, Swiper.
He was definitely.
I don't agree with Ox, but he was.
I don't think he was the best player in the league, but he was definitely in the conversation.
He was in them
top three.
Definitely in that conversation.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
So with that being said, where the divide with me comes is in 22, because I don't think it was definitive, who the best player in the game was. I think after 21, I think it was Giannis. And in 22, 23, I mean, Joker was starting to become that, but I don't think it was definitive.
But I think the thing about Joker, though, he suffered from the Kobe thing. Like, they didn't, if he has a requisite roster and he's able to run in the start of his prime, start running through the playoffs, then I think the conversation is different. He just didn't. It was him and nobody for those 2 years. So I think that's where the fall off, and that's why everybody said he's the worst. He's the worst MVP since David Cowens. He's, it's not even better than Derrick Rozier. People were saying that Chris Paul should have won, and then people were saying that Embiid got robbed, and like it was toss up. It was a toss up, and it was a toss up in 23. Chill. It was still a toss up in March of 23. So like that's what I'm saying. Because of that narrative that was put together. That was the biggest problem. Because of that. But Jokic had been drenched in narrative until he won the title. That's what it took. The narrative was then keeping him back at the best in the world talks. It wasn't the play. He just didn't have the boost from the general public, and nobody thought he was like a winning. And people I know in the media were saying like they would rather have Jimmy Butler and Devin Booker and all them in a playoff setting. I've never seen a dude on the way to win 3 MVPs, and they weren't the best in the world conversation. But that was what Jokic was fighting against. Because I think the Ox's point and the Mars's point and the fair criticism, this is the first time they've seen a center not be an elite rim protector and winning MVPs. So they were just like, no, absolutely not. 1,000%.
I've had Jokic for the last 3 seasons practically. Like I said, so last season Jokic, this season Jokic, 2022-23, 2022-23, Jokic, and then 21-22. I ended up having him and Giannis interchangeable by the end of that season. So like,
was he clear the year Joel Embiid won the league MVP? Was he clearly better than Joel Embiid that year?
I think he was a better player than Joel.
That's what I'm talking about, Mars. I ain't talking about having a better year. I'm just talking about was he a better player than Joel Embiid?
Better than Joel
in 2020. The year Joel Embiid won league MVP in 23. Was he?
I've always thought he was better than Joel.
Just like they said.
Well,
in
like
the chat,
20.
The ring always helps the argument, just like they're saying in the
it
chat.
does. That's why.
That's why I said what I said about Dirk in 06.
Right. No, I'm agreeing with you too, though. I'm agreeing with you on that too. But you can't get this best player in the world shit without no ring. Like, come on, we know better than that. You can't even have that discussion.
Yeah, I definitely don't know better.
I agree. I agree with that from a narrative standpoint. As far
you wasn't like if I was around in 1989, you weren't about to tell me someone was better than Michael Jordan because he hadn't won a championship. Like, I'm sorry, you just wouldn't.
That's fine, but until he stamped himself, he was little brother. He was little.
You weren't about to tell me. You weren't about to tell me.
As a better player, sure. Mars, sure. Was he a better? Was Jordan a better player than Michael? Was Jordan a better player than Magic Johnson as a basketball player? Was he a better player than Magic Johnson?
By 1988,
what year?
It was
crazy. He didn't win.
By 1989,
he didn't win.
88.
Okay, he was better.
He did not. Listen.
89.
He was little bro.
Yeah, I'll do 89.
He won his first MVP in what was that? 87.
I don't care about the MVP.
I don't care about the MVP.
I'm saying that
Magic was still healthy in 87.
And it matters to you too.
No, 87 Magic was better, but by the time you get to 88, I mean, Jordan was clearly.
Well, apparently he wasn't because he haven't won.
Jordan wasn't
You don't
clearly
win.
better
You
than
played
Bird.
the game
He
to
wasn't
win.
clearly better
You
than
play
Bird.
the game to win. That doesn't mean you're better than someone
Yes,
individually.
it does.
because your
I'm
team
better
won.
at winning
That's not what
because
that
I
means.
keep
Mars,
No,
I
that
affect
That's
winning.
has
that is
nothing to
not
do
what
with
that
it
means.
because
That's
you
what
have
that
even
means.
Mars as a player,
That's
I
you
not
have
what
even-
that
winning.
means.
I 100% affect winning. That's what
No,
I
no, hold on. I'm tired
You're
of
not
it.
about to tell me that because
Yeah.
MJ lost, he didn't affect winning.
That's not that he didn't affect winning. It's just that Larry Bird and Magic Johnson affected winning better.
Okay,
No, they
neither one
did
of them-
not.
Okay, first of all, neither one of them won a chip
Right,
that
but
year.
you can't,
It was the
bro.
Pistons.
They did.
So
89
first-
didn't.
so
They didn't even win.
the Pistons
Isaiah
won a
Thomas
chip
was a
that
better
year.
winner than Michael
So
Jordan.
you know about so
At that
either
time,
way,
yes.
No, he
was
wasn't.
He was kicking Jordan ass, Swiper. He was
Jordan
kicking Jordan
Jordan
ass.
was- It was a one-man show.
Bro,
Literally,
bro,
in the Eastern
you
Conference
can't
Finals in
beat
back-to-back
somebody
years.
better than Jordan.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool, bro. Okay, cool. But if you can't beat somebody and you saying you that big dog,
We're not
you
playing
saying you the
one-on-one.
best shit.
What
And
do you
me
mean
and
I can't
you
beat
step
someone? We're
up
not playing
and you
one-on-one.
get your team to the playoffs. I get my team to the playoffs, and I
We're
spank
not
your
playing.
ass.
What do you
in
mean
good
if I can't beat
fashion.
somebody?
You can't.
Okay,
fuck
okay.
me.
Wait. Okay. So, wait, Mars.
Jordan
Hold on.
beat
Mars,
Isaiah or
quick
Jordan
question.
beat Pistons?
Jordan, is Larry Bird better than Michael Jordan all time? Because he never, ever beat Larry Bird. Never beat him.
No.
Okay, but why not? Why not? He won. He won.
You can't beat
But
He
someone.
did
That's what
win,
he
Swiper,
said.
but there was a stretch where
conversation.
Jordan. There was a
Michael
stretch where
Jordan won
Bird
6
was better than
championships,
him.
so he's in
And
that
then there was a
criteria
stretch
now.
where Magic.
But he never
where
He
Jordan
never
became better
beat
than
Larry. Ever.
It doesn't matter. He's in the same criteria as
Why
a winner
couldn't he
in
beat
an
Larry Bird?
MVP.
Why couldn't he? Was he?
Hey,
Why
Ron,
couldn't he beat Larry Bird?
goofy ass do that. I'm tired of him, man. I swear to God.
Listen,
I'm sick of this
listen.
dude, man. I'm
Y'all
Who?
are trying to make
tired of
it
this
a
dude
tit
just
for
running
tat
his
thing.
mouth.
I'm
Tired of
saying
him.
there's a
Get this dude away from me,
criteria
man.
to who can talk
Who?
about
In the
the
chat?
best in the world.
Yes.
There's
Get this
MVPs.
goofy ass dude.
There's MVPs. There's championships.
Chill,
There's
just turn
first
the
team
private
all
chat on.
NBA. That criteria sets you up. Can we talk about who's the best player in the league? Whether you beat somebody head to head, that shit don't matter. But
You said that though. You
No,
just
I
said
did
that.
not say that, Swiper. I did not say that.
You said
I did
why
not
couldn't
say
he
that.
win? He obviously impacts winning more.
No, I did. First of all, I did not say that. I said the criteria to get into the
Yep.
best in the world conversation. You need an MVP. You need a ring. You need to be probably all NBA too. All those need to be in the same
Okay,
criteria.
so
I'm not gonna talk
LeBron
about
James by the time he gets LeBron by 11-12 wasn't the best player in the world. Just to be clear, LeBron by 11-12 was not the best player in the world.
Why
By
wasn't
11-12?
Because
He didn't win.
He didn't win a
He
championship.
hadn't won anything.
Okay, so when we talk about when they brought up him and Kobe, it was Kobe. They gave him flack for you not better than Kobe.
Right.
What?
They
But I'm
did.
saying for you just said. So again, let me stop yelling. Let me stop yelling. Let me stop yelling. Let me stop yelling.
Give me the criteria for what makes Joker the best player in the world? Why is Joker the best player in 2023-24 going into the season? Why is he the best player?
Because I'm not doing that.
So that's just it,
what I'm
Mark.
saying.
He's
I'm
the best. He's better at basketball than everybody else.
The only criteria should be who's the best.
Okay, so if
No,
that's
that's
true,
not how that
Tracy
works,
McGrady
bro.
was the best
That's
player.
exactly what that
Exactly.
is.
It's not-
Hold on,
it's
I
not
would
how
like
that
to
works.
answer this question,
You
Chill,
know who's the
because
MVP,
I've
who's the
answered this
reigning
before.
champion?
So
Who is
I
the
just wanna
best?
swipe out. I just
I
want
don't need more
to swipe out. I
criteria
just want to
than
make sure that
who's
I'm
better
But
following.
chill. But Mars has a point. But again, to Mars's point, and I think, but Jordan had a point too. It's both of them. But chill. We have ways that we ever since 2010, when we started to put data and all this stuff together to paint the picture of who the best players ever are. What became very clear with Michael Jordan, chill, by the time he got to 1989, at least was the most impactful player every single night. Every single night, regular season or playoffs. Easy.
Yeah, but he didn't get that stamp.
And then hold on, Jordan, with your Tennessee Titan flag on. Hold on. And then on top of that, we got a chance to see that LeBron James, damn, 12-13, no title. He got smoked out by the Mavs. There's nobody else that's better than LeBron James. No one.
No.
No one.
LeBron knew Kobe.
Kobe wasn't
Mars,
there. So 12-13.
Oh.
Well, again, no, wait. Time out, Jordan. So LeBron's best regular season ever is 2012-13. So you're telling me LeBron averaging 27, 5, and 8
No,
on
27,
damn near
7,
50, 40,
8.
60,
Yeah.
60, 40, 90.
Yeah.
Or 60, 40, 80. 60, 40, 75. 60,
Gil
40,
had a
75.
hell of a season.
75.
Gil had already had a
75.
championship though.
Gil had a hell of a season too, bro. Gil had a hell of a season too, bro. He wasn't better than Bron.
Who?
Michael Jordan in 1989 is consensus.
Greatest. Go ahead, Chill.
Chill. Criteria then, Swiper. That's my point. There's a
This is,
criteria.
by the way,
And
this is
this
the
is
rest
where
of the show. This is the rest of the show. So go ahead.
Yeah,
And this is
well,
where
the
this is where
criteria is but go ahead.
and this is where the divide is, because the narrative, because again, Mars talked about what the consensus is with people as opposed to what's going on with us. I was around during that time. Did I think Jordan was the best player in the game in 1989? I did think he was better than Magic. I did think he was better than Bird. But the consensus on Jordan, he a ball hog. All he wants to do is score.
There you go.
He does not affect winning. That's why he can't win. And then until he wins, he's never going to be better than Magic. He's never going to be better than Bird. Now, with that being said, now with that being said,
Larry Bird called him Jesus in sneakers. Chill.
With that being said, do I look at Jordan individually as a better player? Yes. But those other things matter. How do you affect winning? And I understand, Mars, your point. Well, Larry Bird hadn't won and Magic hadn't won. Well, Magic did. Magic didn't win in those years, but he said he had won at that point, and he still was playing at a high level, which is why Joker is considered the best player in the game today, because Joker didn't win a championship last year, but he won it the year before that. That's why he's still in the conversation, not just in the conversation. That's why he's considered the best player in the world right now.
Chill, but this is the problem you're going to run into, Chill. The problem that you're going to continue to run into.
He wasn't asking for the consensus. I'm asking you guys, was Michael Jordan the best in 1989? Cool, the consensus. Yes, the consensus is the consensus. But respectfully, 30% of Americans can't read past like a 5th grade level. So like, I don't care about the consensus. I'm asking you, was Michael Jordan the best player in 1989? Not did the consensus think he was the best. Was he the best player in the world in 1989? Was someone better than Michael Jordan at basketball in 1989? Not did the masses think someone was better than him.
Your only options are going to be Hakeem, Charles Barkley, Magic, or Larry.
When you watch Michael Jordan with your eyes, Chill at the time, and anyone else who has gone back and watched, when you watched him, did you think someone else was better than him at basketball?
With my eyes, no.
Yes, with your eyes. Okay, so he was.
But listen, you can be really good, but you can be really good, like in a season. Like you can see a guy play basketball and be like, "Damn, he's good, but he don't know how to win yet."
Fact.
And because I'm good too, and I know how to win.
That 100%.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. But then my counter to that would be: losing does not mean you don't know how to win. You can lose.
Michael Jordan didn't know how to win.
That's not true, Mars. No,
yes, you can. Losing is not proof that you don't know how to win.
Somebody can know how to win better than you know how to win.
You can know what needs to be done, and you just don't have the resources to get what needs to be done completed. And the same way you can win, you can be on a winning team, and you don't know how to win.
I do think Jordan's play style was a little detrimental to winning. I think he valued scoring over some things. With that being said, I wish I was around in that time, because going back and looking at it, it's hard to decipher, because those guys were still so good at this point. Right. Magic and Larry went down fast. 88, 89, they were still great. I'm sure Jordan was probably the best in as far as just the skill of putting the ball. The skill of putting the ball in the hoop. I'm sure Jordan got it. Like Jordan got that. But I think it's fair to listen to what Chill and Jordan are saying. I think his play style might have been detrimental to winning basketball. So for those reasons, I can say, yeah, you probably score better than him, but you're not playing the winning style of basketball. Therefore, I can still continue to say Larry Bird got you.
That's
I can say
Bird
that.
and Magic was.
I don't think.
But hold up, but with that being said, but before you go, let me jump in here right quick, Swiper. Just
all that roster could have been an issue too. That's also possible.
But here's the thing, though, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals and lost to the championships to the champions back-to-back years. So clearly he was doing something that was conducive to winning, because they just lost to the bad boy Pistons.
Ron, scoring is conducive to winning.
Well, but he wasn't just scoring. He was a DPOI too.
Right, facts. But what I'm saying is, like, it's hard to say like, yeah, you're such a great scorer, you're not playing winning basketball. A lot of times that's hard for people to understand. To Mars' point, maybe it's because we can't read past the 5th grade level. But what I'm saying is, like, he was doing things that are conducive to winning, playing great defense, scoring the basketball. Maybe there was times when he got into the ball hog bag a little bit, was looking guys off a little bit. And so I think those are fair criticisms of Jordan's game at the time. But as far as putting that ball in the basket, nobody was doing it like Jack. Nobody,
basketball, but basketball not like that. Basketball isn't played like that.
Yo, I want to bring it back to the initial topic of basically how Jordan gave you the criteria for being the best in the world. Now, Mars, I do agree with you. Guys like Jordan, guys like Bron, maybe even Jokic, before he won a championship, they became the best in the world. I agree with that. But also, can you guys give me a player that has been the best in the world? Not necessarily definitively, but for the most part, we know that this guy is the best player in the world. That doesn't have a finals MVP, that doesn't have a championship, that doesn't have an MVP, that doesn't have these top accolades.
No,
So
there's a criteria there, Ron.
No, Ron. After the career, after your career is done.
Wait, so someone who was the best player in the world for a time, who retired with none of those accolades?
No. What I'm saying is, even if you do become the best player before that, which it has been a couple cases, for the most part, they will go on and get those accolades. So I'm saying those accolades do coincide with being the best in the world.
But those things, just to be clear, historically, because I think the problem is we have decades worth of basketball played up to this point. Sure. Every single one of the players that we put in GOAT conversations accomplished that over the course of their career. But in the time that they were playing, you could see Larry's better than everybody prior to winning 3 MVPs. Respectfully, prior to winning 2 MVPs, Larry Bird was better than everybody. And then on top of that, for Michael Jordan, by the time Michael Jordan walked in the league averaging 27 and then averaging 37, and by the time you get to 1988-89, Jordan was such a phenom on both ends of the court that everybody said, now, again, the bad narrative, the Skip Baylesses of the world said he was a shot chucker, he's just a scorer, he doesn't impact winning. But if you look at the actual information around Jordan when he's on the court, it's him and nobody else, and they're making the Eastern Conference Finals in back-to-back years. And he was young. He was young.
But that's the point I'm making, though.
But I'm saying, but eventually he got there. But he was already the best in the world. He got that. He was already the best. I get that. I get that. But I'm saying, en route to him being the best in the world, he's grabbing these accolades because he's the best in the world. I'm not saying it all has to happen at once. I'm not saying you gotta. Everybody does that. Every GOAT does that.
That's what I'm making, though. I'm saying it is a correlation between being a GOAT and getting these things. Now, it might not all happen.
It's not a correlation. It's a direct result of that. We don't talk about none of these dudes. We don't talk. The reason why we talk about Jabbar, you know why? Jabbar won a championship 6 times.
He's decorated. He's decorated.
That's why we talk about Jordan the way we talk about him. That's why we talk about James the way we talk about him. Exactly. We don't just talk about Kevin Durant as good as he is because he's a bucket getter. We talk about Kevin Durant because of everything that he did. We don't just talk about him like that.
It's decorated people, bro. That's what it is. You got to be decorated to get in that criteria. And when y'all talk about scoring, though, like, oh, Michael Jordan came in and he averaged what he averaged. Okay, but it's people that look at basketball and say, you know what? That ain't basketball. Like, okay, you can score that much, but that ain't basketball.
He was also an elite player.
Hold on, because Mike even looked at it like that when he gave his story about Kobe Bryant. When he said, "Hey, y'all, watch that youngster come here. He gonna come in and shoot all the shots. He ain't trying to get nobody." He looked at the game like that. That's what happens when you reach a certain criteria. You realize,
but
okay,
I'm scoring all
Ain't that what was saying about him, Jordan? Ain't that that's probably what Magic and Bird and Isaiah was saying about him?
Because you like, I'm scoring all these points, but I'm not winning. How do I learn how to win?
Ox, respectfully though, that's not what they said.
By having a co-star who elevates into
I'm talking about in the locker room, in private, Swiper. I'm not talking about in interviews and stuff like that.
But I mean, they said he was the best in the world,
I don't ever care. Eventually he was. Like in the 90s, it was undisputed. I'm talking about. I don't care about what people say in interviews too much, Swiper. Like, you know, PR people are trained to make sure they say the right thing and all that, but I don't care about what these players say in interviews too much, bro. I can't. I got to go off what I see.
Well, I guess
they don't say what's really going on.
I got to go off what I see on the court. Sure. And, you know, stuff.
Well,
like
I guess
that.
the issue I'm having is Ox. If like I'm trying to, I think that's the tricky part. How are they then gauging how good a player is? Because I'm looking at the individual numbers. They're saying he's the best. I'm looking at the individual impact information. That's saying he's the best. I'm listening to the narrative around him from coaches and other players. They're saying he's the best. Now, he hasn't won a title yet.
You play the game to win, though, Swiper.
No, but hold on, because Jordan, you don't believe. Hold on, Jordan. Look, I'm gonna say this right now. I know you don't believe this. Jason Tatum might win his second title this year. You're not going to come on here at the end of that and say Jason Tatum's the best player in the world. You're not going to.
Don't have no MVP. Wait a minute.
No, hold on. I'm asking Jordan. I'm asking Jordan first because I know you might have
a finals MVPs. No.
I'm not saying that. Everything I'm hearing is
so dumb.
All right, go ahead, chill.
Swiper, I'm not saying that neither, but if we're going to hold these guys to that same standard, if the Boston Celtics were to win the NBA championship this year again, and Jason Tatum ends up winning the Finals MVP again, if Jason Tatum wins the Finals MVP, there's going to be a different conversation around.
No, there's not.
That's a
Yeah,
fact.
It might just
be a fact.
He just magically becomes better than Jokic.
Am I saying now? Wait a minute, Mars. Hang on, Mars.
Mars.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that
he
he's
could
better.
win an MVP
But I can
too,
tell
though.
you right now, Mars.
Jason
the
Tatum could
conversation.
Jason
if
Tatum
the
could
Boston
check off the
Celtics win the
boxes.
NBA championship.
Okay, let's say this.
Again,
Let me
in back-to-back
okay.
seasons.
To your point, no, chill. I'm going to build up your argument because you did say this. To your credit, you did say this. Jokic, let's say he's averaging 32, 13, and 10 the whole year, but they're the 5th seed. Boston wins 65 games. They're like, we can't give it to the 5th seed. They won 51 games. Boston won 65. We got to give it to Jason Tatum. He's the best player on best team. Let's say he wins MVP, Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and he has 2 titles. With all those accolades.
In back-to-back seasons.
All those accolades, all that put together, you still think he's going to be in conversations with Jokic?
Swipe it. We know
changes.
there's a difference between the best and most accomplished.
Yes.
No, but that's not what the argument's been, though.
Well,
Yes,
no,
we
you
do,
do,
Mars.
Mars.
We do. Yes, we do.
We know. Like, look, Mark. Just because he's saying the conversation.
You just said he needs an MVP.
We understand. Jason Tatum will not be the best player in the
You need
NBA.
that criteria.
You just made up the criteria.
No, I did not. That's been a
I agree with that. I agree with that criteria. I agree with that criteria.
Must have MVP to be best in the world. Nowhere in the bylaws of basketball.
All of the players, the top 5 players, have one in common.
Who?
That doesn't make it a criteria.
The top 5 players
Was the best
ever?
players.
Like ever?
Make it a criteria.
What do they all
Was
have
the
in
best-
common?
Make it a criteria.
Of
What do they
all the
all
guys
have in
that we
common?
just hold on for a second, Jordan, and I want you to stay right there. Mars, the best players that we said are definitive, right? The best players that we brought up that are definitive. What was the one thing that they just brought up that they all had?
A salary. An
No,
MVP.
no. And
All
all
of them.
of them
bunch of things
all
they
of
have
them
in
had
common.
that.
You say
Right.
things are in
A
common does not
salary is
mean that you
Bro,
need
the
those
top
things
5
to be in
players
that
to
group.
ever
That's
play
not
Yes,
games
it does,
all have
Mars.
the
No,
same
it
criteria,
doesn't.
bro.
No, it
Yes,
doesn't.
Mars. I'm
That's
not
not
trying
what
to
that
hear you
means
telling
at
me.
all.
No,
That's
Mars,
not
I'm
what
not
that
trying to hear
means
you
at all.
telling me that a dude is just better at basketball than this dude, so he's better. And the fact that I'm not on as good a team as you, even though I'm still better
How many
than you.
MVPs does
that's
the team
the-
have?
It
Chill,
don't
just
matter how
remind me.
many MVPs, as long as you have one.
Okay.
you're in the criteria.
He got 1 and 2 titles. But chill, you and me, let's stay here. You and me right here, because I think they would agree after this. You and me. If Akeem had a better roster and was able to get at least 2 more MVPs and 1 more title, he would be damn near in the top 4 ever conversation. That's how good he was.
That's a fact.
That's how
though.
good he was. But
But
again,
he-
that's
he's
what
way
doesn't
back.
make sense. So we're gonna
That's why he's way
penalize
back, though.
Akeem. We're gonna penalize Akeem for not having the team around him, even though his play says he's one of the 4 or 5 best players to ever walk the earth.
Where do you got him? What do you got him, Sniper?
Basketball is
Where
not
you
a
got
fair
him?
sport. We've had this conversation.
Well, we're talking about players though.
Right,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
where
but
do
I'm
you
saying-
have Hakeem? Where do you have Hakeem personally?
I got him at 6. I got him at 6.
Why?
Swipe-
Why don't you have him at 1?
Now, Swiper,
Because he's not better than Jordan or Braun or Kareem. I mean,
Why isn't he better than Michael Jordan?
oh my goodness.
He's just not better at
Because
basketball.
MJ
It's not because of the
If
ring. It's
LeBron
not
had
because of the
one
ring, Jordan.
championship, you think if LeBron had 1 championship, you think they would be talking about LeBron as the GOAT?
No.
They would not, but we understand they
There you go.
talk about accolades. They do that. I
Yeah,
understand.
put your flag back on.
Jordan, you're saying
We understand. When everyone talks about the GOAT debate, we understand MVPs, Defensive Player of the Years, All NBA team. We understand that comes up. Championships, Finals MVPs. When we are talking about who is the best player in the league right now, I don't care that you won an MVP 2 years ago. That doesn't mean anything.
Why not?
Who is the best player at basketball? That's
Well, because
all the
Jordan, if
conversation
Jokic
is.
doesn't
Not
win
what did
MVP
you
this year,
achieve
you're not
last
gonna
season.
say
Not what
it's
did you
Joker's
do
fault.
3 years ago. Not who
No, I'm
voted
still
you
gonna
to
say
the
the best player in the
MVP.
league.
That's
He
not the
just didn't win
conversation.
MVP. I'm still
The
gonna say he's the
conversation
best player.
Wait,
is
hold
who
on,
is the
Jordan,
best at
repeat that?
basketball.
I'm
That's it.
still going to say he's the best player in the league because he's already had an MVP. I'm not looking for him to win another one. He's already.
But what
had
I
an
don't
MVP.
understand is you just said, somebody brought up the super chat, you just said Kobe was the best in the world. He had 0 MVPs before 2008.
When did I say Kobe? I said when y'all talked about LeBron
In
I didn't say that.
2006
No,
to
you said LeBron in
2006 to 8.
2010. No, you said LeBron in 2010.
Was Kobe Bryant
And I
not the
said
best player in the
Kobe.
world over from 2005 to
You
8?
do not have to have an MVP to be the best player in the
That's
world, bro.
No,
That's
Jordan
crazy.
thinks you do.
Jordan
No,
said
I
that.
Yes,
No,
but
I-
you don't have to though. Like, look,
But that's why
real quick,
Sniper's going at Jordan with that.
I'm just talking to Jordan. I'm just talking to Jordan.
No,
I understand,
hold on,
but it's
because
just
y'all-
that's
because
just
y'all trying to
basketball.
push that into something else.
Basketball's just not a fair sport like that. I know and I understand that a lot of times these different stats and everything is brought up because we want to make everything an equal playing field. That's just not how it is. Basketball has never been and never will be fair. If you're on a team that's not as good as this person and you lose, you just lost. Now, I know that's the type of stuff that puts you into the spotlight. We got to pay attention to what's happening on the basketball court and understand that if this person might not be MVP worthy, but he is still better than this person.
That shit,
that is
Kobe
fine.
already
no,
got
I'm not
No,
talking
he
about Kobe
didn't.
Bryant.
He didn't have one.
I'm not talking about Kobe Bryant.
I feel like you're making a salient point, Ox.
Keep going,
but Jordan made a
Hold on,
bad
hold on,
point,
hold on,
and I'm
hold
trying
on,
to get
hold
Jordan
on,
to answer for his bad point.
Hold on.
No, that's not a bad point.
Because
You trying to
you
play
cannot,
Fellas, Ox, right
you
quick. Just
cannot-
hold your thought right quick. Just hold that thought, please. Because I just have to let you guys know that this show is brought to you by the good guys over at PrizePicks, where you can run your game, control your game, and ultimately win your game, like we've been trying to do here on the panel. But as you know, there are promo codes for PrizePicks. It's panel. And instantly, when you download the app, you can get $50 when you play just $5. It's very easy to join the action and run your game. PrizePicks makes it so simple. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 or more players in any sport to win up to 200 times your entry fee. It's really that simple. Craft your winning lineup, cash out fast, and join a community that's winning every day. Turn your sports knowledge into cash with PrizePicks. Furthermore, fellas, we will be on playback tonight, watching the Lakers play against the Wolves, and we will be giving away a league pass at halftime. So make sure you're there to join the little halftime game that we're going to play for a potential chance to win a free NBA league pass for the rest of the season. We will see you guys on playback. I need all 1,400 of you guys in here right now to show up and show out as we're on the main stage on playback. We'll see you guys there. What's
all
up,
right, yeah,
Swiper?
throw it right back. A hot potato. All right, so here, Jordan, I want you to acknowledge. Do you think Kobe Bryant was the best player in the world?
No,
After Shaq.
Stop.
Dude,
Stop
I'm asking a question.
Because you're only doing
Just
that.
answer the question.
No, because you
Man up and answer the question.
No, man up and admit that he already has an MVP. So stop trying to.
Yeah, but you're talking in hindsight. No. You are talking 16 years after the fact. You are talking 16 years after the fact. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I heard
no, it's not the dumbest thing.
In 2006,
if Kobe did not win MVP, would we be talking about? Would we be talking about Kobe with Mike and LeBron?
Who was the best player in the world?
Because he
Who
wouldn't
was
have
the best player in the world?
It does
Jordan,
not.
you was just on my side an hour ago arguing that Kobe was the best player in the world in 2006.
I'm not
So who was the best
saying
player in the world in 2006?
First of all, I'm not saying that he wasn't the best player in the world. I said when we talk about a criteria of who's the greatest or whatever, like when we talk about Kobe with Mike, we would not be talking about Kobe had he not got an MVP.
So you're not
in
even
a
having the same
Jordan
Who's
conversation.
having that conversation?
He wouldn't meet the
So
criteria.
you're talking to yourself and yelling. No one's having that convo except you.
Okay.
No
Just
one is
answer
saying-
the question directly.
no one is having
You
that
just said
conversation.
if you're the
That's
best
fair.
player in the
No one
world,
is
you're winning
having that
MVP.
conversation.
Kobe Bryant had one MVP in
No, I did not.
2008.
First of
Was he
all,
the best
I did
player in the
not
world
say
prior to that?
shit. No, I did not say that. I said if
Somebody
we
replay the
talk
clip.
about,
Oh my goodness,
we talk
this is
about,
nuts.
we talked about Michael Jordan. We talk about Michael Jordan being better than Larry Bird.
Larry and Magic in 1989 without an
Stop
MVP.
talking
Yes,
and
yes.
let me tell you my point, because what you're gonna try to do is you're gonna try to cut me off and say that was your point, and that's not my point.
I'm going
So
on mute.
stop
Go
talking
ahead.
and let me tell you my point. Stop talking, because you just talking so you can make it sound good because you want to do what you want to do. I'm gonna tell you my point. When we talked about the same shit, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson. When we talked about that, I said at that point, Michael Jordan might have came in the league and did all his shit like he was cold. He scored 30, whatever. But at the end of the day, you play basketball to win. So at that point in 88, 89, Magic, Larry Bird were more decorated winners in a game of basketball where the finish line is winning. The finish line don't stop at scoring points. The finish line is winning a championship. They had already been accomplished. So guess what? At that time, Michael Jordan is their little bro. And until Mike got that shit, he would even tell you that to me. That's why people want MVPs, championship, finals MVP. Stephen Curry cried when he got his finals MVP. Why? Because it stamped them in a criteria that they couldn't take him away from him. That's what I was talking about. That's where this conversation went before Swiper tried to say, you said this, you said that. And it's like, no, I did not say that. That's my whole point. So back to the criteria base. This is the criteria. You have to win the championship, an MVP, and I would say even say all MVP, all NBA. In order for you to talk about, are you? And that's why you talk about, are you the top 5 greatest? Are you that? So it does matter. So when y'all say, oh, that stuff don't matter, yes, it does.
Anyone up here? He's been arguing with himself. No one's having that conversation.
No, we are having that conversation.
I'll tell you what the conversation is because you're lost. I will tell you what the conversation is because you are lost.
No, I'm not lost because you're
Jordan, for what it's worth, I agree with you. For what it's worth, I 100% agree with you.
You are currently in Indonesia and we are all in Europe. You are nowhere to be found.
We in America.
The conversation was, this is what the conversation was. Who was the best player this is the start of it. Who was the players who were the definitive best players in the league at any point in NBA history? That's how we got the Bill, blah, blah,
No. That's not the conversation we were talking about with Michael Jordan and Larry Bird.
Yes, I'm giving a whole timeline. I'm giving a whole timeline so no one can be lost. That was the start of it. Then we had the whole Kobe. Yeah, and then we can't hear you, Swiper, but I know what you just said. Oh, we had the whole Kobe argument of me passionately arguing that Kobe was definitively the best player in the league. Then we got to the point of who was the best player in the league the last few years. We had Jokic and Giannis. Then we started talking about 1989, who was the best player in the NBA at that time. That was the conversation. In 1989, who was the best basketball player in the world? That was the conversation. So when you keep saying, in order to be in these top 5 all-time talks, you need this MVP and the All-NBA and the championship, no one's discussing all-time rankings. We are saying to be the best in the league at that time, that moment in time.
Go back to 06 Kobe.
So
go
you
back
telling
to 06
me
Kobe.
that Michael Jordan
06 Kobe.
wasn't over Bird and Magic all time because the MVPs and championships is not relevant. That's
Why
not
is not? Why is it not? Why is it not?
Because we are saying in 1989, who was the best player in the world at that time? Not who was the greater all-time ranking, not who ranked high on
go back to 06 Kobe.
In the league at that moment,
go back
who was the best player? And then you said verbatim, your words verbatim were, you can't be the best player in the world without an MVP. That was your words verbatim. You can't be the best player in the world without an MVP. So then, Swiper asked you in 2006,
relative to who's in the league with you, because in 2006,
and then you said, and then Swiper said in 2006, who was the best player in the world? That's how we got here. Swiper asked you
in
2006, who was the best player in the world?
Did you just say in 2006 who had a league MVP in the championship that was better than Kobe?
Yeah,
is that what you just said?
Yep.
Duncan.
So Shaq and Tim Duncan. They were better than Kobe in 2006.
Okay, so then at that point you can say them guys are better than Kobe at that point until he got his MVP. Then you can say that.
Tim Duncan's not really that crazy. It's not
better than Kobe till 2008. Are we serious?
Tim Duncan's not really that crazy, though.
And that criteria makes sense for people.
No, we're not. We're not doing that, Mom. We're not doing that.
Criteria over Kobe till 2008 makes sense.
Yes, until he got a championship. Until he got an MVP. Yes, it does make sense. That's the criteria. It don't make sense to you because you look at basketball as, oh, I just love the game. I like the way it plays. But to basketball players, stats matter. Chips matter. The accolades matter. Decoration matters. That matters. It don't make sense to the person that want to just say, oh,
that part I never understood from you, Mars. Mars, I get a lot of your logic. I do. But how you discount accolades with these guys and how much they care about this stuff.
That's why they do.
I never said they don't. Okay, now I'm gonna explain my accolade logic right now for
everyone. I do.
No, because you don't understand it. Because you bring up that. No, if you understood it, you wouldn't bring up players caring about it. Because that's never been my point. So I'm gonna explain it. It's gonna take, at worst, I'll be done in 7 minutes. It shouldn't take that long, but at worst, I'll be done in 7 minutes. This is why I say I don't.
So you about to go on a 7-minute rant?
No, at worst it'll be 7 minutes because I'm not going to be like some people on this panel who say I'm not going to be too long and then talk for 15 minutes. At worst, it will take 7 minutes.
Oh, Mars,
cut me off in 7 minutes.
Now remember, before you go, Mars.
This is my point.
Before you go, hang on, Mars. Before you go, Mars. Remember, I didn't say that. I'm not saying that you don't care. I think you discount it. Go.
Oh no, I'm telling you I don't.
Before he goes, like the video. Okay, and subscribe.
This has been my whole thing about accolades.
Yeah.
We all up here like to believe we know the game of basketball. We understand the game of basketball. We watch the game of basketball more than most people. When I am discussing the game of basketball and I am giving my opinion on who is better than someone else. If you want to go all-time scale, you want to say who's better, Kevin Durant or Steph Curry. You want to go small scale, you want to say who's better, Lou Williams or Jamal Crawford. You want to go even smaller scale, you want to say who's better, Cam Johnson or Dorian Finney-Smith. I am not relying on the opinions of other people to make my judgment on who the better player is.
Sure.
I don't need to see that Steph Curry has 2 MVPs to come to my own conclusion that Steph Curry is better than Kevin Durant or vice versa. I don't need to see Kevin Durant win 2 finals MVPs over Steph Curry to then come to the conclusion that Kevin Durant is over Steph Curry. I can watch the product on the floor for myself and come to my own conclusion. If you want to make it as simple as possible, imagine I am a voter for an accolade. And let's say I vote for Giannis this year.
Sure.
But Jokic wins it.
Yeah.
I am not going to then say Jokic is better than Giannis because Jokic won the MVP when my vote was for Giannis.
Right.
If I voted for Giannis, it's because I think Giannis is better than Jokic. So the outcome of the award is not relevant to me. When I'm discussing the better player, I'm viewing it, if I want to make it as simple as possible, I'm viewing it as I have a vote for Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
So who do I think the best defender is? For example, Anthony Davis. I will then vote for Anthony Davis. If Rudy Gobert wins, I'm not going to say Rudy Gobert is better than Anthony Davis when my vote was for Anthony Davis. If I think the MVP of the league is Jokic, but Giannis wins, I'm not going to say Giannis is better than Jokic.
You're not going to change
when
your
my
mind.
vote was for Jokic.
Right,
So when I say I don't care about accolades, it's me saying when I am coming to a conclusion about how good players are, I am not relying on the opinions of other people. The voters who vote for these awards. I don't know everyone's name. I know a couple of them. When I am ranking players individually, from my perspective, their votes do not mean a thing to me. Because at the end of the day, that's their opinion. Their opinion can just be put down on paper and documented. That does not mean I have to give their opinions credence. The same way people in the chat don't value my opinion because I've never played basketball. And that's perfectly fine. Everyone should make their own opinions on the game. I don't need to see these voters' opinions to say this guy is better than that guy, especially if I disagree with them. I think Steph Curry was the finals MVP in 2015. So do I hold it against Steph that he wasn't the finals MVP? No, because if I was a voter, he would have had one. So I'm not going to then say he's worse than someone when I think he already played good enough in the finals to have a finals MVP. Even further along that, even if I don't think he deserved finals MVP in 17 and 18, I think he played at such a high level in the finals that was better than some guys who did win finals MVPs. So even with that, even if Steph Curry won 3 championships and had 0 finals MVPs, I would feel comfortable based on watching the game with my own eyes to say Steph Curry was a better finals performer than guys who had finals MVPs. Right. For example, Andre Iguodala and Paul Pierce and no disrespect to Paul Pierce because I know how
Ox feels about unsure.
But I would feel comfortable saying he is better than those guys. Other guys like Cedric Maxwell, he's better than him, despite the fact that one has a finals MVP and one doesn't. Similar to Defensive Player of the Years. The most ever is Ben Wallace, Dikembe, and Rudy. I know to me they aren't the 3 best defenders ever. I'm always going to say of the modern era, it's Hakeem. Hakeem only has 2. I don't need the Defensive Player of the Years to then say that this guy is better than that guy. All defensive teams, the same thing.
What if he
Patrick
didn't have
Ewing
none?
has 3 all defensive
What if Hakeem didn't have
the same amount as Larry Bird. I'm not going to say they're similar tiers of defenders because of the same amount of all defensive.
If Hakeem didn't have no defensive player of the year, would you be saying that?
But wait a minute,
Mars. If Hakeem didn't have none, would you be saying that?
I can give him perfect evidence for why I would. Because the second best defender of the
You wouldn't even be looking. You wouldn't even be looking.
Okay.
Keep going, Mars. Keep going.
The second best defender of the modern era to me is guess who? Tim Duncan. Guess how many defense player of the years he has? 0. So I can watch the game with my own 2 eyes and formulate my opinion. I don't need an accolade.
Just because you said that don't mean you're right. The second best.
No.
There is no right or wrong. I will happily debate Tim Duncan versus KG defensively. I will debate Tim Duncan versus Ben Wallace defensively. I have never said.
I won't. Nobody would. Nobody.
I don't care what you debate. I don't care what you debate. My own
Duncan is not a better defender than fucking Ben Wallace. You out your mind. You are out your mind.
Good for you. Amazing. Good for you.
You are out your mind. If you think
Duncan is better defender than Ben Wallace, are you serious?
That's fine. Even if
he won the defensive player of the year,
even if I thought Ben Wallace, because this is how people sidetrack a conversation. Because now even if I thought Ben Wallace was better than Tim Duncan, I wouldn't use the defensive player of the years as the argument.
No.
Because I can watch the game and I don't need to rely on what the voters believe. These are the same voters that thought Ron Artest was the best defender in the league. And no disrespect to him, he wasn't. These are the same voters that put Bruce Bowen second in Defensive Player of the Year above Tim Duncan 3 different times. I don't agree with them. So I don't need the accolades to support my opinion. I will use what I watch. I will use some stats. I will use some impact metrics. And I will use my eyes to come to these conclusions. Now, are they facts?
That's like somebody saying,
all
I'm
of
rich,
this is
but I don't
subjective.
need the money.
It's subjective if LeBron is better than Mike. It's subjective if Bill Russell is better than Wilt Chamberlain. But overall,
you're
if I'm having a discussion and a debate about basketball,
I'm not fundamentally
I am not going to use other people's opinions to
that I
form
know.
that opinion.
Basketball
That's all I'm saying.
Now,
If you
with
can't
that being,
understand
now,
that, that's fine.
I get it. Now, Miles, I get it.
That's why I don't
Miles,
care about
it. Miles, everything
don't
that you just said.
understand winning.
Right?
So y'all don't
Okay.
value that shit
No,
because
we-
y'all are
who
going
is-
to
who is
watch
you,
the
Jordan?
game.
y'all.
Let him talk, chill. Let him go. Let him go.
No, y'all.
I
I
wanna get that
realize
ball.
fans that love stats, that love all this shit, y'all like to watch the game for entertainment purposes. Y'all don't realize the fundamental part of basketball is to win. So I value that shit more than somebody that's saying, "Oh, with my eye, I can see he can do a triple-double step back over him." And then
That's not what he
you
said.
think he better than
I
him.
know
And now you think obviously that's not what he said. I'm just giving you a blatant point.
Well, but
What I'm
you're
saying
talking
is,
to us up
no,
here. though.
let me talk. I'm not talking to you, and you're not gonna
Keep
tell me
going,
what my
Jordan.
point
Keep going,
is.
Jordan. Keep
My
going,
point
Jordan.
is
Keep
this.
going.
My point is this: when we talking about winning, everybody can be on the team and you can win. But the accolades, that's why Robert Horry is not in the same category as fucking Michael Jordan. Because there are certain
That's the only
accolades.
reason.
Because there are certain accolades that Robert Horry can't have that Michael Jordan has. So you don't put him in there. I promise you. Kobe would not be in a conversation had he not got that MVP. Despite how you feel, I guarantee you, if Kobe didn't have one MVP, you would not be talking about him with Mike at the end of his career.
Swiper, please let me get in here.
At the end of his career, just like LeBron. If LeBron didn't get more than one championship, why do you think he tried so hard to get 6? What?
Jordan, please, bro, please let me get in here for
Go
a second.
ahead, Ox.
Because I see where you're coming from about the importance of winning, the importance of DPOYs, the importance of MVPs, all of that. We understand how important it is to win. I understand that when I was playing basketball, I was playing to win. That's all I cared about was winning. I understand that. But just because I win does not necessarily mean I'm better than the guy on the other team that I beat. Kobe Bryant could have Kobe Bryant could have 0 MVPs, and you can still look on that court and see the impact that man had on basketball. You can still see. So, but I'm only rebutting what you just said. I'm only rebutting relative to everybody.
Not relative.
No, because look, I can still look. Kobe Bryant can have no MVPs, and I can still look and see he's the closest thing to Michael Jordan that we ever had. There's nobody in between Jordan and Mike as far as that position of basketball.
Had he had no rings, no MVPs, you wouldn't be saying that. Promise you wouldn't.
No, you can't. No. You can't tell me what I would when I be saying. Just like you said, he can't tell you nothing. I can look at the basketball court and I understand what we're playing for. I understand we're trying to win, but if I also understand basketball is not a fair sport, I understand that I can be a superior player on an inferior team and never. Tracy McGrady, no MVPs, no championships,
and they don't put him in the top 5.
They don't.
That's why he's not in the top 5.
They don't.
That's why he's not in the top 5.
They don't.
Why he's not in the top 5?
Hey, Ox, Dwayne Wade doesn't have an MVP.
Tracy McGrady could have.
T-Mac is my favorite player of all.
Dwayne Wade doesn't have an MVP. He's considered the third best shooting guard ever.
Tracy McGrady would never be in the top 5, bro. Nobody's gonna put Tracy McGrady in the top 5.
But Ox had Tracy McGrady reeled off three championships in the 2000s. He would be regarded like that.
Different.
We will be if Hakeem would have popped 2 more championships in the 90s. He had the whole Jordan argument to be completely different.
Yes, but Ron, wait. Hold on, Mars, real quick.
What I individually
because
no, I get that, Mars. I get it.
Hold on, bro. Let me stay right there for a second, real quick. Let me finish. Let me respond to Ron and Jordan real quick. if Tracy McGrady had 3 championships back to back, do you know what he would have had to have done? The performances he would have had to have in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's the point. That's the point.
No, but wait,
or
wait,
Tim
but hold
Duncan
on.
could have just joined Orlando. Bro.
Okay, but look,
That
wait
don't
a
mean they
second,
would
wait
have
a
won
second.
though.
If he,
I'm
if
making
he
a
would
joke,
have done
come on.
those things,
Ox, go. Ain't
Bruh,
nobody cut you
Well,
off.
Ox, we can hear you. You're making a good point.
okay.
Keep going.
So and that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. You can't just say, oh, well, if he would have won, there's no context to that. There's no context to, oh, well, if he would have had a ring. You're not talking about if he would have had a ring and done this, and that in the process of getting that ring, then boom. But people have rings. People have rings and they didn't show out the way Kobe did in 09 and 010. People have rings and they didn't do what Shaq and Kobe did in 01, 02, and 03.
What person in the tier that we're talking about, what person didn't show out in route to the ring? We're talking about the upper echelon NBA players ever. All of them showed up and showed out in route to winning.
You can't just say that without the context of what you have to do to get those.
I get that. That's the point I'm making with T-Mac. You weren't able to do that, Tracy McGrady. You couldn't do it.
Carmelo,
But Ron, this is my
Allen
point.
Iverson.
My way of viewing players goes beyond the top 15. My way of ranking players will go down to Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton. My way of ranking players will go down to Cam Reddish and Killian Hayes.
Absolutely.
You guys are saying, well, if this guy had accolades, he'd be in the top 10. I'm saying when I'm ranking players, period, it's all accolade-less. So the fact that MJ has 5 MVPs,
why is it accolade-less though, Mars?
My question is irrelevant. I'm looking at MJ as the player and T-Mac as the player, and I can come to the same conclusion that accolades this. MJ is the far superior player. I'm looking at T-Mac the player. I'm looking at Carmelo Anthony the player, and then I can come to my own conclusion. It's not about the accolade. If you want to have top 10 all-time conversations, that's fine. You might need the accolades. But the moment you get down to the 126th best player of all time, all of a sudden, when none of them have any accolades, what are you going to do? Just shut up? What are you going to do?
Some of them have accolades.
When I compare,
but y'all want to use this thing as
when I'm talking about 2 players with no accolades, are you guys just going to be quiet? You guys gonna say no words?
If you got player A and player B,
because compare these guys, but
that's a good question. That's a good question. How y'all gonna compare them if they don't got no accolades? How y'all gonna do it?
I'm comparing 2 players.
The same way we do.
No All NBA team, no All Star, no championship, no Finals MVP, no All Defense, no nothing. When there's 2 players with nothing on their basketball reference page.
That's why we gotta stop doing. We gotta stop doing this. The top 10 shit. Like we gotta just stay away from just top 10. We gotta talk about.
We're talking about relative. That's why I got upset because we're talking about that relative to Michael Jordan from Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. That's what I was talking about. I'm not talking about the bottom of the bums. That's not what I'm talking about.
The bottom of the bums is he.
Well, 2 things. There's a reason why we have tiers, Moss. You just said like, okay, if we got at the end of their careers, Herb Jones and
Herb Jones and Jaden McDaniels. Herb Jones and Jaden
McDaniels. How are we gonna vote on these dudes and how they played? Okay, well, we're gonna put their resumes together. Okay, how was this guy one? Was he better at basketball than this guy? Okay, sure. This guy was better. What did that produce? How did he affect winning? How did, in your estimation, you as a basketball aficionado, how did he get around screens? How was he on the ball? How was he off the basketball? How did he defend? We
could have had that conversation about Jordan in '89. That was the whole point of the initial conversation. And the initial question that I asked is, how was he not the best player in the world?
Okay, Mars, but here's the difference. The reason why it came down to the accolades, and I have a point here. The reason why it came down to the accolades, Mars, is because that stuff that you talk about with basketball players being as good as they are, the accolades are the result of that. Now, it might not be the guy that you voted for, which, by the way, there are some guys who have won and you voted for those guys, but in the majority,
Jordan, it wasn't Jordan's fault though. Chill. Like, that's what I don't understand. We moved again. Chill. I've been silent for the last 15 minutes listening to a bunch of dribble.
To be fair, Chill was trying to get something off for a
long time. But I'm just, but Chill, the original question that wasn't even a part of the discussion. It was about 89.
I think y'all forget why the reason why we play basketball. The perfect example is a boxer. That's like, I win every round. I'm kicking your ass, whooping your ass until we get to round 12 and I get knocked out every time. I did that in my last 6 fights. I didn't beat the shit out you all 12 rounds. Round 12 come, ding, you get your ass knocked out. So you good. So what they gonna say? Oh, the way he throws a jab. He's so good at boxing. He landed all his punches. The guy that he's fighting ain't laying no punches, but he got his ass knocked out in 12 rounds. You got 5 losses. How can you be the best?
Comparing a one-on-one gladiator
Chill,
sport
you
in
were saying,
boxing
chill,
to a
chill, you were
5-on-5.
saying.
Go ahead,
Chill,
Chill.
you were saying. Yeah, chill, you were saying.
That's the point of the sport of basketball.
Chill, you were saying. Chill, you were saying.
What I was saying, Miles, was that there are guys that you have voted for. So with that being said, the accolades, I feel like, are a result of everything that I did. And that's why these guys care about him. That's why I saw Michael Jordan when he won the league MVP in 1991 in tears. That's why I saw Dennis Rodman in tears when he won the Defensive Player of the Year. That's why I saw Shaq in 2000 in tears when he won the NBA championship. That's why these guys do this, because of all the hard work I do. It's not just because I'm a great basketball player. I want to be recognized as a great basketball player. It's not, and the accolades are that. It's you recognizing me. This is how awesome I was. This is what I did when I was playing. Now, to your point, when we talk about later on, when we don't have the 70th best player and the 68th best player, well, how do we determine which one of those guys without accolades? Well, here's the difference. The difference is that we have tiers. That's why we're talking about guys in the top 10. That's why we talk about guys in the top 20. That's why we talk about guys in the top 30. And we still measure those guys, to your point, Mars, as basketball players. We still measure those guys at what they produce, 100%. But I'm not as good as this guy. And the reason why I'm not as good as this guy, because I didn't produce what this guy did. Not to say that just because you produce this, it means that you won the league MVP. No, it means that I wasn't as good as this guy because I didn't do it long enough. I wasn't as good as a skilled basketball player. I didn't do it on the biggest stage like this guy did it. And all of those things matter. So when you talk about, that's why I have a difficult time. And Mars, again, you know how much I respect you, but I have a difficult time when I listen to people, not just you, when I listen to people talk to me about taking accolades off the table, because that stuff matters, man. That stuff matters.
First of all, basketball, any game, anytime you play a game, there has to be there has to be something for why you playing it. In basketball, it's about winning. So since you play basketball to win, that has to mean something if I won more than you and I'm playing basketball. Now, then you'll say, well, Robert Horry has 8 championships, however many he had. You'll say that. Okay, Robert Horry is not in the same criteria as somebody like Michael Jordan, who got 6 MVPs, 6 finals MVPs. Robert Horry is not in that criteria. He don't have none of them. So I can't talk about you and you the same. And to somebody
I don't know who made that
Gobert
comparison,
better defended than Duncan.
Fellas,
If you want to
let him get this point off, and I got to
that.
get the super chats.
Oh, sorry.
If you want to say that, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, bro,
How
I
are we
think y'all
gonna end on
disrespect
bad
Rudy
points,
Gobert.
Ron?
I think
Because he's cooking y'all.
I think
Keep going,
y'all
Jordan,
want
my bad.
I think people want to disrespect Rudy Gobert because it's fun to disrespect Rudy Gobert. But bro, y'all crazy as hell. Bro, you never played basketball before. You're gonna say Rudy Gobert is a bad defender until you get your ass out there and he cook your ass and he block every shot. The stuff that Rudy Gobert do on defense, y'all can laugh all y'all want to do. Bro, Rudy Gobert is a good defender. Despite
No, he's great. No, he's not good, Jordan.
Is
Jordan.
Is he better than Duncan? Because that was the question.
Yes.
Is he good?
To me, yes.
No.
Bro.
You went too far with that one.
That's
But he
fine,
is a
though.
great
That's
defender.
He's a great defender.
He's a
But
great
that's
defender.
fine.
I
He is a
have a
great
rebuttal to you, Chill, but I understand time constraints, so it's fine. We'll
Great
pick it back on
defender,
I
Monday.
would like to have this
I
conversation.
mean, with
a little
Tim
bit
Duncan being able to do that
on
with the
Monday,
Jazz,
maybe we can pick it up on Monday. maybe we can pick it up.
Bro, Rudy Gobert rim protection is incredible, bro. It's incredible. That's why he
I feel like
He has more
Rudy gets
DPOIs than Akeem,
disrespected.
by the way, just to be clear.
Rudy gets extremely disrespected. He
They
doesn't deserve
disrespect him because it's
disrespect.
fun to disrespect him. And it's a lot of
Yeah.
people. It's more fans that never played basketball that's watching the game than
It's
it's ever
players.
been.
No, it's mostly from
No,
players.
it's
by
more
the way,
fans.
just to
No,
be
I'm
clear
saying
about
it's
that.
more fans
But
that's
Gilbert
watching
Arenas didn't
basketball
play in
that
the
never
league,
played.
and they're saying that he doesn't deserve what he deserves. So
Yeah,
like,
but
there are
Gilbert Arenas
players
is
that
an
play.
Even though Gilbert Arenas is the architect for what the point guard is today, 25
Facts.
20 years ago.
Facts. That's why I said
He
people
actually
be
is that.
disrespecting Gilbert Arenas. People
But Gilbert,
disrespect
Gilbert's a bully. He be bullying cats. Like, you can't.
Go ahead, Ron.
First off, I want to shout out our Hall of Famers: KT, Hunting Gilgores, Multi Kinney, and Cobra Son of Raditz. Yeah, that's that. Yo, Multi Kinney, if you watching, my bad, bro. We were supposed to get you up here today. We kind of got caught up, but we'll get you back up here soon, my man. Let's get into these super chats though. Here we go. MP13 said, I don't understand how you guys can't differentiate how the objective reality of how team success being out of a singular player's control is isolated from their individual skill set, affecting whoever they are playing with.
So meaning that like they might be affecting winning, but their team isn't good enough for them to win. And then even if their team is winning, doesn't mean that they're having more effect on the game than somebody else whose team is losing.
I've tried to explain that for
That's
2.5
just
years.
how
that's
basketball
fine. But
is, man.
that's fine. That's
It's not
fine if there
everybody's
wasn't.
fair.
That's fine if there wasn't an example of somebody doing shit like that, like Dirk taking his team to the championship, LeBron taking bum ass teams to the championship. So if it wasn't somebody that done that before, then that would be a fair point. But it's somebody that's done it before, so man up and take your team to the championship. Done. Just man up. That's it. Or quit talking about it then.
Sounds
Quit
like the
playing.
WNBA is cooked.
Cry like a little bitch and say, "Oh, my team ain't good enough." You might as well cry then. The hell?
There's nothing wrong with crying, y'all.
Yeah. it is.
Mirati
your soul to
can-
the laundry man. That's
We
what
did
Mike
this
James
one. We
said.
did this one, Ron.
Well, no, this was another one. So he sent through 2 super chats.
The
He said,
same
"Where's where's light skin Caillou at? We need to get to the bottom of why on court game Dirk was better than 06 Kobe."
I'd like
We
to
had
think
the
we
discussion.
discussed it. I think we
It was a
talked
good
about it.
discussion.
Yeah, I think we talked about it.
Appreciate you for sending that one through too.
Mhm.
Emperor Beast Kato said, "Ron, just because you get reps, that doesn't mean you are improving. You practice bad habits, you retain bad habits. Practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent." Kato,
That's a
I
fact.
agree with everything you said, but relative to the context of what we were talking about, I believe Bronny can improve playing next to his dad, JJ Redick, and everybody else. And then I asked the question, is Dalton Connect improving? I know that they're different players, but I believe that a lot of rookies, most rookies, will be able to come into that organization with those vets, and especially with JJ Redick, AD, and I believe they will be able to improve. Another super chat from Gandhi KV2. Shout out Gandhi. It's been a while since you threw a super chat in here. He said, "Where does Mars rank all time in football?"
Do I
Mars?
need to bring out some of my trophies and medals?
You
Yes.
might have to, Moss.
Yes,
Yes, you
that's
might
the only
have
way
to.
we'll believe it.
Oh, so just to confirm, that means I am the player's choice GOAT, right? Since I'm gonna have the belt and since I won the PCL.
Since we on that
You don't,
subject,
you don't
Moss,
based on
have
the
a,
accolades-
there is
based on
no
the accolades, I would
belt.
have to
There is
be-
no belt. There is no belt.
have
But
you
based
received
on
that
the
yet, Moss?
accolades, I would have to be the GOAT, right?
There is no belt.
Yes, you're the
Hey,
There is
GOAT.
no. There is no belt. There is no belt.
That's
So
fair.
Since we on that subject,
Mark,
Ron,
who
where's his
else
belt
got a
at,
belt?
Ron?
there is no belt.
He has it.
It was
You
an
got the
AI
belt, Mark?
belt.
Did you get the belt, Moss? Yes or no?
Who
Do I
else?
look like I have a belt?
Okay, but who else? Who
Ron,
else
get him
has
his
the
belt,
accolades
Ron.
that Mars has?
Get the
All
belt.
No,
That's
no
the way
one
he
got
is,
the
Ron.
accolades. No,
All
Get
right,
him his
let's
belt.
stop there. All right, then.
Hey, so Mars, what would you do? What would you do if I just pulled the belt out from right here? Like, what if I?
That'd be
you
some
know what I'm saying?
bullshit.
I'll say,
What if-
I'll say
what
you
if-
deserve
what if
it.
I-
that'd for real
I'd
be
say
some
you
bullshit.
deserve it. I'd say you deserve it. That's fine.
Then
What if
I
I
should be the
stole-
GOAT.
what if I
I'd say
stole
you
the
the
belt
GOAT.
from
I'd
Ron?
say you the GOAT. I'd say
Mars,
you
Mars,
some
what if I told you that Penn debates better than you, and I like his stance better than you, but in the PCL championship you cooking, and,
That happens
and you
all the
win
time.
every time.
It happens all the
the
time.
GOAT.
So it's Penn. So it's
All the
Penn
time.
better than Penn?
I
All the
would
time,
never,
Swiper?
I would never say I'm better than debating at someone because I won the debate according to the chat vote or the panel vote.
Oh yeah, I
Because
didn't know. if
once
the chat
again,
vote mattered.
once
Yeah,
again, it's all subject.
It's all subjective.
The chat
Yeah.
picking me is not proof that I'm a better debater.
Oh,
than
okay.
someone.
I didn't know that.
It
I wasn't around. I didn't go through any of the PCL.
Like, it wouldn't,
Chat
it
Chat
has
has
wouldn't mean
favorites.
anything to me.
Chat has
Yeah,
favorites.
yeah. I wouldn't let the chat
Absolutely,
pick shit
yeah.
because that's
But
crazy. as hell.
even the panel of voters they have behind the scenes, even if they pick me, I wouldn't say that's proof I'm a better debater. That just means those people think. I won.
Especially when they're anonymous voters and they don't have to explain their vote.
Yeah, like the MVP voters, you don't have to explain that vote.
Yeah.
They're not anonymous, but
Can we agree? Because I just saw that super chat about Scottie Pippen. Can we agree that?
What'd he say?
I literally just saw that.
So NY, right quick, chill. Let me just read it. NY said, Bill Russell is the GOAT. Basketball conversation is over. 11 rings, 5 MVPs. Also, Scottie Pippen is not an all-time great defender. No DPOI.
Marcus Smart clears. Marcus
Okay,
That's
Smart.
for
those two,
Jordan,
okay,
yeah.
those two things aren't the same. But can we agree when it comes to accolades that even if they do matter, sometimes the voters get it wrong? Is that fair?
A lot
They
of
only
times
get it-
the
they only
voters-
get it. They
Yeah,
only get it
it's
wrong
fair.
based on what you think is right. Like it's still.
Yeah, I mean it's just fair.
Oh,
Like,
so
they
let's
don't,
just
like the voters didn't get it
who
right.
was, who was
I
Scottie
agree.
Pippen supposed to win it over though?
Gary
Whoever
Payton in
won it,
'96.
Shit.
Gary
Yeah,
Payton in
yeah, yeah, Ron,
'96.
stand up for your guys. Stand up for your guys. Stand up for your
What?
guys.
Gary
But
Payton in
you,
'96.
you seen what GP did?
Mhm.
You seen what GP did? You seen what GP did in the finals to Scotty's big bro?
Oh,
Yeah,
But
he
see
lost.
that-
But you agreeing with the outcome of the accolade doesn't mean the accolade was right. Like I agree with the 2022 MVP. That doesn't mean that the MVP was correct. Like it just means I agree with it. It's still all subjective.
I mean,
There's
not
no
disagreeing
right
with that
or
too.
wrong in any of this. It's
I'm
all
not
it's
disagreeing
all
with
going to
that
be
either.
subjective. You just defend your point as well as you can.
No, Scotty not having no
I think the
DPOYs is
voters get it
wrong,
wrong.
Mars. That's wrong.
No,
100%
I think
wrong.
I
Just
think
like
the
Tim
voters get it
Duncan
wrong.
had him.
a
No,
lot,
because the
I
guy on the
disagree with
team
you.
got him.
But when the
wrong.
voters
Why he
votes
get over mine?
when the
Scotty
votes
was a better
aligned with my
defender.
ideology
Why he
or
didn't
my
get over
belief,
mine?
that doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah, I mean,
That just
Chill
means-
thinks
that
that
just means
Wilt
we're on the
is a
same
top 3 offensive player ever. So I mean, he can't prove that at all, but he just believes it.
Man,
That's a
I
fact.
mean, the motherfucker scored 100 points in the game. I mean, you want to talk about offensive player? He averaged 50. I mean, you can kind of prove it a little bit. You can kind of prove it a little bit, Swiper.
It's Hack Ira with the super chat. Ira said Kyrie averaged 27, 5, and 5 on 50, 40, 90 in the 2016 finals, and you say that's not heavy lifting? Huh? Kyrie's ability to destroy that Warriors defense 1v1 and transition is just as important to what Bron did.
just
I
as
wouldn't argue
important.
Anybody agree with this?
Just as important is a bit of a stretch, but I do think Kyrie did more than play his part. And I wouldn't say Bron carried. I would never imply that.
Nah, Kyrie carried it. Without Kyrie, that shit don't happen. Like
I
Kyrie
just
had to
wanna
get
know-
41 games.
I-
Bron had to get 41 games. So
If we had a dude,
mean,
if we had a
the
dude, if we had a dude today in the NBA that averaged almost 40 a game in the finals, and the second best scorer averaged 15 a game, would we say that dude carried?
You're talking about the 2000 finals, right?
I'm asking a simple question. Would we
He's
say
talking
that?
about
Absolutely,
you
Chill.
talking about the 2000 finals. That's
Because
what I'm
Absolutely.
did we not say that James carried in 18 when he averaged 30 a game in those finals, and Kevin Love was the second best scorer, averaging 16 a game? Did we not say that?
when it got swept, yeah.
Yes. Just saying.
Yeah.
And just to throw this out there, since you throwing numbers, LeBron averaged damn near 30, 29.7,
30 a game.
Oh, you talking about 2016?
11. Yeah, 11, that's what he brought up. He brought up Kyrie's stats in 2016.
Mhm.
11 rebounds and 9 assists. And almost 3 steals and 2 blocks. Dude averaged 30, 11, 9, 3, and 2. Almost a triple
He led
double.
in all 5 categories. I
Come
believe.
on, like, yes, Kyrie did what he did. Once again, I'm not necessarily saying because I took it back. Bron didn't carry, but he did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, he was by far the best player in the series. Like, not even there was no one even within like a tier.
Bron built the infrastructure. Kyrie came and painted it. It made it beautiful.
We got a couple members today. Near became a member. Shout out to Near. Who else we got? Ray B also became a member. Shout out to Ray B. Appreciate you for joining up. Edmund Williams Jr. also became a member. Shout out to Edmund Williams. And then we got a couple members chats. One from Gabe Too Funny 02. He said, Chill don't need enemies with friends like Swiper.
Yes. Swiper will definitely run me over with a bus. Yes, he would. He would
Dope.
run me over with a bus. 100% he would.
A bus.
And then take me to the hospital after he ran me over. He'll do that.
That's crazy, Swiper.
I mean,
I
I
never would have
I
thought.
mean, if you tell the story correctly, what happened in Orlando, Chill had no concerns. He didn't have to worry about anything. He walked in every door and it opened wide. No pushback, no nothing. So I mean,
Meanwhile,
loud.
he'll get me in front of other people and swing on me. He'll do that. He'll do that.
you were
Like,
you
he'll
were in
get-
front of other
he'll-
people, by the way, but you know,
he'll
whatever.
get me in front of these kind of people right here, Mars and all these guys, and just straight try to embarrass me.
I want to shout out everybody that's watching on Twitter as well. If you are on X, salute to you. Thanks for tapping in. Tyler T with a member chat. He said, Celtics going back to back. Jokic better. Have a great weekend, everyone. Absolutely, yo.
Apparently, that's going to put Tatum in some interesting conversations per the report I heard on today.
I know you don't want to hear. I know you don't want to.
I don't know. I just want to know what the exact conversations are going to be. He's top 3.
To win the NBA championship in back-to-back seasons and to win the Finals MVP, first team All-Pro 5 straight years.
Yeah, he's going to be an aberration in NBA history for sure. Somebody that has that resume, and you cannot absolutely call them best player in the world.
Hey, Swiper.
I just think it's going to be some interesting conversation. Swipe.
I'm saying for you, Chill. You said if they win, you're going to get nasty. Go ahead, Jordan.
I'm going to be.
Hey,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
my
gonna be
question.
disgusting.
No,
100%.
my question is, why do we like talk about basketball like that now to the point to where it's like, oh, he won back-to-back championships, but he ain't. I mean, shit, it ain't nothing. He first
Fellas.
team All NBA, but he ain't nothing.
All right.
Why do we do that?
What
Why
happened?
do we do that?
Oh,
I'm saying, why do we be like, Why do we be like, oh yeah, he won back to back, he first team All NBA 5 straight years, but it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. Well, like, is it the basketball that's
nothing.
trash
It's just,
or what?
do you want to overrate him? I think we have the ability to hold people in context now. That's the difference between now and previous eras.
I guess so. I mean, I don't know. I just think that's a little weird.
But again,
like,
I don't know if you've seen me on Twitter. I think Joe Burrow has been the best and most important player in the sport this year. He's absolutely not winning MVP though. He's not winning MVP. Not even close.
I mean, his team record isn't good enough. That's why.
But he's been the best quarterback in the sport though. That's where it is.
If your team record ain't where it is, then shit, it's kind of like
right. But that's what I'm saying.
Shout out Joey B.
I love Joe Burrow, but if your record ain't what it is, it's kind of like, you doing that shit for no reason.
Druid Trading became a member today. Shout out to Drew. Big Juan also became a member. Shout out to Big Juan. Greek Goat became a YouTube member today. Shout out to Greek Goat. Appreciate you for joining up. Another members chat from Dominique K. He said, thoughts on my sons maybe trying to get Butler. Ron.
It would be for Bill, right?
Yeah.
I think it makes more sense than having Bill. And KD's back tonight, so the Suns gonna win.
Shout out KD. Shout out Jimmy on that roster, potentially. Troll XD123 said, reminder, 2021 Chris Middleton's performance over both Jason Tatum's performances.
What, in the finals?
Probably.
I don't agree. Maybe I agree. I don't know. I don't think I agree.
I agree. Smokey said, didn't Ochai scream and one to the refs after that dunk on Poodle? And Jimmy really be trolling the Mavs, Suns, and Rockets with his hair color change.
Well, we don't want him, so he's not trolling us.
Shit, I do. Who is we?
Yeah, but with some of the things I heard you say, I don't trust your opinion. So.
That's fine.
Hey, y'all seen Ochai dunk on Poodle?
No, I didn't watch that game. That's all.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch any of the games last night, actually. So I'm glad we ain't talking about none of the games because I would have had nothing to say other than I know Keegan hit them threes for me. Julius Randle will tonight.
Hey, man, Jimmy need to come to us so we can win, man. It's about time we get us a win.
Nah, go to the Suns. Y'all don't deserve him.
I'd love him.
In-season tournament champ. Here we go.
Masinko said Parlay was one off from calling in for at least a week. Anyways, shout out my dog Birdman Anderson, Sean Kilpatrick, and Slava Medvedenko.
Boy, he be coming up with some classics.
Hey man, shout out to Kobe's teammate, man. Shout out to Medvedenko.
Greek Goat said Kobe over Dirk on both ends in 2007. Swiper, I'm gonna need you to keep defending Jokic and chill. Duncan wasn't better than KG in 06. Stop saying Duncan best in the world talks.
Yeah, I think Duncan best in the world talks died in like 04. Like I think everything after that he went in them talks personally. Maybe 05, but I think you're reaching a little bit. But everything 06 and on, yeah, Duncan went in the best in the world talks for me.
Classic said Peyton Pritchard and Derek White have been amazing this year. They got people thinking the C's are a super team.
I mean, they got like 7 guys who are like really, really good.
Yeah, but they're beatable though.
Hey, Peyton Pritchard put on a masterclass last night.
I think they're beatable by 2
Both
teams.
of them did. Because Derek, Jason Tatum didn't play last night.
He never plays against the Pistons. He ducking them for some reason.
He was. Hey, those two were killing last night.
Peyton Pritchard
probably just stays home. It's so close.
I would too, to be fair. PTO.
It's Zamzay said, bump this Bronny talk. Talk about Hannah Hidalgo snatching the chain from Paige last night. National Player of the Year, not Juju, not Paige, Hannah.
That's what Ox tried to talk about, right?
Yeah, and I agree. Right now, I do think Juju is slight. It's hard to even say Juju's a better player, but I know y'all gonna go crazy on that, but Hannah is really.
How many games has it been? Like 6 games?
Well, no, she did this last year too. This isn't just this year. She did this last year, and now she's playing even better this year. And what school she go? She go to Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Mars, you would like her for real. She just a complete dog. Pick up full court, rip you, go and hit a 3.
I seen Mars
get
play
to the
basketball
hole.
with Kevin Clark. He ain't gonna like her. He be doing any damn thing, dude. I thought he was way better than that on 2K. That shit I saw, I'm like, man, ain't no way in hell.
Man, you expect me to know Kalen Clark's release? I was just chucking.
Man,
I was just hoping for the best. I greened
I
a
was
couple.
like, what the hell?
And meanwhile,
Mark
it's
shot
easy out there
33
playing on
threes.
low risk. I shot 64 shots.
That's
No,
crazy.
I shot like 84 shots and scored 64 points.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's how you get him up, y'all.
Yeah.
Druid Trading said, calling Jokic a bad defender because of rim protection is like calling Giannis a bad offensive player because of no jump shot.
No, it's not.
I mean, he ain't got no rim protection, but he ain't got no on ball defense. He's like, what the hell? Like, it's not like he's locking up on ball either. At least Giannis dominating in the paint.
That's just not the same
That
thing.
was a horrible example, though.
Yeah, that's not the same thing.
Just Rome said, give me Bronny at this point over Gabe. He bigger and they average the
He
same
is not
points.
bigger than him. That's
Zero.
right. But he's not bigger than Gabe. Then.
Yeah, they both average 0, so it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, so Bronny come out there and be a worse 0. That shit look crazy.
Renji said, but when Kyrie took personal time off, everybody called him unreliable.
Facts.
I
He
do
took
remember
personal
that.
time off and went to his sister's birthday
I
party.
do remember that. He was what was he being called? Unstable. He was unstable.
And then he went to his sister's birthday party, and that shit shocked the world.
Oh man. You running 5.7 said segment on the worst G League player. We love to see it. This is why the NBA is cooked.
I don't know who the worst G League player is, so I have no comment. But a segment
G-League
on
have
a
a
G
couple
League
of-
player
a
in
bunch of
general is
bad
kind of
players. G League player. I mean, G League have a bunch of bad players sometimes, bro.
Worldwide Mace TV said Penn saying Luka and Jokic peaked higher than Kobe is disgraceful to the game of basketball. Kobe was a two-way monster. The Euros aren't playing defense.
especially since Luka has no MVPs in championships. So it's like, what the heck?
Facts. Now, if he get one, we go talk about Luka in a different light, just
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Dirk.
Then he's just as good as Kobe. So
Just like Dirk.
exactly.
No, then he's still not just as good enough, but whatever.
Drink more water said just because you had the better season doesn't mean you were the better player. If that's the case, the MVP is the best player every year.
Well, I would assume the MVP had the best season, which is also not necessarily
Most of the time.
true. But I get his point, and I agree. Having the better season doesn't mean you're the bad player. To me.
Edmund Williams Jr. said, disregard my first chat. Didn't realize I could increase the characters. Was Tim Duncan getting busted by
Whoa.
Dirk 2? Asking for knowledge.
Hey, that 2006 series, I think, second rounds, Tim Duncan and Dirk were going. Well, I wouldn't say they were going at each other. They weren't guarding each other, but it was a great series. But Tim Duncan, yeah. Dirk used to be cooking. On that 03 series, I'll forever say that if Dirk doesn't get hurt in 03, I think the Mavs go to the finals that year. And
Mark, how old were you in 06?
I wasn't born yet.
MP13 said,
Anything after 06 is crazy as hell.
Bro, that's 18,
in the 90s.
18 now. Like,
Huh?
06, people born in 06 are 18 now. Like,
I know that's
not-
crazy as hell. Anything after
18?
the 90s is crazy.
oh, okay, buddy.
MP13 said, but to be fair, does Kobe get credit for how good the 08 team was playing before the Gasol trade? They were 35-20 before that trade in the 08 season.
I want to say they were the 1 or 2 seed before Gasol got there. I want to say. They were hooping.
Worldwide Mace TV said, I'm starting to feel like defense doesn't matter in these conversations of the best players. There are two sides to the basketball.
I agree. I just think you guys overrate some people defensively and underrate some others.
MP13 said, was Kobe not the best player in the league from 06 to 08 before winning MVP?
Nah, Shaq was better than him.
Cash 89 said Kobe was brought up from 05 to 08 because Chill said it was Duncan in 05.
Sure, love him some Tim Duncan.
Cowboy Bob said, didn't Hakeem destroy Robinson after not winning MVP? So isn't he better?
What? Well, hold on. What did that say?
Didn't Hakeem destroy
Yeah, that shit throwing me
Robinson?
off.
Didn't Hakeem destroy David Robinson after not winning MVP?
He's talking about 1995. But I don't know who he's saying. So isn't he better, bro? I don't know if he's saying about Hakeem or about David Robinson. I don't know if he's saying about the MVP winner or the guy who cooked the MVP. I don't know.
I think he's saying the guy that cooked the MVP is better.
Yeah, Hakeem was better than David Robinson. MVP or
Yeah,
not,
for
he just-
sure.
He was, in my opinion.
Tyrone Winston said, talk your MF and talk, Mars. You're not the only one who thinks this way. I 1000% agree with you.
Yeah, I want to talk to Chill about that more on Monday. Yeah, that's what I want to do that.
Styles Blackman said, shout out to the whole panel. The last 2 episodes have been extremely entertaining, aside from the Bronny propaganda, Ron. Good shit, fellas. I thought the Bronny propaganda was the most entertaining.
Okay, buddy.
My bad, y'all. My bad. NY said, I was clearly joking, by the way. My point is accolades matter, but put some context to them. But also, remember, voters are hella biased as well.
I don't get how you can say the voters are biased and then say the accolades matter. Like that doesn't make sense to me.
Actor AJ Rivera said Bill Walton over Patrick Ewing, D Rose over CP3, according to Jordan.
Well, no, Patrick Ewing, D Rose over CP3.
I mean, I agree with both of those.
I think Bill Walton was a better player than Ewing. It just didn't last.
I sincerely
It
do.
didn't last very long. But
Yeah, just longevity. I got Ewing, but like at their best, I do think Bill Walton was better. Now, Chris Paul is better than Derrick Rose. I don't care, but Bill Walton.
Give me the MVP.
I mean, but that shit didn't last long either, though, for D Rose as far as like this, what he was supposed to do. But had D Rose stayed on that urge, I mean, it's like whatever.
Styles Blackman said Jordan versus Ron and Ron versus Swiper. Set it up for Xmas, Ron.
Unfortunately, I'm busy that day.
Oh, you busy?
That day,
Damn.
Or like give out presents and stuff to the needy, the less fortunate.
Dub Mars. I'm not reading this name, but this guy
Big Daddy Long Gone. What the hell? Come on, man.
There you go.
Even crazier.
He said the G League does have NBA talent. Stop it, Unc.
Exactly.
The G League is full of a bunch of college players, bro. It's a bunch of college players that just not really that good enough. I mean, you have some players on those teams who are good, but most of the time it's mainly a lot of regular ass college players. Like Matthew McQuaid. No, shout out to Matthew McQuaid. There's no disrespect to him, but he's not an NBA player. And he was playing in G League.
Mo said Dub Show and I'm a stats merchant. Dub Harden. That will make sense. That will make a lot of sense. MP13 said this is a real disingenuous take from Mars.
Okay.
MP13 also said, so to Jordan, is Bill Russell the best player ever?
No, but he's in that conversation. He's in that accolade to where we can at least discuss the shit. But no, he's not.
He might go.
To some people, he is, and that's the reason why. And you know why they would say he's that GOAT? Because he got how many championships? 11.
Yep.
That's why. So that means that shit matters. So
yeah, totally.
Nice try.
Yeah. Austerity said Ron is the actual best troll on PC. Y'all sleep. Stay sleep. I'm being serious. No, it ain't no troll on my game.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy Bob said Mars is on fire. Friday the 13th.
Mars, at this point, you need to start you one of them online channels. I'm not gonna say which one.
Link in bio.
Nico said Quincy over Bronny.
Hey, they'll pay. They'll pay a $35 subscription, boy. Tell
Hey
you, boy.
man, I see the money that's to be made there. Hey man,
Mars, you just gotta put them feet on there, boy.
Yeah, exactly. I got my toes out, man. Hey, for the right amount of money. Hey man,
Oh
I'll
man,
them for you too.
boy, you gotta do it. Get ready with me, boy. They'll pay a $35 subscription a month for that joint.
Slitherman said teams win championships, not players.
Well, players are on teams. So
Mart said top 5 players who were let down by their franchise. I'll
Kevin
start. Kevin Garnett.
One,
Yep.
Kevin Garnett 2. Kevin Love.
You said Kevin Looney won.
Kevin Garnett. Who else was let down by that franchise? LeBron, the first time round in Cleveland, I think was let down. Kobe was let down for like a few years, but not the whole time.
You think T-Mac or T-Mac let the franchise down?
T-Mac was let down by Doc Rivers not getting Tim Duncan.
No, I'm talking about when he was with the Rockets. We had a horrible team when he was with the Rockets.
Yeah. T-Mac was very unlucky. T-Mac was very unlucky. I don't know. I'd have to really think about that if I'm being honest. I have to really think about that.
Cheerio said, like the stream. This is top tier content. Dub Cheerio.
Nearly lost my voice.
Cowboy Bob said, happy Friday the 13th. Chaos episode. LOL. Irregular said, weren't Chill and Ox on Kyrie for the same reason?
the PTO thing with LeBron. I don't think Ox was on that. I think Chill was definitely on that. I don't know if Ox was.
Getaways said Kobe disabled Smush Parker and Von Wafer.
No,
Von Wafer.
Von Wafer, the Rockets legend.
Wasn't he a
They
rookie?
disabled this.
I think he was a rookie. I think he was a rookie in like 06 season. I think.
Yeah, he was a good shooter, athletic. I used to try to play like him though. When I was in like middle school, I used to try to play like Von Wafer because I couldn't play like T-Mac. Shit, I just had T-Mac my favorite player all the time though, but I just tried Von Wafer.
Me too.
Just Rome said he needs to. They look slow with him on offense.
He needs
to take time off. He needs to take time off the team.
Bro, was that R. Kelly in his picture for his profile picture?
I'm not pulling that back up, but appreciate the super chat, my man. Edmund Williams Jr. said, was Tim Duncan one of the guys Dirk was busting?
Bro, y'all gotta stop putting it in there. Like,
that's good terminology, man. I'm sure Big Daddy Long Dong would appreciate that.
Bro, that's crazy work, bro.
Vision Gang said, "Yo,
that's crazy.
Yo,
read it.
I'm not reading that. If you would like to, Jordan, y'all can see with your eyes. Vision Gang, that's crazy, insane." Bro. Edmund Williams Jr. sent through an empty super chat, but appreciate you, Edmund Williams Jr. Yes, somebody was getting busted by somebody. And last but not least, Drink More Water said IT wasn't a top 5 player in 16-17.
But he was top 5 in MVP. I think
he was a top 5 player.
Man, he was a top 5 player. The way he was playing, our shit was lit.
Facts. All right, y'all. Once again, download the PrizePicks app, run your game, control your game, win your game. All you have to do is play $5 and you will instantly get $50 when you use the promo code PANEL. And last but not least, before we get out of here, we will catch you guys on playback tonight. You'll see who's going to be up here. Me, Swiper, Chill, Mars, and Ox. And we will be talking about all of our PrizePicks and enjoying this game. So y'all pull up and have a good time with us. And once again, we will be giving away an NBA League Pass. All you have to do is scan this QR code right here, and somebody will win. Until then, we'll see you guys on playback later tonight, and we will catch you on Monday.
Merry
Adios.
Christmas. Merry Christmas.